Hold on, let me turn this music down before I get a copyright strike. Put it on the low. Yo. Oh, shoot. Salute, everybody. I know this live post between I'm turning my damn live on. Putting this desk together, man. So I was gonna wait till 3, but y'all can rock out on screen while I do this, man. P Rose, you gotta earn that rent, short. What's going on, man? Look, man, I know a lot of people said I was capping for saying this. I'm not capping. Right now I'm trying to put the desk together, trying to start working on a new setup, y'all. But hold on, let me just turn the music off. I don't even want to. Any Dirk ain't worth a copyright straight. But yeah, man, I know a lot of people mad that I said this though. But it's a lot of things I want to say about all this situation with KD and even with Brian, bro. I'm starting to see this, and I'm gonna say this now. You LeBron fans, because it ain't got to necessarily be about nobody who at the crib or anything like that. But I'm noticing that. Salute, Tiff. Salute. He said, get back, bro. Get off my desk. Move, get back. What he say? KD the king of the NBA when LeBron is clearly declining. KD fans wear it like it's a badge of honor. Laugh out loud. I guess we wait 15 seconds to say so. Congratulations. No, it's just LeBron great though. We just talking about right now. If you compare their careers to a whole, bro, get back. If you compare their careers to a whole, like KD don't stand a chance next to LeBron. It's like it's not even a debate. It's not even up for questioning or tasking that, man. It's like it's not close. LeBron is gonna go down as one of the greatest players of all time. But you get the this is what you guys understand. You get the nod of being the best player in the playoffs. And obviously LeBron clearly declining. And it ain't his fault, man. He's been good for 18 years, 20 plus years. Like a lot of players don't do that, So it's just the next man up. I know a lot of people said I was capping. Can somebody inform me when KD was the best player in the league? Every year he was with the Warriors, he was the best player in the NBA. Extreme say people celebrating winning one round like a championship. I remember John Wall in the second round ran the table like D Wade in Miami, and then lost to Boston in Game 7. Look, anybody looking salty after that. Let me put the link in here just in case y'all want to join. No, I agree. KD is the best right now. We'll drop a link if anybody want to join. I'm putting this desk together, man. Trying to get the new setup. Dwight said, no, I agree. KD is the best right now. I'm just commenting on the guy trying to knock LeBron. Yeah, man. It's like, bro, with LeBron fans, bro, they take everything like disrespect, bro. Now, like I said, I never had a problem with Bron. Bron is number 2 on my list. One of the greatest, if the greatest small forwards of all time. It's like for me, it's just his fan base. I'm trying to tell. Hold on, I got my boy Taj in here. Taj, what's going on? Like, as much as they complain, bro, like, I'm seeing it now. And I'm talking about from a future reference. LeBron fans are going to act like how Jordan fans now. When we get older and LeBron gone, and we talking about the good old days, they're going to do the same thing. Because everything they complain about KD, they do this. This was the same thing going on with LeBron. And there's like, certain people won't respect because there's like a whole point now. Only thing LeBron fans can do is talk about the past. Like I said, KD can't sniff LeBron's career. It's not close. He'll never be on LeBron level when it comes to career-wise. But we talking right now as of today, somebody got to take over. LeBron is clearly not the best player no more. And ain't nothing, and it's not a knock to him, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's been great for so long. He's been great 20 plus years. So we just have to be ready to move on. Like I said, it's not a knock on Bron. He been good for so long. Taj, what's the word?
Oh no, nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. Yeah. LeBron, he's not the best player in the league right now.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that at all, man. Cause like,
Wait,
bro,
but
he
what's
been
your
dominant for so long. I'm putting his desk
Um,
together, man. Keep trying to get the news. KD ain't the best. Turn them cap locks off, bang. Who is it? If it ain't KD, then who? I don't think Joker can do it yet. I don't think
wait,
I
but
don't
hold
think
on,
Joker.
ALSB. What
What
you
up?
like talking about the best player in the world. So what do you like basing that shit off on of?
When because the best players is when you become the best player in the NBA is in the playoffs during money time. So whoever is the best player in the playoffs, that's usually the
yo,
best
yo,
player.
yo, salute.
What up?
Yo,
What up,
yo, yo.
True? What up, True?
Okay,
What up, True?
Hold
what up,
on.
True?
What up?
Nasty ass title. It's 2012.
Wait to see who won Finals MVP. I agree with that.
Listen, man. Hold on. Is this 2012 or this 2021?
It's 2021, bro.
So this dude, how old is KD?
He like 30, some 30,
Let me
30.
double check. Let me double check.
I think he like 30, 32, something like that. He ain't that old.
Let me double check.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Like
He's still young.
32, played 35 games,
Uh-huh.
started 32.
Yep.
Listen, man. Hey, that man ain't no best player in the league, man. We gotta cut that shit up, man. You
Who?
disrespect the new generation. You disrespect the new generation talent, man, in the league, man. Saying that
Who?
shit, man.
So if it ain't him, then who?
Yeah.
He not even the best player on his team. That's the crazy thing about it.
That's Cap. I think
No,
that's Cap.
I think
It's
it's
James
James Harden.
Harden.
I think
Nah,
it's James Harden who's the best player in the Nets right now.
they just playing without. Y'all told me if James Harden ever get hurt, they getting washed. They just beat the shit out of the ball.
Hold on, man. Hold on. They didn't beat the shit out of it. You boosting it. You boosting it. They beat them. But let's keep it real. The Bucks lost because they wasn't hitting their shots. They was missing wide open
But
shots. They wasn't hitting. We all know if you ain't scoring against Brooklyn, you're not going to win. So
facts.
let's make that
Yeah,
let's make that clear.
because they was missing shots.
That's
But
all it is.
but but the whole point is this though. They shouldn't be trying to outscore
Yeah, you're
Brooklyn
not
anyway.
hitting shots.
But I don't Durant, man, he was struggling. Man, that man Durant was struggling against Jason Tatum, depleted Jason
But
both Celtics
he
team, man.
had. What you
Come
mean?
on, man.
He got. What you mean? He got two Finals MVPs. He got a ring on your boy.
Listen, he's
But
not even this not even the best version of KD, SB. Come on, like if it was
no,
like
no, I
like
agree with that.
3 years,
I
if
100%
it
agree with
was
that.
if it was 3 years ago, okay. But this is 2021. This man can't even stay healthy.
He been
Like
healthy so far in the playoffs. He haven't missed a game in the playoffs. He's averaging 32 points, averaging what 7 or some boards, 3 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field,
hey,
40% from three.
listen, he's still at least
Efficient.
scored. He still at least scored.
What
Don't
up,
mean he the
Roscoe?
best.
No, he playing both sides. He's not playing. He just had 29 and 10 last game. What are you talking about?
Don't do. They ain't playing on both sides. We ain't on caps like that, man. We
He
ain't
had
gonna cap
29
on
and
it,
10.
man.
If
Oh, let me
anybody
look at
else would have did that, if anybody else would have been did what KD did yesterday, even with the bad shooting, y'all have been calling him goated. Y'all real life hate that man. The
I
Curry
don't
fuck.
hate that man. KD, I like KD. Listen, KD
This is a
is
new year, man. You can't. You were living in the past, man. This is a new year.
LeBron not the best either though. So let's make that shit
Yeah,
clear.
LeBron's not. Yeah,
Let's make that
like
shit clear.
No,
yeah, LeBron's not
All
even
these
the
listen,
best player in the
all
world.
these
but it's.
motherfuckers that's been in the
I'm
league.
a
Listen,
I'm
all
LeBron
these
just saying.
motherfuckers.
No, he
Let's
ain't.
make
I'm a, yeah,
let's
I'm a
make the
LeBron
let's make
fan,
that clear.
and I damn sure don't think he's the
Let's make
best
that
player in the
clear. I
world right
don't
now.
listen. Let's make it clear. Like these,
But
listen. All these old motherfuckers. Let's keep it real. These old motherfuckers, man. Listen. These not the best in the league, man. They still talented players, of course, but let's
hey,
not. We're
all I'm
not
saying is. All I'm saying is this too, because I'm not trying to make it about Bron. We ain't got to talk about nobody who at the house. No disrespect to Bron, but I feel like look what I said. The heck of my boy, look, bang in the chat, man. Look, go ahead, Kelvin. You
Hey,
Ah,
got it.
it
hey,
was he
hey,
bang.
hey,
All right,
hey.
go
What up,
bang.
Hey,
man?
look,
What up, man?
what up, SB, man? What up?
Salute,
What's
What's
going
going
bang.
on,
on?
man?
Salute,
Man, I'm
bang.
just saying, I really, really dislike, you know what I'm saying, and don't agree with this dude. People saying this dude is, he the best player in the NBA. You
Mhm.
really have to let these playoffs play out,
Okay, I agree with that.
okay? from media, the world media, you know what I'm saying, not the YouTube media, because you know it's a lot of hate on YouTube. It's
Facts.
hating the real media too. But if you take a look at it, when Kiwi won it, not Kiwi, if y'all don't know who Kiwi is, that's
Kiwi.
Kawhi Leonard. That's what we
Yeah, we
call
know
him when
Kawhi.
you know what I'm
Okay,
saying.
Kiwi.
He won the Finals MVP with Toronto, and they was
Yep.
donning this guy the best player in the world.
Correct.
Damn near everybody. Now, who was the last Finals MVP?
Ron?
Until we have to wait and see who's the next one. These playoffs ain't over with, dog. I know one thing. I know Brooklyn better win. They
Yeah, they
better win,
should.
bro.
It's
They
either gonna be
better
Milwaukee
win.
or Brooklyn. For sure. For
They
sure.
better.
Salute
They better.
everybody. I see y'all in the
Now I got,
comments.
now
I'm
I
putting this
got,
desk
I,
up.
I got more.
They
We know
Now
Brooklyn
I
ain't.
got
We know
Milwaukee
Brooklyn
beating
ain't going.
Brooklyn though.
Brooklyn ain't going.
But
James Harden
man,
hurt.
let me say
I,
this. Let me
I
say this to
got
Bang though,
Milwaukee.
real quick. Bang. The reason why I fuck with you, even though I come at like LeBron fans, because I don't fuck with LeBron fans. You the only true LeBron fan I fuck with because you're not biased. When it's time to speak the truth, you speak the truth. That's why I fuck with you and I always come support your shit. Because you're not one of them
right
overbiased fans. But you can admit, when we get older and LeBron long and gone, bro, I think LeBron fans gonna start acting like how Jordan fans act, bro. I swear I see it, bro. I
now.
swear
Now
they gonna.
some people, I to a degree, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just take it over the top. You can't
Facts.
just say numbers. It's not all about just numbers. You know what I'm saying? I look at the totality of things. You know,
Yep.
how many final MVPs, how many MVPs you got in regular season, and what records do you hold in the NBA?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and
You
that
know what I'm
matters.
saying? It's about individuality, bro. It's not about team accomplishments. That's just icing on the cake, from my point of view. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and the
And
crazy
a
part
lot of
about it is,
a
look,
lot of people can't get with that. You know, they be in their feelings and shit. Oh,
yeah,
my
and
bad. I mean,
no, it's all love. You know, you my boy, go crazy. But no, it
you
said
know
the
what I'm
reason
saying?
why I say that because look, most things when LeBron fans say when you go to debate, they say you can't bring up finals record. That's a team accomplishment, right? As soon as he
Yep.
lost in the first round, they brought everybody been posting LeBron first round record compared to everybody else. And I'm thinking like, bro, y'all always tell me records don't matter. That's a team accomplishment. Like, so what's the difference now? So when it's in his favor, that's all I said. I say y'all finna be just like Jordan fans. I see it, bro. Y'all just
Look
wanna.
though, look though,
Yeah.
you gotta
But they're
you gotta
already the
admit,
same thing right now.
right? You
Mm-hmm.
gotta admit though that MJ fans kicked that shit off. They
They
made it
did.
like that.
They did.
They made it like that. And look, they so damn double standard, bro. It's so funny to me, bro. You know where we live at. You know Jordan God where we live at. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm
facts.
saying? But at the end of the day, bro, you know what I'm saying? I watched them both. I take into like I said, a totality of your career as far as that meaning your competition,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Finals competition and playoff competition and conference you win. You know what I mean? I taken everything into account. And I just feel like LeBron's just better, bro. It's
Yeah,
nothing you can tell me.
and then it's like that's another thing people don't get messed up at. And even like, bro, it's not wrong. Like, we gonna have our own opinion. But when people be
Right.
like, SB, you a KDR or Bang, you a Bron, I'm like, bro, you can't get
Hey,
mad at my opinion, bro. That's our
right, but
opinion.
you know who used to be my second favorite player, bro.
KD.
It used to be KD. KD, I've stated it. Oh, I even fought bees on it. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like he a top 10 talent of all
Yeah,
time.
I used to fuck with
Facts.
KD
You know what I'm
in
saying?
OKC.
I mean, people get mad at that, but Joe, mentally, he just the weakest superstar ever, bro, to me.
And
Just
that's why
mentally, bro.
yeah. And
And
that's
that when he went to Golden State, Joe, that took a lot from me. He could have went anywhere, but they beat you, man. They beat you.
yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's like your opinion on that. I respect who I got winning tonight. Milwaukee might win, low key. I ain't gonna lie.
And
Milwaukee might win.
Milwaukee might not get a game, bro.
If
What?
they don't, they,
Hey,
bro,
No.
Bambi ain't ready. I keep telling people they didn't even
thank you.
have Harden, and he couldn't pull that game out, bro.
People
Well, they
told
just
me if Harden
they just
if
couldn't
Harden don't
make
play, it's
shots.
a wrap, and they still whoop their ass.
They
That's what I'm
they could
saying,
they,
bro.
yeah,
It's like
they couldn't even make shots too.
You
bro.
can't try to
It's no.
outscore Brooklyn.
Ain't nobody hurt, bro. People was telling me Middleton the most clutches on the team, and he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that. Just wait,
Mm-hmm.
man. I do not believe in those guys. Period.
Yep. I don't either. at first, I was like, you know, I think I believe in it, but it's like if you go try to sit here and outscore Brooklyn, why are y'all shooting 33 points? That's not y'all game. As soon as y'all play the Nets, now you want to shoot 33s. If you're not playing defensively, the Nets, they're not gonna win the game. You try to outscore the Nets, they don't have the scores to do that. Period.
Right. And see that's what I'm saying. Everybody talked about their defense and everything. It's the same thing that happened with the Lakers. I know they out and everything, but that
Yeah.
perimeter defense got their ass toe off.
Yeah, easily.
Okay. Okay. Toe off. Okay. Destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you ain't lying.
Milwaukee looked like a JV team when I watched the highlights. I'm just being honest. To me, they look like they didn't really belong, bro. And when you give it to your guy, fear the deer, 2-time MVP, what you gonna do, bro? How old is he? 26, right? 27, 26? Man, that's no
Giannis,
way.
yeah, he's like 27. Giannis like
Bro,
26.
there's no way, bro. He should have laid back and just let KD do what he did.
Yep. And if
Well,
you're a back-to-back,
right.
MVP and defensive player, there's no way you shouldn't be the best player in the NBA. Period.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's sad.
Now I don't know if Giannis injured or not. Is he injured or not?
That man healthy.
I ain't heard nothing about him being
But
injured.
here's the thing, though. He showed up to play. Everybody else hit their shots. To be fair.
Yeah, like we
Hey.
literally just seen the game. Like they.
What his game has changed.
That's what I'm saying. You got to get better, bro. You got to work on something.
Ain't nothing. He played the same.
Harden said it best.
Yeah.
Say it again. What Harden tell him, man?
Harden said it best. It don't take no skill to be 7 foot and just dunk the ball.
Don't.
I'm just saying, you have to be. I'm to me, it's like, bro, all the flack when you be with the quote and the title best player in the world, Joe. I feel like Kobe actually went out there and earned that shit. You know what I mean? Bron went out there and earned it. These dudes ain't went out there and earned shit. Not to me, bro. You can't like they people with this Luka thing. You know what I mean? Like it's just egregious, man. It's asinine.
And speaking of Luka,
you can't.
Not go crazy.
No, it's cool. I was just saying. They haven't proven anything.
Yeah, and the crazy part about Luka. Now I was telling people that Porzingis don't like playing with him, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, bro, Porzingis don't like playing with him, bro. I said, hey, like, why you say no?
Yeah.
I said, bro, well, look at if you watch it, if you know basketball and watch the game, bro. All Porzingis do over there is sit in the corner, and literally what came out when they lost, he don't like playing with him.
Yeah, because he's a ball dominant point guard.
All Luka do is shoot the ball. If he get double teamed, that's when he pass.
This is what I mean by alpha players. I think the saying about real alpha players can't play together. Okay.
Yep.
The boy Porzingis used to being the man, bro.
Yep.
He's used to being the man, and he's uptight. He's not comfortable with deferring to Luka. He don't respect Luka enough.
He don't.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Same thing happened with Miami when LeBron and they built that team. Okay. LeBron didn't want to step on his toes because Wade is older. You know what I'm saying? Big bro and all that shit. You know what I mean? But he had to. Everybody and their mama know that Wade game ain't nowhere near dudes. So in order for us to do this thing, you have to pretty much know the pecking order. You know what I mean? It's the way it is. You can't. That's why LeBron and Kyrie didn't work out. Yeah, because Kyrie feel he don't. The respect is not there, bro. If the respect ain't there, it ain't gonna work.
Nope.
And I still to this day, you can hear me saying I feel like Kyrie was the best player that LeBron played with, the best teammate he had.
Yeah, I see that. But even LeBron, I told you on your channel that
everybody, right? Everybody love to say that it's Wade. You know what I mean? But they the same player. They went to 4 straight finals. They didn't win them all because Wade, they the same. They don't move. They don't do well without the ball. They don't move around without the ball well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just the way it is. As far as Anthony Davis, the reason it worked out, they got a championship year 1 is because he's a big.
Yeah. And he only one person, so he can easily shut the ball and change his game. Yeah. And to me, and it was like, at the end of the day, I feel like it got to be the next man up. Like, LeBron ain't, the best player in the NBA no more, which is fine, bro. I keep telling people like that, like all SBU hate. I said, bro, this man dominated the league for 20 years. He shouldn't be the best player in the league. And it's fine that he not. He done did his time. He done ran his course. But is saying LeBron not being the best player in the league, he gonna be garbage? Hell no, because LeBron on the regular is still like a downgrade. LeBron is still better than half the league. But the emotional LeBron fans think you just hate him. If you say he's not the best, then you hate him, and that's not the case. He just old,
Right.
bro. He's cool.
Right. And see that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, I'm still gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he was injured. Once he come back healthy and he gonna perform up the par like he has, then I don't have no problem with saying he's not the best.
Yeah. Then we got AD. AD stay hurt, boy. It ain't no. That boy need to go to the doctor.
No, I'm talking about as far as individual performing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because before he got injured, he was leading candidate, and they was in the 2 spot, going for the 1 spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For in the NBA, and that was coming out for a Finals MVP. So I get, you know what I'm saying? That's how I evaluate everything.
Yeah, and I look at it the same way too, though. Like, but cause I feel like even LeBron on bad gonna still give you probably like 24, 7 and 7, even on the down year. On one leg, he still did this. So like he's gonna still be great. But him being the best now, the question is,
I don't. To be honest, I don't think he gonna be able to give you that.
What you think he'll give like what 22, 6 and 6?
No, I think he probably gonna be giving you 20 points, maybe 20 points, 7 and 6, maybe.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna be averaging 27 anymore.
I think because his athleticism is waning, bro. It's waning.
Yeah.
It's just
his athleticism, his reflexes, it's not consistently there no more.
Yeah, and I was explaining to like, because another reason I put KD first, and I said he gotta be the best. Same way about all these other. I don't respect none of these other players while I believe in them. It's no way in hell that the Nets should win, and we know what's their clear flaw about their team and their defensive flaws, and we still saying that we don't believe in Milwaukee, who's a 2-time MVP Defensive Player of the Year. So it's like he can't be the best. Then who we got next? Devin Booker, he ain't ready yet. You may say Joker, but we got to see how far Joker go. He's making a good case for himself. I can admit that, but. Then after that, who else? Who really else can you really put in that conversation?
Ain't no damn KD though. Let's just keep this.
Who is it?
It ain't KD. But you could put if you put Giannis, you switch places with Giannis and KD, Brooklyn's a better team. Let's just be honest.
I won't necessarily say that.
They're a better team.
How? When Giannis need the ball in his hand. You got James Harden and Kyrie who's gonna dominate the ball.
Giannis don't need a ball in his hand. I don't know why. Which y'all been watching this season? He don't need a ball in his hand.
I mean, yeah, because he got you.
He's not top of the key all the time. They put him in on the post. He doing fadeaways now.
Right.
I mean, like you said, will Giannis ever be a shooter? I mean, we don't ever gonna probably see that.
But look, LeBron not a shooter though.
LeBron not a shooter.
But he's a better shooter.
I guarantee he can knock it down when he needs to though.
He's a
that's all. If Giannis ever becomes a shot maker, bro, it's over for them guys.
It's over.
But here's the thing though: does he have to be a shot maker to be the best?
Yes.
No,
yes, indeed, bro. Hey, listen, bro. Without him, he'll end up being a damn specialist if he don't be getting that damn shot.
Tell him again.
I'm telling you. I'm just saying, bro.
Was Kareem a shot maker?
Yes. What are you talking about? Yes, he was.
The reason why I say that because when Kareem was successful, you have to give the ball. Like Giannis is a big. When you a big, you need somebody has to give you the ball in the right spots you succeed. I don't care how good you is as a big.
Mm-hmm.
That is the reality.
Right. So Giannis is a power forward, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In this day and age, he could slide to center, but he would get his ass destroyed. He would get destroyed by Embiid and the likes of Jokic. Right.
Yeah, but you name two of the like they doing it to everybody though.
Right. Okay. I mean, look, it's Giannis to me, he's still kind of raw. He developing. So let's just see where it's at in another 5 years.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
all
You
I'm
know,
saying, all I'm saying is, we so accustomed to the quote unquote the
Shit.
LeBron James and the Michael Jordans and Kobe's a type of way to play. We're so accustomed to that, or they was featured as the best person to lead. We expect the next person to be that same type of person.
I wouldn't say be that same type. It's just dominate the game, bro. You were the
hey,
you
Yeah,
were
but
every person you named dominated when it was their time
I,
to dominate.
I feel you, but like you said, we talk about Giannis with his deficiencies, but like you said, he does show positive too. But we ain't like he ain't out there that he's doing shit.
I see
We ain't
y'all in the
getting
hey,
comments, bro. I'm
but
putting my desk together. I can't read them all, but I
hey,
see y'all in the comments. So
but
salute.
you know what the problem is? You know why people is pointing out the negatives, bro? Because the negatives been there too long with no improvement.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
like we know he can run to the basket and dunk on your ass. We know he got shots like defense. We know he can he can move his feet and all that great shit. But they start the blueprint on how to beat you has been out. It worked 2 years in a row. Okay, what are you gonna do differently?
Yep. And he hasn't done
That's
nothing
what
to
that's
beat
what
them.
right. That's what I'm waiting on, bro. I mean, and this just coming from my point of view of it. You know what I mean? Because everybody get previewed, evaluated by me the same. Okay, I've been saying I never said LeBron was the GOAT until 2013. That's when I was like, man, this dude got potential to be the greatest of all time.
Mhm.
And I said that I started saying that in 2013. You know what I mean? And it went because it's not just about rings with me, bro. It's about the totality of what you do. And Scotty said it too. Scotty took the words right out of my mouth. Even
Mhm.
though he retracted them because he loved Jordan, he was drunk that day. You feel me?
Jordan got
And
on that
it,
head, bro. What you saying on
right.
TV, bro?
And look, and let me tell you why he retracted it. Because he was mad. He was mad at Jordan because the documentary, bro.
Yep.
Scotty was
Yeah.
mad. You know what I mean? And then he tried to get back in graces with Jordan. So he like, man, who out the band? Remember that? And I don't know if y'all remember, but it was on Undisputed where he came on there and was like, man, I don't remember saying that. He looked drunk as hell, bro. he was cold in the game. Go check it out though. He had a Jordan jumpsuit on and everything. I was like, this dude Jordan drunk right now for real.
Jordan don't play that.
You know,
And then look,
you're right.
bro, money. This is the problem right here. Giannis dropped 35. KD dropped 29. I don't get how he the king. Westbrook drop a triple double all the time. Nobody say Westbrook the best point guard in the league. Stats don't matter. It's about winning the game, bro. We know Giannis gonna give you 30 and 12 or 30 and
Hey,
18. If you're gonna
hey,
win,
but come on now though. But Russ be getting disrespected, bro.
yeah, they disrespect Russ.
Yeah,
I
he
think
been getting
Russ
disrespected, bro.
they disrespect the hell out of Russ.
He get disrespected toughly, bro. People got mad at me because I said, hey, I'll take Russ over Steph Curry, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
I'll
no
take
blame
I'll
him.
take you know what I'm saying? I'll
Y'all
take
blame him.
Westbrook over him. And niggas they like, why man, you tripping, bro? I said Westbrook doing what he don't need nobody else so he can what's the name? He gonna do what he do anyway, no matter what. You know what you get. Stephanie Curry game is predicated on having other great players around him. Period.
For him to win, I agree with that.
For him to win, bro. Like he could his this is the prime example is he did not make the playoffs, man. He just didn't make it. You had two shots. I understand you losing to LeBron, okay? But what I don't understand is you losing to a lowly ass Memphis team.
Yep.
You let a young
Child.
bull take you out. You see what Kiwi did. Kiwi came on back. He was like, nigga, I'm not gonna let you get beat me, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Cause
I need
I would have eviscerated his ass if he'd have lost that game. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
cause cause
I need
Luca's
I need
only 3
Scooby
years
Doo and
younger.
them to take that
Yeah.
mask off. I know Jordan when I see one. That wasn't
Yeah.
Kawhi. That was Mike.
Yeah. I can understand that. But I mean,
Mm.
like I don't really when Steph Curry don't miss the playoffs. It was like was it really like I don't. End of the day, like you say, they lost to Memphis. They had to coach one of the Lakers, of course, the first playing. They lost to
Mm.
Memphis. But like, be honest with you, though, but they would have. Let's be real. Like, be honest with you, though. I mean, they they would have wasted time anyway. Let's be real. They would have lost some pills anyway. Let's just be
Yeah,
honest, though.
yeah, they would have got spanked.
yeah, they would have
So
got
it's like
smacked by Phoenix
that's
too.
how that's why I kind of look at it. Like I ain't giving no excuses, but I'm just saying like I'm not you can whatever. But I'm saying they would have lost anyway.
Yeah, but see, my point is this though. Okay, we all agree that LeBron's not the best player in the league. Okay, you say it's not KD. Y'all still ain't ask my question. So if it ain't KD, then who?
I don't really know right
If we
now.
going by
But I
if we
can't.
going
I
by
can't.
this
I
year,
mean, well,
I can't say KD because like I said
honestly,
before,
I
like
can't say
I
anybody. I
gotta
can't
say,
say
yeah, like
anybody
because
right
you,
now.
I mean, you may go because I know so you may go over that game one, but like I said, that game one they got lucky that game one. My thing, because the Bucks are not gonna keep shooting like that. You're not gonna keep shooting bad like that.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
the
they
You know
Bucks
what
not
I
play the
mean?
way they
they not gonna
play, though, they gonna lose
they not
because
gonna
you
keep
can't
shooting.
outscore Brooklyn, bro.
No,
You
they're not.
gonna
But
lose
they
like
hold on.
that.
They only scored. They only scored on. They still what
It's still lose.
like it's still
What
it was still a
nah.
close game.
Hold on. Yo, salute to the chat.
up,
But
Big Sal?
Shoot,
What
Big
was the
Sal.
score? Top of my
but
head? Hold
in
on.
regards to your question, I think this is the first time where like it's still up for grabs. It's just like
Right, I
2018 when
think so
KD went
too.
down because it's up for
I think
grabs.
it's
That's
up
what I
for
think.
grabs.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Because to be honest with you,
yeah.
when has KD like what year did KD ever definitively prove that he was the best player?
On the Warriors. What are you talking
Hell
about?
no. Hell
I
no.
keep telling y'all that
He
because y'all
was.
be
He
too
was. I
Hell
emotional.
mean,
no.
he
No,
was
no,
back
no,
into
no.
the ring.
No, as
He was the
I
best player
no,
in the
no,
Hands
hold
NBA
on,
when he was
down.
on the
SB,
Warriors.
SB.
What do you
I
mean by
counteract with
hands
this.
down? Because
No,
nothing's
hold
really
on.
hands
No, he
down.
wasn't.
Who was better than him?
Nothing hands
LeBron.
down.
But
Technically,
hold
No, he
on.
wasn't.
Can I ask you this question?
Go ahead. Go
What
ahead.
is
Yeah.
the hardest thing to do in as for a basketball player to do? Period. What is the hardest thing to do?
What, play defense?
No. What is the hardest thing to do for a basketball to do or achieve in the NBA? What is the hardest thing to do?
Win the
Win a
championship.
championship. Win a
No,
championship.
not win a championship. Lead your team to a championship.
Lead
That
the
is the
team.
hardest thing to do. There's literally no more than I can't name no more than
All right.
15 guys in NBA history who
Salute.
led their team to championship. You know what I
oh,
mean?
Okay.
So the
man,
fact that
True,
KD
J
hasn't
Mac.
proven, the fact that KD hasn't proven that, that's why I'm saying this year's up for grabs. He never be able to prove that. Even
that's
with the
not
Okay.
Warriors,
true.
yes.
But
That's not true.
It is true. With the
that's
That's
not
not
Warriors,
true.
he
true.
was. Hold on. If I
Right.
ask y'all on the Warriors, he was the best player, but was he the leader? Was he the leader?
It doesn't matter though, because
That don't
Draymond
It
Green.
does
matter.
matter.
I
So I'm gonna
mean,
It
tell
does
you. I'm
matter.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
It definitely
You
does
don't have
matter.
to be. You know how many great leaders ain't the best in the NFL. You know how many people that's lead that was like you can like
Why? Hold
dog.
on. True.
You don't gotta be the best player in the
Why
world to
don't
be a
no one?
leader.
Hold on.
Like
to
that's
be
Last
a
year, why didn't
leader,
no one
like
I
consider?
got him. I got
Hold
him.
on.
Go ahead. Go
Why didn't
ahead.
no
Big
one
Sal.
consider eight? Hold on. Who
Go.
was
I'm
the
gonna ask
best
you a question
player
when you're
on the
done.
Lakers last year?
huh?
Last year, who was the best player on the Lakers?
Which was
LeBron.
all
LeBron.
year, or you talking about
LeBron.
all year?
Why? I'm
Because
asking
he's
why.
LeBron. What do you talking? I mean, what are you talking
What
about?
type of reason is that? No, I said why? Because no, the
It
reason why.
doesn't matter, dude.
No, it
Like
does. Why? Because,
it
like I
doesn't
said,
matter. That doesn't. That leaders, y'all. Like I said
Yeah,
before,
that
y'all take
you
that
said
leadership,
leadership
LeBron.
yeah,
shit.
like that.
No,
It's
you
like
said
it's the end
LeBron, and
all
yet
be all.
AD had better stats that year. But why did you say
Hold
LeBron?
on, because first of all, let's keep it. That's reasonable. First of all, let's make it clear. AD had a better playoffs than LeBron, for one.
But you
Let's
said
make that clear.
LeBron.
That's why.
I'm asking you,
And
why
the
did you say
That's
LeBron?
finals.
why. That's why the clarification about overall. But in the day, during the playoffs, where it matters when it's time to win the championship, who was doing that whole playoff? It was
You
AD.
chose, bro. You
AD.
chose
But then
LeBron
the finals
because you know
win.
LeBron was
You
the
know what I'm
leader of
saying?
that
But
team. That's why.
your question was last season. Period. Last
Yes.
season all
And you
around.
said
Period.
Like
who?
last
LeBron.
season.
You said LeBron, right?
Okay, but that doesn't mean it's not the
Okay.
total. Was LeBron James the best player to win the championship? No, he was not. So what are you saying? That's why if you talking about the whole season, the regular season to the all the way to playoffs, it was gonna be LeBron.
Hey,
But
what's
y'all,
going
I'll
on?
say it for both.
Man? What's going
Yeah.
on? I appreciate you letting me come on. I just wanted to jump in because it was turning into
what up, Sal?
a one-on-one
To
on
me,
the debate
Bro,
to
style.
me,
what's
you
good,
can't consider.
Sal?
To me, you cannot be the best player unless you have proven till he's done that once.
That's not true.
KD never did that.
That's not
KD
true.
never did that.
That's okay. Answer this question.
Ever.
That's not true. Is Jimmy Butler better than Kawhi Leonard?
Hell no.
No.
Okay,
No.
then he's a leader. Okay, when we criticize Kawhi Leonard for not being a
Hey, hold
leader,
on. Here's the
and Jimmy
thing. Here's the
Butler's a
thing.
leader.
The
So what are you
difference
Yeah,
talking
Jimmy
is
about?
when
Butler's a
Kawhi.
leader.
No. The
Yeah,
difference
for
is when
sure.
Kawhi went to Toronto, he got the job done. Period. That's the difference.
He wasn't a leader. He wasn't
What
necessarily
you
the leader of
talking
that
about? He
team.
was the
He
superstar of
wasn't.
that team. Yes or no?
And
Did he get
Katie
the job
wasn't
done? Yes
superstar
or no?
Yeah,
nowhere, but
Kawhi
Katie
wasn't a
wasn't
It
superstar
doesn't
leader.
nowhere.
matter. Did he
Jimmy
get the
Butler
job
was
It's
a
the
done?
same.
leader.
It's the same
Injuries are part
shit.
of the game. Injuries part of the game. Did he get the job
I'm
done?
talking. No. I'm talking about with Kate. Listen. Kawhi Leonard got traded to the Toronto Raptors. He basically was a final
He didn't put
piece.
himself there. He got traded there
Yeah, but
involuntarily. He did not even want to go there.
Kyle Lowry on in that Raptors team, Kyle
Well,
Lowry was their leader, and he wasn't the best player. It's
right.
Kawhi.
He still was a final
But
piece. He was final
he
piece
asked
of the
me who
puzzle.
was better. He asked me who was better, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi. I said Kawhi because, like I said, he got the job done.
And how KD didn't get the job done when he
And
did his
also,
job? That don't make
Kawhi
any
also
sense.
got better accolades too. So that's the reason why.
What you mean better accolades? And
He
what
has
aspect?
two defense player of the years, and there
What
was 2
aspect?
seasons where
Hold on.
I
First of all,
just can I finish?
career
There was
point
2
totals,
years.
career point
There was
totals, all
2
that stuff. It
years.
doesn't add up.
There was 2 years where Kawhi was top 5 in MVP votes. Jimmy Butler was only that 1 year. And once again, on top of that, Kawhi has more All-Star appearances and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
I agree
That's
with
not
that.
counting. That's not counting the fact that once again, when he took his team to the finals, he got the job done.
And KD didn't.
That was not his team.
Okay.
Proven. Like, what do you mean? They proven
I'm
to
not
win
saying what.
without
I'm not.
him. They proven to humiliate and beat him the year prior. What else they need to prove?
What you mean prove? End of the day, they needed KD. Vice versa.
No. Both they need each other. There's no one-sided
Okay.
thing.
No,
They
it
need
ain't.
each
I'm
other.
not saying it's not one sided, but end of the day, he did when he was asked to do on that team, he did and help them win.
He was
So does
asked to do what he usually does at OKC, which is simply be a dominant
No,
scorer.
no.
He wasn't
First of all,
asked. He wasn't asked to be the best defender.
First of
He
all,
wasn't asked to be the primary playmaker. He wasn't
not
asked to be the leader. He was not.
That's not.
Wow.
That's not. First of all,
How's
he
that
was
not true?
first of all, his
How's
best
it not true?
defensive peak.
How's it not true?
His best defensive peak was when he was on the Warriors. That's fact. You can't argue
I
that.
can argue
Okay.
that last year on the OKC was
Okay.
his peak. To be honest
My
with you.
fault. Now, what I missed, though. Okay. Now, my question for Big Sal, right? You said
Yeah,
KD
yeah.
wasn't the
He
best.
didn't play no.
You said KD wasn't the best because he wasn't ever the leader. Okay, so that means Steph Curry not the best because Steph Curry was never the leader of the Warriors. It was Draymond Green, but we all know Draymond Green.
Right.
Hell no. We all know
exactly.
Steph Curry is the leader of that franchise. Get
No,
out of
he's
here.
not. It's Draymond
Yes, he
Green.
is. Get out of
it
here
was
with that.
Draymond.
Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Draymond Green ain't nothing without Steph Curry. Let's get out of here with that.
They both leaders. Let's make that clear, right? But
No,
in the day,
Steph Curry is the
Being a
leader.
vocal leader.
I mean, they both hold weight when it comes to leaders of that team, right?
If Steph Curry went to Bob Myers and said, "I want Draymond Green out of here," I promise you, Draymond Green get the fuck up out of here.
That don't mean he's not the leader, though.
How the hell he's not, bro? That's crazy. Y'all.
They both leaders. You got multiple leaders on the team. You got multiple leaders on the team. But here's the problem, right?
That's crazy.
End of the day, when KD got there, when he wasn't leader, whatever case may be, he still did his job. That's his end of the day. He did his job. At the end of the day, and he showed up. He did what he had to do. That's it.
No one denying that. No one's denying that. But like I said, I don't think you can consider the best player in the league if you have never led your team to a championship. That's why I said this year. That's why I said this year's up for grabs. And if you don't believe me, how many other hypothetical players that you say were the best player in the league would actually led their team to the championship prior to LeBron? You thought Kobe. Why? Because he led his team to the championship. Shaq. Why? Like Jordan. Why? Like why? Tim
Was
Duncan.
the
Why?
best player.
Tim Duncan. Why?
Hold on. You consider Shaq.
What?
Hold on. You consider Shaq a leader?
Yes, Shaq was the leader. Was he not? If Kobe said multiple times that Shaq was the leader during the first three-peat, Phil said multiple times that Shaq was the leader during the first three-peat. Shaq said himself, and four other role players said he was the leader. What are you talking about?
This is why this leader we get caught up in his leadership because why did they say that because he was the best player?
Stop the capping, true. Stop the capping. We can tell who's the leader, bro. Like, stop that, man.
I don't. Well, Shaq. Listen, Shaq actions in the past showing that he's not a good leader. These are facts.
But Shaq has proven to lead his team to the championship. What are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. Okay, when you have a dude, first of all, I don't consider a dude that's always out of shape being a leader.
2009, 2001, he was not out of shape. That 2009, 2000, no.
Shaq stayed out of shape, bro. You lying?
No. 2009. I mean, hold on, not 2009. Hold on. 1999 and 2000, he was not out of shape. What are you talking about? He said Phil and him said himself. That was the one year he actually.
One time.
You said never. Never is never.
But how he's a leader? But you talking about you go some one time will make you a leader, man.
I'm telling you, what you talking about? Y'all saying Shaq was not a leader of the Lakers? Yo, wow.
I'm not saying he's not. But I'm saying is why they said. I'm not saying he was it. Are they saying that because he was the best player, or they said that because of his characteristics?
He always showed leadership.
Because he was not only the best player, but also he had the most impact on
Shaq
the
was the
team.
best player, bro.
The best player.
Shaq was the best player.
He's the leader. What are you talking about? The best. If you're the best player, you have the most impact on the team. You are the leader. What are you talking about?
No, that's not true.
Oh my
How's that not
God.
true? Give me players who not the best player and also didn't have the big impact was not the leader.
James Harden was not the leader on the Rockets.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was Chris Paul when Chris Paul was
Before Chris Paul even got to a conference championship, who's leader? Harden. Get out of here with that.
Who the leader of the Suns right now?
Chris Paul.
Is Chris Paul the best player on the team?
Before Chris Paul, were the Suns never in the playoffs.
Is Chris Paul the best player on the team?
No.
It's Devin Booker.
So your logic don't make sense.
It does make sense. I just said for you to be the leader, you have to at least be one of the best or have one of the best impacts on your team.
That's your definition. That's your definition.
CP does have the biggest impact on that team. What are you talking about?
That's your definition.
All right, so hold on. Y'all go down a whole list of players throughout the whole NBA history, and you quantify them leaders. Why do you quantify them leaders? Why?
There's people. You can be the fifth option of your team and be a leader.
Hey, True. Who your team? Hold on, wait. Watch this. True. Who your team is?
Boston Celtics.
Who the leader on the Celtics?
Marcus Smart.
Is he the best player on that team?
No.
Nope.
Come on.
Yeah.
And going back to that though, right? There's multiple leaders.
Marcus Smart has the biggest impact on that team?
No.
I said both. I'm not saying either or. I'm saying both. You have to have one of the biggest impact as well as be one of the best players on your team in order to be considered the leader of your team. That's what I'm saying. Y'all doing lopsided shit.
Right.
So what they got to do with KD?
Okay, but here's the thing.
I just said it. KD was not the most impactful player on the Warriors. That was Steph. And KD was definitely not the leader on the Warriors. No, he was not. Because guess what? I can prove that. The games, the games that literally every single game that Steph played out, the Warriors never had a winning record in any season.
Okay, that's cool.
Period.
No, I'm not,
with or without KD.
Okay, but so you trying to tell me he had no impact on that team?
No, I'm telling you, Steph Curry had the biggest impact on that team, and that's fact.
Okay, well that's cool. Listen, and that's a tough argument to handle because you know what I mean.
That's
Steph
not
Curry,
a tough argument. I just proved it.
Listen, I'm not gonna argue Steph Curry has a big impact on the work. Like he's what makes that system work. But here's the thing: KD still had impact on that team.
No one's denying that.
So it doesn't matter if he still have impact on the team and help you.
And he's the best player.
No, once again, I'm saying it for the fifth time. You have to be once again have one of the biggest impact on the team as well as be one of the best players on your team. I just told you Steph had the biggest impact, and KD was nowhere near the lead. He was not even the second or the third leader.
So why was it seasons he led the team in scoring?
So leading team scoring makes you the leading team scoring makes you the leader of the team. Yes or no?
But going back to the Warriors and people either you go back doing his defense on the Warriors. He was playing at an elite level defensively on the Warriors.
Yeah, he was better defensively than LeBron.
Don't say elite. Don't say elite. He was very good.
He was elite. He was one of the best.
If you say elite, okay, hold on. You can't say that when you never made defensive play. You never made a defensive team.
It doesn't matter. Sean Marion.
It does matter. What are you talking about?
Sean Marion never made all defensive team. You trying to tell me he wasn't elite defensively? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
No, you said he was one of the best defenders in the team, and I'm giving you.
He was third best on the team defensively. What are you talking about?
He was never made a defensive team. That's why I'm saying very good. You said elite.
You know how hard it is to make.
You said elite.
So Sean Marion wasn't never elite defensively.
Sean Marion was a very good defender. What's wrong with
he was
elite,
saying so that? He was right. He was never. So you was trying to tell me he wasn't elite defensively at all.
I just said he was very good. What's wrong with saying that?
That's cap.
There's levels to it.
Fuck.
What y'all arguing? Who was the best player? Curry, KD?
Nah.
We already know who had the best career. We already know
they don't want to accept it.
That's not even close.
SB, the best player in the world.
I think KD the best player in the world because all I asked if it ain't KD, then who? Ain't nobody brought up a different name yet.
I just said it's up for grabs this year.
Like I said,
Kawhi.
Kawhi not better.
No. Well, you think about it. Hold on. You think about it. Everyone honestly, it's between these four guys. Let's
Put
be
some
honest.
respect on
It's
Kawhi.
between KD, Giannis, Kawhi, and I would say Jokic.
Hey, LeBron, just because LeBron lost don't mean he's not in the mix. He's still.
LeBron not the best player.
It's up for
We have
grabs,
to
bro.
know.
You got eliminated. It is what it is.
Just because his team, got eliminated.
No, it's between these four guys, man. That's what it is. It's between these four guys.
So now LeBron's not even in the mix.
No,
know,
I'm saying
Can I get my
y'all really
opinion on the
forgot,
topic, bro?
dog. I'm not
you
even
can't
a
be.
LeBron fan, but come on now, so
No,
you say he's not even
no,
top 5 no more?
No,
no,
I'm
I ain't
saying
say that.
for the
I just
draft
say he's
this
not the
year,
best.
it's up.
he's not
No,
the
no one's.
best.
Yeah,
He's
that's what we're
not the
saying,
best.
bro. He's not the best this year. He's not.
He's not. And ain't nothing wrong with that
All
though. He's
right.
been
Ain't nothing
dominant
wrong
in
with
the
that.
league.
So, all right. So when the Lakers got the 1 seed next year, he in the MVP conversation. He
He's
back the
still
best
not the
player.
best player in the
That's
league.
different. And that once again, that's different. But once again, you said as of this point, he's not the best player. We have to see to the end of the playoffs to see the best player. Because to be
That's who
honest
you
with you,
find the best players.
Here's
That's
what
what I'm
it
that's
saying.
who you
is.
That
find it
don't
out.
matter.
That's what I'm saying. It's up for
If
grabs.
now if you say LeBron take the Lakers to the number 1 seed and then go to the finals and win the championship, yes, because the best player in the league is made during the playoffs. Giannis been having the number 1 seeds for the longest. He's not the best player.
He never
That
made.
don't
He never
matter.
took his team to the finals.
He
That
can prove.
matters.
No.
He can prove it this year. I know that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
Like,
I'm saying.
yeah.
It's up for this
I
year.
don't
It's
know.
up for
It's
grabs this
just
year.
not
What up, Dylan?
just because my team beat yours, don't mean or my team made it farther in the playoffs than yours. That's not end all be all. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Like,
No, yeah, you
I ain't
agree.
gonna
You're
lie.
right.
It's not end all be all the time though. But I ain't gonna lie. If Dallas would have finished off the Clippers, I would have said Luka's better than Kawhi now. I would have
He is
You
had
better
can
than
say
to.
that.
Kawhi.
You can
I would
say
He's
say
I
that.
still
would
that.
have
better
had.
than
I
Kawhi
would
this
say that.
series, though.
He's still better than Kawhi. I don't
No,
care.
Yeah,
nah,
he's
nah.
still
I would
hard.
say
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
still
think
better.
he is,
I
bro.
don't care.
Hold
I
on.
mean,
He's
Kawhi
still
got the
not.
W, and no, look at
Right.
Kawhi's stats, yo. Y'all disagreeing on stats.
Dude,
That
he
man
did.
shot
See,
Okay, he
even a
he's
lot of
did.
the
averaging like
games that the
22 a
Luka.
game,
Clippers
bro.
lost,
Okay,
Kawhi was
wait.
scoring right
I
with
got a
him.
question for the panel, y'all. I got a question for the panel. Watching that series, to me, it was clear that Luka was the best player on the court every game. Is
Yeah.
Not
anybody
every
deny
game.
that?
Not
Um,
game 7 or
I
6.
think that was a lot of the Clippers' game plan too, though, bro. Like you don't think
What?
because
Yeah.
a lot of them
What?
buckets was on Zubac, Reggie Jackson, Beverly. You know how he be switch hunting. The
That's
No,
their
Clippers
no.
were
fault
just
for not
That's
for
stacking.
part
not,
of the
not
game,
scoring on
man.
his
That's literally
assignment.
part of the game. That's literally part of the game.
Kawhi was barely guarding that man.
Barely
No,
guarding that
game
man.
7 he guarded him.
Barely.
Game 7
Yeah,
he
and
guarded
that's
him.
when
Nah,
the series changed. He should
Hey,
have
the
that's what
been
I'm
the
guarding him.
saying.
the
So if Kawhi had great stats and he came up with a W and he
I
showed
know.
up when the most Bible needed, he was the best player.
Dude, let's
If he would
yeah,
have been
cause
doing
Luka
this, the
ain't better
Clippers
than
would
him
have
yet
won a
though. He
bad
ain't
game.
better than him yet though. Is he
he's
gonna
very
be in
far
the
away.
future? But
I don't even listen.
Luka's
Listen,
not
he's
there
right
yet,
because he
bro.
far
just
away.
You
showed,
talking
he just
about?
showed, he just showed Luka. I can guard you, you can't guard
Let's
me.
keep let's
That's a
keep it.
fact.
Hold on. Let's keep this shit real, right? Dallas is it's going to be a very dangerous team in the future to come. But let's keep it
I
real.
disagree. I disagree.
Yeah, I hope
Dude,
they get Bradley Beal or not Porzingis.
hold on. That man is the best 22-year-old player I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
How
you
you
Yeah,
think
capping.
he built
You
different,
capping. Y'all
so you
capping.
trying
Yeah,
let's
he
keep it
built
And I'm
hold
different.
on.
surprised it's coming from USB.
huh?
Hold on. I don't even
I'm
like
surprised it's
hold
coming
on.
from
I don't even
USB. You
hold on.
seen
Let me make
Derrick
this clear.
Rose.
Yeah, D Rose went crazy.
I
Yeah, but he's
don't
not
know,
rookie.
bro. That's
He's
like
not
I ain't
rookie.
gonna lie. LeBron was like in his like 5th year, bro. I don't think he.
He was third year. Third year.
Listen,
No, I'm
Luka is
saying when LeBron was 22,
He was third year.
Yeah, yeah, in his third year.
he was
no, he's not.
18.
LeBron,
No,
that
no.
Ooh,
LeBron is
He,
y'all.
not
bro, remember
Brian.
his
That
birthday is
LeBron,
late. So when he starts the season, he already
he
counts
was
as one.
23.
He
He
was
already did like
22.
numbers. Yeah, but here's
His
the thing too about Luka though,
birthday
His
right?
fourth year, he was in
17.
the finals. But I
Right.
know the team thing and everything. But
Yeah,
Wait,
but
you
the
go
thing,
by when he
Luka,
was in the finals, or you go by when he started the season? What age?
They think somebody told me they think Luka lying about his age. I don't know though.
come on, he
Hey,
not
hell
He not
no,
lying about
man.
age.
he not
nah,
having
he's
the only
not
no
lying. He's
I
not.
hope not. I'm gonna say it'll start making a lot of
you
sense
can
though.
track them dudes' age though, and you're
No,
Yeah,
but
he
Luka's
played. He
he's
played
the
like
third
he's
best
30,
22-year-old ever.
On me,
But
because
here's the thing,
hey, like True said, he probably one of the coldest 22-year-olds I ever seen too, bro.
Oh
I ain't
yeah,
gonna
he's
lie.
third best of
I
all
don't
time.
even
bro. He got the experience. He came from the 2nd best league in the world. I don't know what the hell
exactly
Divock had going
Playing
on. Why
against
he ain't
grown
drafted
ass
number
men.
1?
Playing against
because he didn't
grown
want to
Because
be
it's
there. He
always
didn't
a
want to be there.
question mark. You never know.
No, Luka didn't want to be there. Let's keep it real. Like he didn't want to be
He
there.
was 17 and won the MVP in the 2nd best league in the world. What more do you
I
need?
mean, I don't
I
know,
mean, they
man.
call Hito Turkoglu the Jordan the Turkey. He had one good year in Orlando that was garbage. You never
That's
know.
not like
No.
he
See,
had,
Turkey.
he had decent years. He had
I
decent
don't think.
years.
I bet
Yeah, no, he was
Turkoglu
nice. He
wasn't
was
in
nice.
the.
Damn,
What Luka was
whatever it is.
in? What league? What league that was called the Euro League? I thought
I
they
think
said
so.
that was the
Euro
2nd
League,
best in
yeah.
the world.
SB with the link at my fault. Hold on, y'all.
No, it was top 3. It's a Spain got the
Heroes
second best
MVP
team.
at 22.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I don't know. I heard Divock had something personal against him or his family or something
damn,
like
did
that.
I put this on backwards?
Spain played the Euro League. So he played the second best league in the world. I mean, listen, Luka is already listen. Funny thing is about Luka is what he did overseas. He's already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. If he got enough accolades over there right now.
No, that's right.
But look at that. But here's the thing. Look at the accolades. Look at the accolades he's getting now. He was an All-NBA first team last year, a 2-time All-Star,
Yep.
Rookie of the
He's gonna get
Year.
that this year too. Yeah.
I mean, you trying to tell me? Listen, if he gets another shot maker on that team, a consistent shot maker on that team, and a better coach, because let's keep it real, we're calling out holding that team back.
He is.
Hold on. That's the thing, True. Hold on, True. Can I ask you a question? When was the last time the Mavericks signed a big time free agent?
They ain't. They never will. And I don't understand
I
why.
don't trust Mark Cuban, dog.
They could.
I don't trust
Mark
Mark
Cuban.
Cuban.
Bro.
True, they never did. True, they never
He's
did.
a good owner, though. He take care of his people.
That don't mean nothing. You ain't signing nobody.
Yeah, outside of the
I don't know
court.
why
But I'm
nobody
talking about
signed
his
to him.
basketball decisions.
When y'all let him captain
Outside of the court, yeah, he good.
Oh,
but here's the
some
thing.
more game.
Here's the thing.
currently Kawhi's the best
He
player
good
in
for
the
his
league.
community.
Hold on, but here's the thing though. Do they rely on free agency though? I don't
No,
think.
that's the
I don't
point.
know.
They tried
True, that's
to.
the
Y'all
point.
don't remember
With Luka,
they won the
with Luka-
championship and blew the team up and thought they was gonna get a big free agent in 2012 and it never came.
No, that's the point. Like with Luka's too good. That team is not gonna be bad enough to get high draft picks. They're gonna always make the playoffs.
Right.
So they have to sign somebody.
They also can make trades, and one of the
That's
trades
true.
that
Unless they trade for Beal, unless they trade for Bradley Beal, they're not doing nothing for the next 4 years.
Why you
And I
capping,
bet that
Simon?
trade requires Porzingis too, because his value ain't really.
KP ain't
It
nothing.
ain't like Dallas got a shitload of assets like that.
They don't.
And Luka
And they
ball
finna
dominant.
and they finna overpay for Tim Hardaway Jr. Right?
But here's the thing about the Bradley Beal. Here's the thing about Bradley Beal.
Oh yeah,
They don't have to get rid of Porzingis. Hold on. But here's the thing though. They don't have to get rid of Porzingis to get Bradley Beal because Luka's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal.
Who Porzingis is? I thought he'd been in the league way longer than that. No,
Luka is.
Yes.
Luka's on his rookie contract. They have the flexibility to trade
Hey,
to get Bradley
let me
Beal.
chime in on this subject though, man. I got in there early and two people, True and somebody else was going one-on-one. But basically, man, you know I'm a LeBron guy, but I feel like I'm still an objective person. I don't hate none of these players in the NBA. The main reason why I say that KD is not the king, he's arguably the best player. He's in the conversation, but I can't give him that due to the fact he's been pretty much injured the past 2 years, especially going in the postseason. And then going into this with LeBron going out, even though having injuries and other stuff, he's still this year is more of an argument going at the end of this year and going into next year. Is he still the player just off that premise? But he still has some talk because he did lead his team to a championship last year. So with KD, I can't say that. You've been hurt for the past 2 years. You've always been a top 2, top 3 talent in the league, but we can't give him that. He got to show if he can lead his team to a championship this year, he'll make a strong stake. But right now, you've been injured the past 2 years. And what you go back 3 years, LeBron had a growing injury. As soon as LeBron got hurt, they were already saying somebody was taking his spot. So you're going to tell me a dude that hasn't played for nothing in 2 years, he's the king of the NBA? Replace the name, you know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not saying we know he has the talent to be the best player. Nobody's arguing that. But he hasn't done that in 2 years to prove that he has a stake of saying he's the king.
Right.
And
to piggyback on South. And one of the reasons why also we ain't mentioned like why KD can't be the best, because let's be honest though, man, like they went in Brooklyn went up there and traded for James Harden.
With the super team thing.
No, it's not about.
I don't even say that, man.
Hold on. It's not even necessarily the super team thing. It's the fact that you have a championship level team
and then traded for Harden.
And you traded for Harden.
That's
They
not
were
KD
winning
fault
games
though.
without him
So
too.
I'm
you
not
telling
saying.
me
I'm not
some of his
saying.
GM did caused him not to be the best
But
player in the
We're
league?
not saying we're
That
not
don't
saying
make no
that at
sense.
all.
No. I'm saying that if you feel though somebody like KD's the best player in the world, why you can't be cool with the talent they have in their team was good enough to win a championship, correct?
Yeah,
But KD didn't say trade for James Harden.
He
Let's
not
be
He was
even the
about to
most
do
realistic.
that.
valuable
Let's
player
be
on
Hold
the
on, hold on,
realistic,
hold
team.
on,
man.
hold
He
on.
was about to do
Soon as
that.
soon as
Let's not
hold
do
on.
that.
I
Soon
mean,
as
I
wait,
heard
wait,
he
wait, hold on.
did, but I don't
Soon
think
as
that should
Literally,
have
literally,
much to
reporters
do
was
with
asking
it.
that question, and he was like, it's not happening. Like, get out of it with that.
like when Dinwiddie got hurt, it was like, oh, we have no playmakers on the team.
Oh,
Even like
this
which is like, oh, let's get for James Harden. Let's get a top 5 player, top 3 player in the world,
I
James
just
Harden.
wait for that number to come.
When
But
James Harden, the most valuable player on the team.
Technically
That's
James Harden better than KD right now.
yeah, he the most valuable player on the team.
technically,
True.
yeah.
Yeah,
Technically,
James
Yeah,
Harden.
I
Oh,
gotta say KD the most valuable because his defense.
They got
Nah,
a losing
James
record
Harden.
without James
no, he
Harden,
just a
It's James. It's James
playmaker.
though.
He looked good protecting that rim in game one, though. I gotta
and
give
they
it
got
to
a
him.
winning
I
record
always be
without
critical
KD.
about his defense.
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean he's
before
doing that.
But
I give him that, but KD, it just feels like okay, you like okay, if you want to be the best, why you necessarily need a James Harden when like
Facts.
that's how
we
I'm
I
gotta
looking
feel
at it.
like
stop. We gotta stop doing
Because
this with these star players, LeBron and KD. Man, these dudes are not GMs.
thank
They
you.
just great players on teams. You know what I'm saying? They just great players on
No,
teams.
but I'm
Hey,
saying,
But
South,
Do the
listen, man,
South,
organizations
let's
ask
not
him
South,
pretend.
about
hold on,
certain
wait,
Let's not
South.
acquisitions?
pretend like
I
these
would say
dudes don't.
probably yeah.
Let's
I'm glad
not
you can
pretend
see
these
it what
dudes
you
don't line
said,
things
South.
up, man.
Hold on, wait, let me say
but
this,
Huh?
South. South,
I'm not
I'm glad. Hold
criticizing.
on,
I'm
wait,
not
y'all.
criticizing at all. But we just we
They,
South,
they
you
ain't gonna
just
let
said
nobody talk.
but go ahead,
South.
SB.
Hold on, wait, y'all. Hold on, wait, y'all. South, you took the words right out of my mouth. Why does when it
I
comes to
said, man,
LeBron and KD?
we
Why
got to
does when it
stop
comes to
all this
LeBron and
stuff like these
KD?
players are GMs, man. Do
nobody saying it's a
organizations
GM.
get their input on certain moves? Of course, they the best players. They want to get feedback for them, but they not making the moves. Just like all this foolery, people keep talking about LeBron making all these moves. Well, if he was, why they
Yeah.
wouldn't put in certain clutch players on the Laker team and start them in certain situations? These players have influence, but they don't make all the decisions, man. We
You
need
don't
to
have
quit
so
that, man.
hold on. You just said they have the influence. So which one is it? If you have the influence, you don't have the influence.
Having
LeBron ain't the
influence and making
GM.
decisions are two different things, brother.
Hold on.
What do
There's
you
a
Do
difference.
you
There's a
understand
two
difference.
that?
different things? What do you
There's a
mean it's two
difference.
different things? If I influence
The
you
They
to
are
make
two
something
NBA.
different
happen,
things.
Hold on.
ain't
The
that
NBA.
part of the decision?
Making the decision is absolute. Having influence is a possibility that you
No,
make
You
have
still,
influence on the
no.
decision.
I'm gonna kill that
you
right now.
still part of the decision.
Oh my goodness, true.
That's the
Don't do
first
this,
step.
man.
That's to be the first. What do you mean? If you have some type of influence that gets do something happen, you're a part of a decision. You're part of a process that makes something happen. Correct?
Listen, do you work? Have you ever worked for
Yeah,
somebody? Okay, if you have a boss, he might ask you what you think about something, right? And
Yes.
yeah.
he might favor your input or not. So you have input, but you don't have you don't make the final decision. So
Hold on.
he
So
can oppose your
that doesn't
decision, or he cannot. Do you understand that?
uh, that doesn't
But let's
apply.
make
It
it.
doesn't
How's
apply
this
Hold
to the
on.
hard to
league
Let's make
understand?
today.
it.
That doesn't
Hold on.
apply to the league
Hold
today.
on.
Doesn't apply to the league today.
Let's make this clear. When you were that type of level of player, you like you said before. What's the coach? The last coach got fired for no reason. Make that clear. Steve Nash became a head coach out of nowhere.
Facts.
Then
With the
Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah,
confidence.
Let's
I
keep it.
hope the damn Magic go get Kenny Atkinson ass.
Hold on.
Kenny
Let's make
Aggies.
this. Hold on. Let's make this clear, right? I don't care about like listen, teams. Because you build teams to win. I'm not criticizing people building a team. My point is, this is my point. If you look okay, if the whole conversation, if KD is the best player, now
Today.
if now your GM would think the same thing, right? Brooklyn GM would think the same thing. If KD the best player, right? Now, if
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel he's already the best player, and I'm coming to the league, coming to the season, we have a championship level team.
Mhm.
The crazy thing
This
about
is
it is the team before James Harden was built better than what team with James Harden, technically.
this
Fact. And guess what he did?
this
He
is
said,
another fan
hold on.
hypocrisy.
It's not.
Go ahead, go
Because
ahead.
guess what Harden did this season? Harden literally said, "No, I don't want to play here no more. I want to get the hell out of here." The entire organization was doing as much they can to try to keep him there, but they cannot prevent him from leaving the organization. Same
Drywall
thing
and
for
Boogie
Paul
Cousins
George.
is doing
Those,
everything.
hold on, listen. Those rules don't apply
Salute,
to
Sean.
today's league no more. It's a players' league, man. Like the players have the biggest say.
It's
When you
always
if you
been a
don't take
player league, man.
no. The influence,
Yes,
the
it
influence
is.
is higher than it has ever been. 'Cause like I said, have you recall? It happened twice with Paul George and Harden, where they were in the middle of their contract and said, "No, I want to leave," and there's nothing organization could do nothing about it.
Yeah. It's
I ain't gonna
always
lie.
been a
But
player league, bro.
And
That's
matter of
one
fact,
credit.
Harden went exactly where he wanted to go.
And that's I ain't gonna lie. That's one credit I will give LeBron though. LeBron will play out his contract though. I give him that. He
But
play out his contract.
Yep.
but
yeah,
let me
but
say
he'll
something that's
leave you
SB
with
because a
nothing
lot of
in
people don't.
return, though. You'll lose
He
LeBron
definitely
for
leave you with
nothing.
nothing in return though. He definitely gonna leave you
You
with
can't.
nothing.
You can't.
At
You
least
can't lose
KD let
LeBron
the
for
Warriors
nothing.
get D'Angelo Russell
Yeah.
And
in the
did
pick.
what with him? And did what
That
with
This
him?
turned into Wiseman.
And did what with him?
They
Well,
turned into
that's
Don't mean
that.
that.
this is this is
Hold
the
on. That really was. I mean, yeah.
this is the thing
You
about the
leave, you
NBA,
leave.
man. The NBA, see, it's always been a player league. The difference between now and back in the 90s and 80s is organizations normally made players sign longer contracts. One of the biggest influence on what we talk about today is Michael Jordan, from the way the game is played and contracts. Because when he came back out of retirement, he started this 1 year in the option deal, and he had the Bulls paying him $30 million a year. Am I wrong, SB?
You're not
He
wrong.
was
You're
one of
right.
the
Hell
major
no.
influences on how the league, from the Jordan rules that softened the league up, and these 1 year in the options he was giving the Bulls because of the situation that he was having with the front office and the issues they were having.
I'm gonna make you make the team good.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, like the
So
people gotta say that about Jordan's rings, bro. He took
so the
short
people
money
try to
for a
act like this
long
shit
ass
started
time.
with LeBron.
Because
It's a lot of shit going on before LeBron.
Imagine
yeah.
if LeBron was getting paid $5 million a year.
No, Jordan was getting paid 30. Jordan did that so dude wouldn't get rid of Pippen and change the team up and get rid of
Yeah.
Phil.
I'm
He
talking
did
about
that.
before his
That's
first
the only way
retirement.
players can get the, and this perfect example what South
But
was telling you about influence. Jordan had to tell
yeah.
him like pretty much, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna retire and leave. That's the only way he had
But
influence. Let Jordan would have signed a
but
long term
people
That doesn't apply
contract.
today,
but people
man.
try to
That
act
doesn't
like this
apply
started
today,
with
man.
LeBron. No, this started with Jordan.
Yeah, you gotta do that. That's the only way you can really get power.
That's
Yeah.
not what Harden did. That's not what Harden or PG did, man. Like they
But the
didn't play
So
league
for 2
changed
years.
now.
people gonna try to do what they stars say. I mean, if I'm a GM and KD come to me and say try to go get Harden, I'm gonna go do it.
No, no,
That's why
no, no.
people say
What
that.
about the Rockets GM? What about if you're a Rockets GM? You like, oh, I just came here. I got a superstar player. He doesn't want to be here. So
But they
what's that?
jumping
What's that?
shit. They jumping shit for
That's
that
what
I
I'm
shit.
mean, if
saying,
you
man. Like,
hold on to him, he
no,
just gonna keep
no.
tanking his
He was
value,
in the
though.
Rockets, bro.
no.
They
He was in the middle of his contract, and he literally went where he wanted to go in the middle of the season.
That was
Because
dumbass trade.
But
That
Harden
was
did do a lot
that's
for
their fault for
Houston,
making
though.
that stupid
Man,
trade.
that's not what you said. That's not what you said.
Rockets is like, hey, yo, the Rockets.
so let's
The
be
Rockets
let's
finesse
be
themselves.
so let's be
Harden damn
real
near
with
did
They
a
a dumb, hey,
decade
yo,
with
they a
Houston.
dumbass
yeah,
franchise,
let's
bro.
be real with like when it comes to that. Like that's the other thing too. Like people like you want to force your way out when you going to do what you
Hey,
want to do. You better at least like make like get a beat like make your
this
situation better or win a championship,
this
man. If you gonna do that,
Mm-hmm.
this another
And
thing, True to King.
these hamstring
LeBron wanted
injuries,
LeBron wanted Kyle Lowry. I think he was a big part of that trade. He wanted to get shoot up out of get Kyle Lowry. It didn't happen
Did
though.
they get Kyle Lowry? Hell no.
Nope, it didn't happen. But
No,
I don't know,
okay,
man.
man. These players. I'm not saying these
You
players
think
don't have
Kyle
influence
Lowry
in
would have
other players
happened?
coming to their team, but they don't do everything these players want. We seen LeBron win a chip with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and right after he won the chip, what did Darren Nibber do? He started trying to trade people and stuff like that. Because I mean, I'm not saying it didn't make sense, but he knew LeBron hadn't read up, so he was trying to make a maneuver to keep him to stay or to have just a formidable team after he left.
Yep.
And Kyrie, he wasn't trying to get left there either by LeBron. He wanted to leave first.
Mm-hmm. Kyrie didn't want to play with LeBron anyway.
Kyrie a
So-
sucker, man. We ain't even talking about Kyrie, man. That man's a sucker.
We know why you hate. We know why you hate Kyrie.
So, my
Was
man,
Kyrie ever considered better than Curry?
what up,
Hell
SB?
no.
What up? What up?
Kyrie, man, Kyrie not even a top 3-point guard in the league, man.
Kyrie, boy. Stop playing
Top
with Kyrie.
three? Oh yeah, I forgot they put Luka in there.
I don't look at Luka as a point guard though.
He ain't.
Barry,
I don't either, but he do play it though. He got the ball in his
That's
hands
his
all the
name,
damn
Barry.
time.
Stop playing with Barry.
Man, Kyrie a sucker. Man. Don't call him
Barry.
Kyrie.
Okay,
Because he stop playing with Barry, bro.
Yeah,
So,
he a sucker.
SB, now if the Nets don't get it done, are you gonna reevaluate your perspective on KD?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna have to.
Because I don't see what premise you hold to say he's the king when he's not even been healthy the past 2 playoff runs to show that he's the best when they count the most.
And KD.
No, it just looked like they gonna win the chip, so that's why he got him up there. It's all good though.
No, I got him up there because I asked y'all to tell me if it ain't KD, who the best player in the NBA. Nobody gave me an answer yet.
I think it's up for debate. It's up for debate.
I still think it's LeBron, bro. You got to see what he look like next year, bro.
No, you just can't do that. LeBron is hurt, and then he coming off. He got outperformed. I'm a LeBron guy. He got outperformed by a young superstar. So now it's up for question whether he's still the best player, and see if he can come back from this injury.
Kawhi the best, SB.
Yeah.
Shut the channel down. Shut the channel down.
Hold on, wait, y'all think Sean trying to get in. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to comment on this players and the power they have within the organization.
I locked up Luka and
Shut up, what gamer?
These players have had power in the organization going all the way back to the 60s. It started really with Wilt Chamberlain when he was with the Sixers. And he said, you know, and after winning a championship with the Sixers in 67, he basically said, get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. They traded him to the Lakers. Same thing happened with Earl Monroe.
Kareem.
They said
Kareem done it too.
You know, Kareem did it in Milwaukee. You know, the new age of it really started with Magic in LA in his, you know, second or third year in LA, where he was basically like, you know, I'm not having any fun playing in this system. And they fire Paul Westhead, and then they bring in Pat Riley and Jerry West, to, you know, to be co-coaches or whatever. So this thing has been going on for a long time.
But contractually, it started with Jordan. I don't mean to cut you off again, brother.
Well, no, so I mean, but again, even with contracts, players they've always held a certain power, right? Because again, they've been able to go back before, which you don't see now. They've always been able to go back and renegotiate contracts during the season. That stopped. But Olajuwon did it. A lot of guys would do it. Olajuwon be like, well, Patrick Ewing and Dave Robinson are making 3 times what I'm making. No, y'all gonna renegotiate my contract. And organizations had the responsibility to either do it or you're gonna have a problem on your hands. These guys have always had power. It's just not always been talked about because it wasn't in the 24/7 sports media cycle that we're in now. So let's be clear. These guys have always had, and I can promise you, there's no way Brooklyn makes a deal for James Harden if Kevin Durant does not sign off on it.
Yeah,
I agree. He had to sign off. Yeah, because again, his power is he can opt out of his contract after next season. Yep. And he can lead the organization. So these guys have the power. The GMs are literally working for them. It's not the other way around. Not like it used to be.
Yeah, they ain't trying to lose them players for nothing.
Word, man. Steve D'Antoni got a job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, and even after the Cavs won the championship, you know, remember they re-signed all those guys. They overpaid all those guys to basically stay. You know, they were in a contract situation with J.R. Smith, and they was basically like, we got to get this done. So, you know, that's just the way it always has been.
Word, man. They got rid of my man Manoa Nixon back there.
But Sean, what is your take on the song?
Last year's team shouldn't even have been blown up. Last year, Lakers shouldn't have been blown up all the way.
So, I mean, Dwight wanted more money or something like that.
My question is too, though, 2 parts. So whoever win the championship. Hold on, wait, Dan.
Yeah,
I should echo. My fault. Okay, my fault. I was hearing the echo. So whoever win the finals and win Finals MVP, that's going to be the best player in the league, y'all.
We're not doing that. We're not doing
that. Everything matters. Everything matters in between.
Okay, because
I'm like, I don't got a problem with nobody that think like that.
Let me put it in a better context. I think I can put it in better context. Well, you seen LeBron. Most people will agree LeBron been the best player, or arguably the best player for the past 10 plus years. We seen him win chips and we seen him lose chips.
When KD was on the Warriors, then yeah.
Nah, still no.
In my opinion.
We seen LeBron win and lose chips. But
I'm not gonna lie.
even in
If
some
you
of those
bring
losses, he
situation
outperformed
into
his
it, then
competitors.
KD and Golden State, yeah, he was the best. If you want to add situation into it and everything, because it wasn't no way to guard him. So yeah, he gonna look like that.
Yeah.
He gonna look like the best player.
Yeah.
Everyone looks unguardable on the All-Star team.
I ain't gonna lie, he was too unguardable with Golden State, and with Harden with the Nets, he gonna look the same way. So
Y'all
if
hear
you
me?
do feel like he's the best player, I ain't really got no problem with it.
Yeah, that's just how I felt. And then he was busting LeBron ass in the playoffs.
I hear now, so you said something.
Yeah,
He
because
was
it ain't like
leaving
he
him in
can go
bad
out there and
spots.
play one on
LeBron still
one.
outperformed him.
I just think if you give him a title like that, it's just being hypocritical towards the critique towards KD. Like, we never demanded, like, KD don't give us critique as we do with other players for not leading his team or as well as not adapting his game. You know what I mean? So that's, to me, I think when we give him the best player in the world category at any point, I think that's being hypocritical towards those players.
I mean, it's not though, because in the day when he got on that team, he did his job. At the end of the day, like it or not, when they asked him to do things you do to help that team win, he did it. I mean,
I guess the question is can you be the best player in the world and not be a team culture changer?
No, in my opinion, not.
You can if you got the skill.
I mean, that would speak volumes of the
Name other players.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because, like I said, if you're doing your job, you're doing your role, you're playing your role, you're doing your job of taking your team to the next level of winning. Of course, you can be the best player. That's
True.
like.
Can you name other players throughout NBA? If you name other players,
that wasn't leaders. What you mean? That wasn't best players and it wasn't leaders?
No, what Sean just said. That was the best player, but it wasn't culture setters or starters.
You mean like culture shit? What do you mean culture shit? Because I think KD took that Warrior team to another level, though. Did he start the culture? No, but he took that whole team to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I guess that was the emotional leader.
Players in that situation like KD.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying true. When
KD was the perfect thing on that team. Like that's what. There's nobody that could have.
Yeah. I'm
saying like Steph was the emotional leader in the locker room, though.
Well, I'm saying like true from a basketball standpoint, KD was a perfect fit for that team, right? But they were established what they were before he got there.
Oh,
it wasn't like he can't. Yeah. So
because
that's what I.
the off-ball movement.
That's what I mean. Like, can you be the best player in the world and not be a guy who comes in and changes the culture? Like, Golden State was terrible before Steph got there, right? He was the beginning. He was the peg that changed that culture into what they became. Like Duncan, when he got to San Antonio, even though they had David Robinson, he was the guy that set the culture. He was the guy that changed them into what they ultimately became. You know, I don't know if Kevin Durant did that going to Golden State.
I think you can be the best player without changing the culture.
Players objective, but as I say that can get kind of tricky because like before the Warriors didn't have championships though, right? But it was a big drought before the war we see now. Like KD was part of that early success, like that. You know what I mean? When KD was part of them teams that won championships.
Hey, I got a question, y'all. I got a question, y'all. What's the worst thing you can do when you putting something together?
And I read the instructions.
No, I did that. No, trust I read notes. Okay. The second.
That man been struggling, man. You been over an hour.
Hey, yo.
I have been over here struggling. I'm gonna put something on backwards, bro.
Yeah, put something on backwards.
Yeah. What is you doing?
I'm getting my desk together.
He put the desk together. I got the same desk. I got the same desk.
Maybe y'all answered the question wrong.
Yep,
I got the same one. Yeah.
Y'all didn't
and
think
I
about
tighten every screw.
The question wrong again.
Y'all didn't think of maybe y'all asking the wrong question. Maybe the question is, can you be the best player in the league and go to arguably the best team? Like how can you really assess if you're the best player if you go to the best team, arguably the best team in the league? Like it's never really been done before.
Right. Well, it depends on what it is. Like you said, when KD got to the Warriors, it was like it basically was game over, right?
Hey, I'm doing something.
Yeah, like how can we assess if you really the best player in the if you already gone to the best team? Like how can we really make a true assessment of that?
It's like you said, like doing your job, performance, and stuff like that. I mean, that's what kind of really have.
Again, Gary.
To be honest with you.
How you gonna stand out if you are already going to arguably one of the best, one or two?
I mean, you could be. I mean, like I said, it's plenty of players. Like you said, Michael Jordan on the Bulls. Like,
No,
yeah,
but
he was. That Bulls team was the best team in the '90s, but he was also the best player.
But he
no,
also
I'm just
started the
saying.
culture. Like, true.
Yeah.
Stop giving it half-ass. Like, bro, like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's.
Jordan
I mean, it's
started
two
the
different
culture.
things. The Bulls wasn't the best team when he
LeBron
came
didn't
there.
change the culture in Miami.
And he did it in Cleveland. He did it in Cleveland. Cleveland didn't win nothing well.
Well, hold on.
Cleveland didn't win nothing.
You know a better way to say this?
That's a great example.
The expectations changed, though. That's what it is.
Time out. Cleveland never had championship expectations before LeBron ever existed.
They won a chip already.
That was 5 years ago.
No, I just said SB. Without LeBron, no one ever throughout that franchise history was like, yeah, Cleveland can win the championship. Never, not one season.
I said Miami.
I'm telling you, Cleveland. So I'm telling you, he proved that in Cleveland. The third before he got there, that was the worst franchise ever.
You missing the question. Sean asked, "Can you be the best player without changing the culture?" And I said, "Yes," because LeBron did it in Miami. He didn't change Miami culture, but he was the best player and the best player.
Hold on. I got another one. What about Shaq? Because, like I said, Lakers has a history of culture for years.
Lakers wasn't winning nothing before. No, Lakers in the '90s. Lakers in the '90s were completely irrelevant. Lakers in the '90s were completely irrelevant. What are you talking about?
They made the finals in the '90s.
They made the finals that 1 year. Then after Magic retired, they was irrelevant.
That was a totally different team.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hold on. The point is this, though, is culture. And it don't matter. Listen, culture is culture. That's the question. The culture is a culture.
No, it's not.
No, we should be using the word expectations. We should be using the word expectations.
It's being true. Y'all are capping real hard.
Capping,
Because y'all not adding the context and the nuance that needs to be added to this conversation.
Go ahead,
what you got, brother? You keep saying about KD, like how good he was, and nobody disagreed with that. That's expected of when you put a talented player in a well-oiled machine like that. Let me ask you this. Were there several other players you could put in that position and they still accomplish just as much?
No.
So hold up. So
Hell yes.
You couldn't put several other players on that team in the league. This keep the two players we're talking about. Put LeBron in that position. They don't win the same championship.
Right, but here's a problem though. Right?
Now
you got to make a point to make a less talented.
But here's a problem with that.
Wiggins went over there and he was garbage. He didn't change.
But he's not LeBron. We're talking about the caliber player we're talking about.
Hold on, but here's a problem though with that, right? We've seen teams have all the talent and still lose. So you can't. Everything ain't guaranteed. You still got to get the job.
You ain't never seen a 73-9 team.
That's not what we're arguing, Drew.
You ain't never seen a
so we
arguably the top two players in the world on it. You never seen it.
Okay, I'm not. You being Pacific now of that shit.
That matters for the conversation, though. True. This is what we're talking about. That team was so good, and you add arguably one or two or the second best player on it,
and they came better. It wasn't the same. They became better.
Because you added an
MVP caliber player.
Wait,
you didn't go down and get the 35th best player.
But brother Mark, this is what you're not putting in context too. KD is so great where if you put LeBron there, that Warriors team is not the same because how LeBron plays style, you got to change the way the whole team play. The Warriors team would not play the same.
I said
it. Don't make him better play.
I said it. But it would still be just as dominant. It would look different.
That team would be even better.
Not really, because Draymond.
That would take Draymond off the basketball, and LeBron would put up point. That shit would be even crazier, bro.
We didn't see LeBron what he can do with way less talent, and you put two shooters on the side of him like playing still, and you telling me it don't work.
What would Draymond Green role be with LeBron on that team?
I don't care what his role would be. It was still
win. He will still win.
I got a question. Hold on, I got a question.
Just remove LeBron because LeBron is just an upgrade of Draymond Green. That's what he is.
Martin, so you trying to tell me if LeBron James would be in a better fit than KD on the Warriors? That's what you're applying right now.
True. Listen to what I'm
No,
saying.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Add the
that's
nuance
the
that
whole
it
point.
deserves.
That's the whole point. KD was
No,
the
hold up.
No,
best
True.
Again,
Look what he's saying. Look what he's
He
saying,
picked that
True.
team.
Just
True.
listen what
Listen
he's
to
saying,
the
bro.
nuance that I'm saying. It's not for that system. KD was the perfect fit for that system, but for that team, you can add LeBron on it, and it is still find a system or a play style that'll make it just as dominant. Will look totally different, but that team will still win back-to-back championships the way it did, and on the way
We
to
don't
win
know. We
3.
don't know
We don't
that.
know
They
that.
got they.
Man,
We don't know
get
that.
out
They
of here
picked
with
them
that.
up.
Man,
Well, we don't know
man,
that
We don't
as
know
an
that. They
absolute.
picked
You
them up,
right.
man.
y'all capping.
We don't
See,
know
He
that.
done took
again,
Y'all
we
he
capping.
done
talking.
took D
We
Leaguer to the
talking.
finals, but he can't do
We
nothing with the
talking
Golden
Y'all
State Warriors.
capping.
Okay,
Y'all
but guess
capping.
what though? Guess
I
Y'all
ain't
what
say he
though?
hiding
couldn't.
behind the
Right,
fact
I
that
ain't
we
say he
man.
don't
couldn't.
know
I
that.
said
It's
I said
LeBron
he
don't
wasn't a
make
great
players
dominant.
better, bro. LeBron don't make other star players
No,
better.
no,
Come on, that's
can I
cap,
say this real
man.
quick?
That's
But
No
you
cap.
don't have
player
to
made
say.
no
Check the
player
numbers.
better.
How did
That's a
Check the
lie.
how did
No
D
numbers.
player no
Howard
better.
how did D
Check the
No
Howard and
player
numbers.
no
JaVale
player better.
McGee and
Check
Rondo
the
get a
numbers.
contract?
No
Check the
player no
How
numbers.
role
did
player better.
LeBron only
how did
make
D
role
Howard and
players
JaVale
better.
McGee and Rondo get a contract?
That's
Come
a
SB,
on.
role player.
SB,
Bro, they
SB.
were
What
playing
y'all
with
Role
think?
player make
LeBron.
no
That's with
player better.
LeBron.
They weren't
SB.
gonna get no contract without
What
LeBron
role players
playing
do
with
get
LeBron.
money from LeBron though? Then what type of players?
Role players get better with LeBron,
What
but
type
no
of role
star player
player?
get better playing with
What is
because
the
you got
type
to
of role player,
sacrifice.
SB?
You got to sacrifice your game to play with LeBron
All
as
right,
you a
what
star
And that's
skill
player.
not
set
true
do
either.
those role players have? Do they do get paid? What's the skill set that they have mostly?
Either they're a secondary playmaker or they can shoot and
All right,
play
now what
defense.
Stay and Clay do?
Who shoot?
They the
All
best two
right, you
shooters
got
in the
two of the
league.
best shooters with
Like,
LeBron.
come on, man.
Yeah. Okay. Now look,
Y'all capping.
Steph. I'm looking. Listen, I'm not denying that point that he won't fit in with Steph and Clay. But now I said, what will Draymond Green role be? Because with LeBron on that team, Draymond Green has no use.
He probably
Man,
be
fuck him.
traded.
It don't matter.
That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true.
Y'all
It don't
Okay,
matter.
so you
keep
just
moving
trade Draymond
goalposts,
Green,
man.
your best defender, and your emotional leader.
Fuck him. It don't matter.
Nah,
It
You
don't
got
matter.
again. You got a better Draymond Green than LeBron James. sitting there.
At the end of the day, you still can be the best player and not change it, necessarily or create a
Nah, Jay.
culture.
You
That's what
can't
we
name
make
no
it.
other players, True. I just asked you
I
multiple times. Can you name
just
other
said
players,
Shaq. I
bro?
said Shaq. I said Shaq. I don't know what you talking
That's
about.
a
I guess
lie,
Lakers.
bro.
I said
Shaq changed.
LeBron.
Against the Lakers.
Hold on, Shaq. That's a lie, man.
Hold on. I guess Lakers never had a culture ever in the history. I guess Lakers
No,
never had a
in the
culture ever.
'90s there was
Long
shit.
gone.
All right, man.
After
True,
Magic
true.
retired,
Yeah,
what would they
true.
do?
Yeah, true. I think the difference is the Lakers obviously have a legacy, but at the time in the '90s, because Magic
Okay,
and
that's
Worthy,
fine.
those
That's
guys
fair.
were
Yeah.
gone. They
Legacy.
weren't
Okay,
good.
but
They weren't
LeBron in
good at
Miami,
all.
LeBron in Miami, that's still a culture because they still was a playoff team. They was a playoff team.
Right.
And still had D
LeBron
Wade.
James. Oh, and
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why he was. I'm gonna tell you why he
Get back.
because LeBron James was doing things he would never did before when he went to Miami. So we're not gonna do that for one. So that's
Right.
one person. That's one example.
Right.
LeBron
took it to Cleveland and
No,
LA
I
after that,
told
though.
you. I just gave you an example that he changed the culture of Cleveland before he even went to Miami.
I'm not
What are
saying
you
he did.
talking about?
I'm not saying he did. I ain't
But
saying
even
he did.
after
I'm
that, he
not
took
giving
it to
you examples.
Cleveland again.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
LA.
Like he already proved it before and after Miami.
Well, he
So
took
that
Pat
point is
Riley's
valid.
culture.
That point is invalid.
Okay, it don't matter whose culture he took. He was the initiator of it.
If he didn't go to Miami, he wouldn't have did that back in Cleveland. So that's okay.
True. Once again, he proved it. He proved it before he went to Miami and after Miami.
I got a question though too.
I just gave you an example.
I got a question too. Why we talking about somebody who at the house? Let's talk about somebody who in the playoffs.
Hey, yo, you got
Hold up, SB. But to
Let's talk
South
about
earlier,
the real best player in the
point, how
league.
do
You
you
talk about somebody who finna play with foghorn leghorn right next.
SB. But to South earlier point though, how do you
go ahead.
How do you properly assess the best player when the best player go to the best team? Like you got two of the best.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's what
Why
I
don't
said.
y'all
To your earlier point.
But brother
To his
Mike, my
earlier
point is
point.
this though. Why when it comes to LeBron and KD or players of this era, you discredit their play style because of they on a good team?
We don't do that.
He just said that.
But
he just asked you a straightforward question.
Yeah, I'm actually, but how do you
go ahead? Say it again, my fault,
how
brother
you
Mike.
determine that? What are the factors you putting in to say, because usually what the best player does, just take it out the NBA. Let's just go to your neighborhood. And if you was with your homeboys and y'all determine who was the best player, usually the best player between you and your homeboys can take any combination of y'all and win, no matter what.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So LeBron he can take any I won't say any combination, but he can take mostly any combination of any players and still win at a high level. Kevin Durant has not showed that ability to do that.
No, brother Mark, double down here. Hold on. LeBron won with a two-way slasher with D-Wade. He won with an offensive-centric point guard with Kyrie, and he won with a two-way forward with Anthony Davis. Those go three completely different types of players.
But
LeBron played more
you gotta have
All-Stars
some
than
talent, which I
anybody.
ain't say he took. I'm not saying he just took straight bombs all the time, but you gotta have some talent on the team.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like LeBron proven to win.
But I'm saying, he took
one
one good player, maybe another really, really good player. With Kevin Durant has multiple MVPs on his team, and like better players across the board on this team.
LeBron played more All-Stars than anybody in history. What are you
Hold on. How many MVPs has LeBron played with versus Kevin Durant?
How many All-Stars LeBron played with besides?
That's a bad example.
That's a bad example.
LeBron played with like over 23 All-Stars.
Okay,
but LeBron is playing
on. Some of these guys you calling All-Stars, I guess, quote unquote.
I thought Kareem. I thought Kareem.
It's magic. You crazy.
Kevin Love is the lower end of the pole of that. Kevin Love is the lower end.
J-Mac, I'm gonna ask your point too when after True go. Go ahead, True.
Right, but this is the reason why though KD, like you said, KD was the best player, arguably at one point in time when he was on the Warriors. You talking about the culture, the East, let's say when he got there, the team was already the best team, quote unquote. Even though they lost the championships, how they were the best team when they lost the championship. That's either here or there, though, right?
Hold on, what you talking about? Say that again, True.
Let him finish.
I ain't hear.
How are they were they the best team when they lost the championship?
Okay, let's say second best team.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this. But all that being said, when he got there, he performed the best out of that team when they were winning their championship. These are facts.
LeBron still outperformed them in a losing effort.
Did you not think
LeBron still outperformed them in a losing effort?
When he signed that team, did you think he was going to perform? Like
I didn't say he was going to perform, but I didn't think he's going to always like for the most part have a better performance than Steph Curry all the time.
Why not? He's the better player than we're not disagreeing with that. He's the better player out of Steph Curry.
Ain't by far, though.
But y'all gotta keep it real though. Y'all gotta keep it real though. Before them KD Warriors finals, y'all already knew who the finals MVP was. Like he was the best player on the team.
Yeah,
bro, y'all seriously thought Curry was going to get a Finals MVP playing with KD?
I'm not. Hold on.
No, he could have.
It's possible.
He could have got the last one, but he choked.
Hold on. To be honest with you, though, he could have got the second. You could have been a kid that he could have got the second one. To be fair,
he could have got 2015.
The Warriors always went to KD down the stretch, and he was like the number one scoring option. And that's what makes sense because he's 7 feet and Curry's 6 feet. I mean,
being a closer don't make you
Curry's still a better shooter though. So, but that's all.
Kobe was the closer.
Yeah.
Hold on, Kobe was a closer when he played with Shaq, but who's not better than Shaq?
Yep.
Because Shaq was more physically imposing, just like how KD is more.
He wasn't a closer though.
No, the reason why he wasn't a closer.
But you comparing a big, but Shaq a big though. You comparing a big.
KD is 7 feet tall. What you talking about?
He's not a big.
Look. We on the same team, right?
Players. Period.
Look, we superstars on the same team.
He's matching the logic of what y'all saying. Y'all keep saying that how good he was a closer and all that.
Comparing a big to a forward guy.
Who's the best player though?
Whoever can get their buckets the easiest is the number one scoring option, bro. Who can get their buckets easier out of KD and Steph?
KD.
Okay, so he was the number one guy. Who can get their buckets easier out of Shaq and Kobe?
Shaq.
Okay, that's why he was the number one option over Kobe. It only makes sense, right?
But he wasn't the closer.
You gotta get your buckets as easy as possible.
But you comparing a big.
Y'all say closer. Stop saying big. What defines a big, yo? What defines a big, SB?
Hold on. First of all,
you gotta get the ball to the big.
First of all,
SB, what defines a big?
You said what defines a big?
Yeah, what defines a big?
It's a center.
It's a center.
A center? So Tim Duncan was never big.
Yeah, I put it forward.
He played a lot of center.
Kristaps Porzingis is not big.
I call him a big.
I just
He
asked
don't
you
play
define a
big
big.
A big's a center. I just said a big's
I mean,
a center.
like,
So no.
big's
So
a
you just
center.
said so. Tim Duncan is not a big, according to you. Ralph
I
Sampson was
said
never
Tim
big,
Duncan. I said Tim Duncan was a big.
but he played power forward. What are you talking about? Majority of his career.
He played a lot of
What are we
center too in
saying?
his career. He played a lot of center.
Majority of your career, he played power forward. What are we saying?
Well, half his career he played center. You go look at Basketball Reference.
I looked at the reference. He made majority of his, he played majority of his minutes was power forward position.
Right, but he still played a lot of center during games though. He still played a lot of center.
I just asked you, what about Ralph Sampson? What about Kristaps Porzingis? They weren't centers. They came in centers. Why are they big?
Is KD a big?
No.
I asked that to be a simple question.
Hold on.
KD is not a big.
You can't compare KD. It's hard to compare KD and Shaq because first of all, you need to get the ball to somebody like Shaq.
I didn't compare KD and Shaq. I compared their roles.
KD do be playing the 5 sometime, dog.
That's what So once again, can anybody define a big?
Skill set wise, he don't need you to. He could get his own shot. Shaq, you had to get Shaq the ball. Shaq couldn't create his own shot.
So that's a big. A person you got to get the ball to.
Not necessarily.
I'm still asking for the definition of a big, bro.
A person
big is a person power forwards and centers are bigs. I think they all bigs.
But you
big is a 5 that literally
because he don't play big, he's still a big.
The reason why Kobe had to my fault. The reason why Kobe closed and instead of Shaq is he created his own shot, no matter if he was a big or not. So that's why Kobe closed. KD can create his own shot, so that's why he closed game.
But y'all conflating the argument.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like it's been like this the whole time.
To the earlier point, though, Shaq was the better player, just like KD is the better player.
Okay,
but Shaq didn't close, so now Shaq is no longer the better player anymore.
No,
yeah, because he probably had like 5 people on.
Two different systems and 2 different.
Man, get out of here with that, bro. That's the roles and change.
You go to the shot creator. You go to the shot creator when all else fails. That's Kobe. Of course, they will want Shaq to close the game if they could.
Yeah, there's no disagreement with that.
But they can't get on the ball, so Kobe got to create a
we
shot.
just based off True's definition. That's what we basing it off. That's what we're saying.
Right.
Who was the best player for that 2008 Celtics team? Because Paul Pierce was the closer.
KG.
Who would y'all say
the best player?
I think KG, but you got people that vote for it.
Okay, but Paul Pierce was the closer, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, not necessarily because
Paul Pierce played.
Nah, Paul Pierce pretty much they close.
No, I'm saying they would run sets. They would run sets for Ray Allen at the end of the game to get the last shots too.
Yeah.
Most of the time they run that top of the key jumper for one-on-one pull up for Paul Pierce.
Right, but Ray Allen did have time. We had he can close too. Come on, you okay. Also, like you said, we just named 3 different teams that had 3 different systems to play. Because like you going back,
it's their roles. True. Stop the system crap, bro. It's the roles, man.
You can't compare. We just compare 3 different teams.
And then hold on, I'm talking about. You want to say system? The head coach literally was like, "I base my offensive system around the triangle." What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
No, Steve Kerr said no. Steve Kerr said he combined elements of the triangle with what he learned in San Antonio. That's what he did with the Spurs and with the Warriors offense. He said that verbatim.
That shit not the triangle.
That's not.
He said that verbatim. What are you talking about? Hey, if y'all don't want to do your research, that's y'all problem. But it's facts.
I'm not saying.
I'm trying to get your point. I'm trying to understand.
I'm not saying it doesn't have any influence on the triangle influence, but that's not the triangle offense, dude. Like,
I'm trying to cancel that bullcrap excuse of saying there's 2 different systems. That don't mean they have 2 different roles.
You just named 3 different teams that don't play nothing alike.
Nothing alike, bro.
Man, I said the roles, bro. The roles. Based off your definition, you said he was the best player because he closed.
Okay, we get your point. What you said. I get what you said, but what's the point? I'm saying I don't understand what point you made.
First of all, that was just one part I said. I said he had better. He would outperform. He would outperform Steph Curry. So that's
one.
Wait, so because he outperformed Steph Curry in the finals, that made him what?
He outperformed him all year
in the playoffs.
Anytime they needed to be honest.
It wasn't all year. How many times I gotta say this, bro? When Steph Curry was off the floor, they lost.
That's cool, right? That's cool. Hold on, that's
yeah,
cool.
when Steph got that growing injury, they was losing in the regular season.
That's cool, right? Okay, you got that right. But when it's time to make your money, it's time to make your legacy in the playoffs. Who was the best player on the Warriors? It was KD.
I couldn't tell 2016. I couldn't tell 2016.
How about to say who had the chip before the other player got with the other player?
Now you moving the goalpost.
I just stated a matter of fact.
We can talk about failures. We can talk about failures all day. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue. First of all, I'm not going to argue.
It's not necessarily about arguing failure. It's about arguing who had the most pinnacle of success before they got with each other.
Let me say this. This is the Warriors situation.
More than KD.
0. And
this is the Warriors situation in a nutshell.
Y'all don't say that.
That man had a better career than KD, man. God is that.
Hey, let me say this. Hold on.
Keep that same energy.
Okay,
man, that was 5 years later, man. They were barely making the playoffs when LeBron came.
Get out of here.
Hold on.
Bro, they barely made the playoffs before LeBron came. Exactly. They were like an 8.
Man, he wasn't doing nothing before LeBron came.
Hey, but hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this about the Warriors.
Way too, SB. Don't forget that part.
Hold on. Let me say this about the Warriors. The Warriors team. This is the thing about the Warriors. Steph Curry was more impactful to the style that they played. Durant was their best player. That's why you seen when he was out, their record was worse than when Durant was out. But yeah, Durant was still the best player, but Steph Curry was more impactful to the style they played.
But that's what I'm saying. Hold on. So before he got on the team, he had a winning record against him.
Right.
Hold on. Now, before he got on that team, he had a winning record against him. And then when he got on that team, he proved to be the most important player than him. So which one is it, man?
No, he was more important to the style they played. That's why I want to put it in context.
It goes back to Brother Omari's original question, which y'all have not yet answered. How do we properly assess a player under those circumstances?
Don't do that.
See, the thing about it is they were able to break and go one-on-one with Durant, break the style. When they need to go one-on-one, they could go to Durant. But Steph was more important to the style that they played. Because I talked about this on they went to Durant. They could break the offense they've been running and move the ball and give it to Durant.
I can count out that too.
But Curry was more important to the style they played. Him and Clay spacing, moving the ball. You having to guard him and Clay off double picks and all this stuff, man. That shit is tough. Niggas shooting from everywhere.
I'm gonna push back on that too. So in 2017, when they played the Clippers the first round, when they only lost 2 games to that one team with no All-Stars, that's when they ran the most plays with KD. That's actually, if you can look it up, that was the most times KD ever had most ISO plays ran for him. During that series.
I know, but that second game, the Clippers won. That was just an anomaly, dog.
2017, they didn't lose a game until they got to the finals.
No, 2018. What year they played the Clippers?
That was 2019.
Yeah, but
the year when they lost to Lou
Montrez. Y'all were in agreement on that one, did not? He just said it differently.
It's on wax that Draymond Green said the second year after they won, KD wasn't happy and they changed the way they played to make KD happy. This was more ISO.
What did they do? What was the problem though? What did they do differently? They were more ISO heavy.
Yeah, so KD can hoop.
But that was in the clutch, though. He wasn't doing it all game.
Remember, they were trying to appease KD because they were worried about losing him in free agents.
Right, exactly. Right. But the system is the system, though.
Hold up, all that being said, so that's technically is changing the culture in a way, right?
Man, true, you reaching, man.
No,
true. This man, true.
They still
that's changing their style they play. That's changing the style they play
for KD some kind of way.
The system is still a ball or moving oriented system.
I agree with that. But they had to add more things because of KD. So that's
they didn't add anything. They just
because he's so good.
Go ISO, go one-on-one, beat your player.
Because he's so good, that's why they switched it.
This is what I will give you. This is why they went to go get KD. Because they knew that they needed a player that was on LeBron level they can go just no matter what the play was. Can your best player beat the other best player, or beat whatever you're trying to throw him, no matter what? I give you that point. But again, he still was in a great system to help magnify what he do best. Can you do that on a team that don't have those two players alongside of you?
I got a question though.
Can you still be that player?
Why do we praise Jordan then? Because he was in the triangle system that helped benefit his game, but we praise Mike. But why is the problem with KD?
Because
we all got to get hold on. The problem is everybody knows the system was not sufficient without Jordan. Hence, we saw it in 95, 96, his first retirement. We saw it. They went to the second round, and that's it. We saw without him, they couldn't win without that same system. But with him, they championship teams.
Without him. What are you talking about?
I just said they got eliminated in the second round. How did that almost make the finals? What are you talking about?
With Scotty, when Mike Year was out. What are you talking about?
Second round. Not Eastern Conference Finals.
They made the Eastern Conference Finals the first year. The second year is when they lost to Orlando in the second round when Jordan came back.
What? I gotta look that up.
The first year Jordan
they lost in the semifinals to the Knicks.
They didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hold on, wait a second.
They
lost in the semifinals to the Knicks in '94.
They lost to the
conference. They were blown call away from
they one game from going to the Eastern Conference.
Exactly. They didn't get to the Eastern Conference without Jordan. Not without Jordan.
My fault.
So that's the point.
Still
the Warriors proven to win without KD, proven to beat KD with that same system, and proven to
they wasn't beating the Cavs again.
They didn't. What you talking about? They beat KD 2016.
They did
beat them.
They wasn't beating the Cavs again.
How long? This is
don't matter, but they beat
KD in 2016. That's not the point.
They beat him one time though.
That's not the point. The point is you said they didn't
because of injuries.
No, that's not. They got injuries part of the game. They got the job done. Is that simple?
Yeah, they got the job done.
Injuries part of the game, bro.
But here's the problem. You can't keep saying getting the job done when KD out in the Warriors, he did his job. So
I'm not changing my argument. You saying he's the best player because he did his job and they got the job done, and no one's denying that. We always been on this thing.
Plus some, because he was doing things that he would never actually do.
What's the plus sum? What's the plus sum, bro?
He was playing at a high level. He was doing things that he was never doing before.
What? I'm asking, bro. What?
Dude, did you not think they was gonna win a championship once they put KD on that team?
Listen, but how they was going to utilize the ball also with the pressure.
No, nothing's a guarantee, SB, but
it was
all with high probability.
Listen, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying look at how Steve Kerr was utilizing KD. I didn't see KD play like that before.
And I think particularly defensively.
Well, why wouldn't he play better on a better team though? Exactly. He's asked to do less.
No, that's but technically he was doing more on the Warriors.
What was he doing more other than he played more defense?
He was a better defensive player than
defensively he was better, but offensively it was he fit into the system offensively.
His role was the dude.
And he was a better defender than LeBron when he was on the Warriors. LeBron stopped playing. Look it up. LeBron was
hold on. Look at his defensive. Look at his defensive
win shares when he was to play defense, man. Like,
they needed KD to play defense.
It was easier.
KD is one of the best rim protectors. First of all, Mark, hold on. What makes the Warriors so good? At the end of the day, what made the Warriors win that championship to begin with? Right, they had Bogut, right, a rim protector, right. When they lost Bogut and he got hurt, they struggled. So KD was that he replaced basically Bogut as the rim protector on that team. That's one of the reasons why they won. Also,
I
get what you're saying.
That's not the reason they won.
Yeah, that's a big part of it because
they had KD. Bro, they the first team ever put together to have three skilled wing players like that, bro. You can't defend that. They got three of the best perimeter players in the league, man. Two of the best shooters. That's why.
But again, there's been other teams. There's been other teams there that have done that.
Man, it's never been no team, no front three that good talented on offensively, bro. Don't get that.
There has been.
Clay and Durant Come
Yes,
on.
yes,
That's
there
the
has,
shit.
yes, there has
Who you
been.
Steph,
comparing
Clay, and
that?
Durant. That can,
Yes,
both of them can shoot from
Yes,
anywhere and score 40
there has,
any night.
yes, there has been. Yes, there has
Hold on,
been. You have to go back.
Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Will Chamberlain never played with
Oh
each other.
yeah,
That never happened.
yeah.
That's a
That never
fact.
happened.
Yeah.
You said,
Yeah, they
wait, hold
barely
on. Say it
played
again.
together.
So Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Will Chamberlain never played with each other.
No, I'm saying 3 wing players that can shoot from anywhere and can score 40 on you. There's never been no team like this, bro.
I'm telling you, there has been, because that's what the Knicks
Who?
were with. Hold on, that's what the Knicks were with Bill Bradley, Earl the Pearl, and
Oh
Walt
my
Frazier.
God, man! Don't even finish that shit,
No,
bro.
that's what they
hold on.
were.
Don't even.
Wait a second.
Come on, bro.
But none of those, that Knicks players didn't shoot like that.
You telling me they can shoot like these guys? You telling me they can shoot like Clay, Steph, and Durant, bro?
Hold on. The only thing they didn't have, was a 3-point line. But those guys could all shoot the ball and all get 40 in their sleep. That's how good they were.
That is fact.
I don't think
Jay
they can
West
shoot
and
like those.
Elgin Baylor, they averaged damn near 40 in some of their losses to the Celtics.
I know Adrian Baylor was a great player. I'm not taking that away. I said
hold on.
3 wing.
Neither of them, right?
I just gave you one.
You just gave you one.
I just gave you one.
Oh yeah, Will ain't no wing though. Will the big.
Yeah, Will the big, bro.
I like that MJ trio with Rodman though. I can't lie.
Hold on, son. What'd you say? Hold on. What'd you say about wings?
I said it's never been 3 wing players that can shoot from and score from anywhere.
Dude told me earlier that KD was a big.
Steph Curry had no wings. First of all, that's cap.
Steph Curry ain't no wing player.
I'm done.
Bro. When Draymond run point, he runs sets. They run a lot of their sets through Draymond. I know he's a guard.
So why you say wing?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking MJ trio over that trio.
Bro, guard. Listen. Steph Curry in that system. Draymond leads them in assists. They run a lot of sets to get him off the ball. That's the biggest thing that he done outside of Mark Jackson. That changed the way they play. I understand he's not a wing, but he run a lot of sets coming off just like a wing player, though. We know he listed as a point guard. He's not really a true point guard, bro.
You stretching that shit, bro.
He's not a true point guard.
He's a combo.
Point guard, bro. He's a scoring shooter.
Well, guard is a point guard, a combo guard. He play on the perimeter.
He's a guard, yo.
Yeah, just like a wing player plays on the perimeter.
Exactly, they play on the perimeter.
Okay, what do y'all?
Wing and a guard, yo.
Hold on, because there's a problem. Because if we look at the definition of wing, it ain't Steph Curry, so we ain't doing that. We're not going to do that.
Okay, but did he play on the perimeter?
Steph Curry.
Everybody, hold on. Everybody can play on the perimeter now. So we're not going to do that, man. We're not going to do that, man. Porzingis a wing now. Come on, man. Like we ain't going like come on, man. We can't do that.
First, we don't know what big is. Now we don't know what wing is. Like, come on, man.
Right, because one of y'all called KD a center earlier. I'm like, what?
No.
He do play the 5 a lot.
I got this question, bro. What defines a big? What defines a big, SB? What defines a big, SB?
Is that 7 feet?
KD 7 foot tall.
It's back in the day.
Somebody tell me what Steph Curry is doing when Draymond Green bringing the ball down. When they start down the stretch, they got him running off double picks, all type of action. What is he doing?
Shooter and score. Don't do that.
Bro, they run a lot of sets with Draymond.
You comparing. Hold on, wait. You comparing today's NBA where more players have to do more, and even a center. Like Joker, you got to rebound, pass, be able to shoot. Back in the day, you didn't do that. So it's hard. It's hard. I'm just saying it's hard to define a big in today's game because today is positionless basketball.
Honestly, so you can't define it. All right,
compared to today,
no, it's hard to define a point guard because there's very few players that run true point guard. There's not a lot of true point guards in the league.
Let's think about it. Is what is a true point guard if the league asked the point guard to do something different than they did 20 years ago? They're still point guards. It's just positionally asking to do something different.
And that's hold on.
I'm just saying, you get what we're saying though, man. You get what we're saying.
No,
that's true about the quote. Hold on,
niggas try to be y'all niggas try to act goofy now, man.
Hold on. But here's the thing. About the point guard situation. It's a myth about quote unquote pass first point guard. That's a myth. So first of all, you always had scoring point guards in the league since the 50s and 60s. Even before that, you always had scoring point guards in the league. So we're not going to do that. You always had scoring guards. It's just like.
No, but we into a whole different part of the conversation than what we were.
I'm not saying they always had
league nowadays.
I'm not saying that we didn't always have scoring point guards, but majority of them were pass first point guards, just like even the 90s. Majority of the teams had pass first point guards where they were all-star caliber or not.
Wait one second. Why is that though? Why were they that?
It's always been like that. But you know who changed that? The Bulls. The Bulls actually changed that. They were one of the only teams that didn't have they started that point forward where you had Pippen running pretty much the point. And then sometimes Jordan would do it, but
the reason why it changed,
Bulls, bro, you need to go watch basketball.
No, wait, the
Bulls were doing that when they first three-peat, huh?
Ron Harper was on that team.
But let's think about why the Bulls did that. The Bulls did that because they didn't have a dominant pivot. Back in the day, you built your team around the pivot. That's why it was called the center position. Everything revolved around that person. The Bulls never had that. So, of course, they couldn't play that way because they never had that guy. But I can tell you, if the Bulls had Olajuwon, they would have played through Olajuwon.
Tell us, but you gave us the reason.
No, you arguing.
Matter though. Whatever the reason was.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm arguing. No,
I'm talking about them having not a conventional, the technical point guard bringing the ball down the court most time. The Bulls kind of popularized that. They were one of the few teams that were doing that in the 90s.
Yeah, and again, well, why did they do that?
Why they do that? I mean, that's up. You could be right in that perspective of why they done that, but they were a team that done it. I'm not arguing why they done it, but they did do it. We not.
They did do it. Whatever the reason was.
Yeah. I'm just saying that there's a reason why they didn't do it back.
It's a reason for everything, man.
No, obviously, except for whatever. I ain't gonna go there. The point is back in the day, you built your team around the center and the point guard, and those positions were very specific about what they asked teams to do. The Bulls didn't have that. Their best two players were a shooting guard and a small forward. And even remember, before the triangle, Jordan moved to the point guard position at a certain point in his career, where he was bringing the ball up and running the offense. Now he was still the lead scorer, but he was technically considered a point guard.
Yeah, he was a shooting guard, but he was pretty much bringing it up, doing a lot of stuff.
No,
that's when he averaged 37, 8, and 8.
11 games. Yeah, he literally played point guard for 11 games.
He literally played point guard. Like they literally said, we're moving him to point guard.
I understand that, but I'm saying the Bulls made it popular for you not to have a conventional point guard in the early 90s, and most of the time they made their technical point guard a spacing shooter with Paxton and Armstrong, and Kerr, players like that.
Yeah, but BJ and Pax, they would still bring the ball up. They just didn't. Again, the offense wasn't conventional. It wasn't them. They weren't running a lot of 1-4 sets because that's just not how they were built.
Yeah, I don't think there's really no disagreement on it.
It's no disagreement. I just wasn't arguing why they done it. I was just arguing they done it. They started.
Oh yeah, hold on, wait. Let me say this too. Y'all. I usually don't admit that I was wrong, but I've been saying about J-Mac, I was wrong like a motherfucker.
All day.
It seemed like, I ain't gonna lie, it seemed like right after I said that, somebody must have clipped it and sent it to him, bro. And he responded like Trae Young, because people, I be in like different bet groups. So if you send him something, he'd respond like, hey, Trae Young, I need you to drop 30. He'd be like, all right, I got you. So if one of y'all sent him or something, because he been mad or something, he been balling. So I was wrong for calling him overrated. But I never doubted. I said he has the talent.
The Bulls next season.
Yeah, me too.
I said,
apologize to Trae.
Yeah, he balled. He built different. But I never denied his talent. Y'all can admit that. I said he has the talent to be great, but I don't know if he's gonna play right. I did say that.
This is a good question for the panel. This is a good question for the panel. Since we on future stars now, right? Do y'all think we'll ever have? Hold on. Do y'all think we'll ever have a league where we have multiple high tier superstars like we did in the early 2000s, 2010s? Do y'all think this next up in class have it?
Yeah.
And if so, you name three. You name those three guys. You name those 3 guys that will be there.
I can name 5.
Luka, Giannis, and Jokic.
I can name 5.
Hold on, I'm confused by what he said.
No, but you know, like, hold on. So let me elaborate. So you know, like in early 2000s, they consider you a superstar to be like LeBron, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and like 2010s it was KD, Curry, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not denying this up and coming class got talent, but how many of those guys do y'all think will be on that level at least during their time? You know what I'm saying? Like how many guys?
I'm talking about like the next 5 years.
Well, somebody got to
be face of the league.
I can name 5. I can name 5 right now. You got Luka, you got Joker, you got Tatum. Tatum definitely gonna be a superstar. Don't lie. Don't do that.
You think Zion gonna be up there?
We finna have straight international best players. Watch.
Zion stay healthy. Yes, he's gonna be.
International best players.
I mean, you have Zion, you have Booker. You have Donovan Mitchell. I mean, it's gonna be some guys that's gonna be up there.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the foreign players got higher ceilings, dog. The Luka and Giannis, Jokic, Embiid. I'm telling you, bro, they got the highest ceilings.
Giannis African, man.
We finna be ran by international players, bro.
We're not doing that.
We finna be ran by international players.
It's still foreign.
Brother Moore, that's not necessarily true, man.
No, that's what I'm saying, yo. That's what
to this lane is foreign. I mean, how they considered it.
Us Americans, we finna be irrelevant in basketball soon.
That's not true. That's not true. That's a horrible take, Sean Pack. That's a horrible take.
Look at the MVP.
In the next 5 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 5 years, 3 of the top 5 players are going to be international.
Right, they said 5 years ago.
No, they didn't.
Nah, this shit is real now, bro.
Kind of did though a few years ago.
Nah,
Luka is the only one that the overseas that just became an instant superstar. Everybody not gonna do that.
Giannis didn't come instant. I say international, bro. I say international.
I'm saying
KD a rim protector. Yeah. He was with the Warriors.
He was a rim protector.
1 year he was top 5.
I didn't see it.
KD is a low key rim protector. Y'all sleep. Y'all gotta watch him.
Well, he been doing it lately, a little bit in the playoffs.
The Nets depend on him to defend.
Right, as a help defender, he's a rim protector, but he's not a one-on-one rim protector.
Oh no, he gonna get dunked.
Yeah, not like no Gobert. Hell no.
He's a help.
He's light in the pants for that.
Right, yeah, no, he's a help guy. He's a help side rim protector.
Yeah, but I don't think the next top 5 players gonna be international though.
No, I'm saying 3 out of the top 5 players are international. We already got Giannis and Luka, and it's between Joker and Embiid. The only reason why Embiid ain't up there because his health.
I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense. But to someone's point earlier, outside of Luka, those other guys didn't come in as instant stars. They came into their own as superstars. But Luka came in.
I'm be honest with you. I don't think Booker and I love D Mitch. I don't think those two have what it takes to be that level, like that Kobe, LeBron, like Curry.
I don't know why.
Why not?
I don't know why. Top 5, bro.
We're gonna look at him different.
Hold on. I'll speak with Devin Booker. Devin Booker in particular, he haven't proven to get his team to the playoffs. He haven't proven to be the best player on the team to get his team to the playoffs.
Yeah, but he's the best player on the team.
No, he has not proven to get his team to the playoffs. Let's not do that.
Wait, Big Sal, hold on. Do you separate best player from most important player?
Let me elaborate what I'm saying. Devin Booker has not proven to get his team to the playoffs.
He Devin just Booker, did it.
That was Chris Paul. Let's not do that shit.
Oh, man. They was only eliminated by man.
Guess what? They went perfect in the bubble. Guess what? They still didn't make the playoffs.
But also remember, Big Sal, last year they lost DeAndre Ayton for 20 games because he was suspended.
25 games, yeah.
That's true, Sean. But that's like I said, they still never made the playoffs. And there was seasons where they had the bottom third, like they had the second to worst bottom record in the league.
You got to put that in context.
Yeah, but again, let's put it in context. 3 years ago, Phoenix was a national joke. Like that organization was a national. It was Big Brother Omar. Even Charles Barkley, who played there, got his numbers.
Brother was winning 20 games and shit.
Clowning Phoenix. Constantly.
Y'all know how trash Phoenix was the first 4 years.
You can't separate
what I'm saying is he was a part of it, but also a lot of it was they had just made a lot of bad organizational decisions, and the owner was terrible. And then they get James Jones and they get Monty Williams, and they start making some good organizational decisions. That's why they are where they are now. But it wasn't because
Bro, do y'all know how many people they missed out on in drafts?
Yeah, you said about a lot of teams.
You right,
You said about
Sean,
Minnesota.
right.
You said about Minnesota. Like,
but I
They
get
could have had Tatum. They could have had Luka.
point though. Like Chris Paul was the person in the MVP talks this year, not Booker.
That's what
I'm saying I think Chris Paul is their most important player, but I think Booker is their best player.
I don't think.
Yeah,
bro, Booker just proved himself against the Lakers, y'all. Y'all can't lie.
No,
Paul was out.
Yeah,
he got the shoulder.
Nah, he played.
What?
He
Man,
played
let's
every
be quiet.
game. He just didn't play the whole game. And he been very vital to those young players coming off the bench, man. Payne and all them in games.
Yeah, he got
Man, them dudes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Sal. That's why I think
I
he's their
know that
most
nigga
important
played like
player.
a.
I
He played his ass off against those Lakers.
I think he's their most important player, but I don't think he's their best player. I think he's their third best.
Of course, I agree.
I agree with both sides, but to this
I don't know.
I do want to see Booker kind
I'm
of
saying
lead his
Devin
team,
Booker. Yeah.
regardless of Chris Paul is on that team or not. Like, can we
But
exchange Chris Paul for somebody else?
Hold on, John
Booker
Morant.
still
John
lead that
Morant
team
got
to
his.
the playoffs.
Wait, y'all. Let him
John
finish.
Morant got his team to the playoffs.
I believe
Hey,
he
you gotta
did.
go one at a time. Let him finish, yo.
My bad.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
No, I'm saying John Morant got his team to the playoffs. D. Mitchell got his team to the playoffs multiple times. Jason Tatum got his to the team multiple times. You know what I'm saying? We got to hold these guys to the same standard.
Right,
That's
but
all
John
I'm
Morant
saying.
not better than
bro,
Booker.
but trust
John
me,
Morant
dog.
not better
Booker
than
didn't
Steph
have
Curry.
enough, bro. He didn't have enough at all.
What?
Not
No,
in
no,
first
stop.
4
Hold on,
years,
time out,
bro.
time
Big
out,
Sal,
man.
so Big Sal, let me ask you a question. What's the difference this year between Booker and Trae Young?
The difference between Booker and Trae Young.
Trey Young is the no doubted best
Trey
player
Young
on
is
the team.
hold on, Trey Young is the primary playmaker for the Hawks. He's the number one option. He's the player. He's the primary playmaker.
So, Big Sal, if you the playmaker, that's the best player. I'm asking your opinion. So, if you the playmaker, primary playmaker, that makes you the best player on the team? Or, I mean, by your standards.
No,
No.
he just answered the question.
I just answered the question. What's the difference between Devin Booker and Trae Young? I said Trae Young is the primary playmaker for the Hawks.
this season.
Yeah, this season. Trae Young's the primary playmaker
Trey
for the
Young got
Hawks.
the ball in his hands all
But
the
also,
time.
look at what the Hawks have built around Trae Young. They finally put the right pieces around him.
It sounds like
That's
six people.
the
offseason.
difference.
No,
That's
they
the
did.
difference.
They did.
I mean, it ain't like they took forever. He ain't been in the league, but like it's only his third year.
His third year,
No,
but
But
yeah,
I mean, they on track. They doing
Nah, it's his
good,
fourth year, right?
surrounding him with talent.
yeah. And again, I think it's the same thing with Booker. That Ayton was a big piece. Getting Ayton was a big piece, obviously. But Chris Paul coming in, helping that team, giving that team a veteran presence that they really didn't have before, makes a difference. But he's not their best player.
Not even by far.
No,
But if you say
how long has
Devin
Booker
Booker
been in
is
the
better
league?
than Chris Paul, then you saying Devin Booker is like a top 15 player or something like that. That's how you feel about Booker?
I said he is now, yeah. But hold on, let me be clear. I thought that Phoenix team, even if they don't get Chris Paul, makes the playoffs this year.
They're just a lower seed.
Right, this is a much lower seed.
I'm telling you, bro, they was on track.
What they showed you last year when they had Ayton, because when they had Ayton, they were a plus 500 team, and then they go in the bubble and they go on that run in the bubble. And it's like, okay, this team might actually be ready to take that next step and get into the playoffs. I don't think they're a 2 seed without Chris Paul. Let me be clear.
No,
but they're a playoff team without Chris Paul.
Yeah, they would have made it. I don't even think they would have been in the play-in either. They probably would have been like the 6 seed.
Yeah. No, they showed you last year they were ready.
Yeah.
They just needed a year together.
Devin Booker's a problem, man.
Devin beating Booker.
Yeah.
I love Devin Booker. I think.
But do y'all honestly think him, and also y'all throw Murray in here too. Him, Murray, even Porter. Like that, I'm saying. Like, do y'all think any of these guys, besides Luka and Giannis, like I don't think any of these guys will get to that LeBron, Kobe.
Jamal Murray got to prove himself again.
Yeah, I think
Booker. I get what you're saying.
No, Jamal Murray's with that class. He with that class.
I get what you're saying, Big Side, but I do think Booker can be in that class. Like we just like Booker continue to make this run. We're gonna look at it differently.
Here's the thing about Luka though. And all that being said, Luka is a great player, but Luka
SB barely capped.
Luka's a great player, and he's like, however you want to rank him, right? But he's not going to get any more better than
Mansa Musa.
Luka's not going to get any more better than this.
Right.
What? What?
He's not. Only thing.
Hold on.
His percentage is going to get better again.
Hold on. The only thing he will have to improve on his career is his free throw shooting. He's not going to get any better.
What about his defense? What about his shooting? What about his 3-point shooting?
What about defense?
You saying he capped off in his
He would
third
never
year?
be that. Like, he would never be elite defensively. That's not.
No, I ain't saying elite. I say he get better though.
I don't
think
he look like he's getting better on switching though,
baby. Is he terribly
defense? I think they're gonna just construct a scheme for him on defense, kind of like Golden State did for Curry.
But is he a liability defensively?
Yeah,
no, he's not.
I would say a liability, but
your team.
Who you see getting a switch looking for Luka? Who you seen doing that?
They did that in Game 7.
They weren't looking for him.
They weren't looking for Luka. No, they were no. They were attacking Boban in Game 7. That was the big difference. So they won't
like Steph Curry. Teams make switches and look for Curry and try to go at him
because of his.
They don't do all that to Luka.
Luka's so big that it's gonna be hard to totally take advantage of his defense.
But I'm not saying Luka can't be the best player in the league. I'm just saying with the style you're playing, the level of play he's playing right now, he's almost maxed out.
I disagree.
I understand what you're
He's not the first player like this either, by the way.
True. What player you knew capped off in his third year?
Huh?
What you say he's not the only player? What player you know got in his third year and didn't get any better?
Michael Jordan was kind of like that. What are you talking about?
Jordan improved on different aspects of his game. True. Jordan became a better player down the line.
Let's make it clear. Michael Jordan got reason what making Michael Jordan successful. He started trusting his teammates. The talent was always there.
Makes you a better player.
His passing got better.
That makes
he came into the league averaging 28, dog.
That makes you a better player.
His parents, listen, he always could put up assists. He learned how to trust his teammates better. That's what made that skill set.
True, that makes you a better player.
But
Larry Bird called him in a god in his man's second year in the league. Like, come on, dog. Like, that's not
that was a
Larry Bird said a lot of things, man. What are you talking about?
Come on, dog. Like, I'm just telling you how good he was on that good he was.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying a little bit.
And true, to be truthful, right? I don't think Luka's capped out. I think Luka's capped out with that team that's presently constructed, because what's going to be interesting is if they can add another star to that team, how's his game going to evolve for that team to go to the next level?
Right, that's true. I feel though his level of
do you see him being better though, or just he's just gonna have better talent? Because how do you approve what's what he's doing now?
His percentages got better from last year.
He's an average 3-point shooter. He can come better. He's a well below defender. He can come better. And once again, even though his turnovers at times can be a little high, he becomes better. So he can improve on his game.
Let me ask you this question. How many of them European players honestly get better defensively if they're not that already?
Honestly, hold on.
Well, I mean, better is
relative. I don't think the man's a bad defender, though, man.
Because again, I don't think he's a bad defender. I don't think he's a liability defensively. He's not. He's never going to be Kawhi defensively, but he's not a liability defensively.
The thing I'm trying to say is he going to be developed to be that guy to guard the best player? You see how Kawhi guarded him when times got.
No, that's not his role. That's not his job.
That's all I'm worried about.
No.
See, to be the best player in the league, you might have to be able to do stuff like that.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Magic was the best player in the league at one point. He never did that.
Right, yeah. So I don't think it's so much that. I'm sorry, True. Go ahead.
And that's the thing. Like Luka, like he
since Jordan.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Jordan changed the league, dog.
We hear you now.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, I think the issue with Luka is what he'll get better is his efficiency will get better, right? He won't have to be taking 37 shots a game for them to win as the talent around him gets better. The question is, as his usage comes down some, will he still be as effective as he is now? When they start adding talent around him.
Once they get complimentary players around him, yeah.
Yeah, and
That
I
is
think he will.
if Dallas can get
He
confidence.
need to learn how to play off ball
Dallas,
too, man.
if Dallas
They
can
need
get
to get rid of
confident players
Porzingis
around
for
them,
sure.
but
Dallas
they
has
don't.
no history of doing that.
They have
I
no
don't like
history. They
that
have no.
shit. One
They
player
have no
with the
history
ball all that time like
of
that.
free agency. And I think the reason why is because of Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle is not a coach who attracts free agents. Guys ain't rushing to play for him.
Might have to get rid of that man.
And they won't.
Listen,
And Mark Cuban's still locked in on him.
Right.
Yeah,
And
Mark Cuban.
He
this
signed like
is
2
why
years
I
ago.
knew. Right. This is why I knew they was going to lose the series, though. Right. When Rick Carlisle said that Rondo was calling their plays, and last time this man played for your team was 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was early in the series.
You got to go.
You can
I knew they weren't finna win because he needed to drop 40 for them to win, and that's just not sustainable.
I mean,
Right, you trying to tell me you
basketball,
want the
not
same
football. You can
plays.
figure out people's sits.
No, but here's the problem with that. This is a whole
Mavericks
different
not
team.
wasn't winning.
Hold on. This is a problem. This is a whole different type of team than it was 5 years ago.
known for doing that, though. That's not nothing
You
new.
trying to tell me you running the same 5 plays? You trying to tell me you running the same plays?
This ain't
I
football,
don't know if
man.
they running the same plays because they got.
It ain't
And
no
Toronto
plays.
said that about LeBron too. Now
I think Rondo just studies tape
you
that
better
with
hear
his memory is
DeRozan like
second to none.
shit.
Probably only to LeBron.
That nigga DeRozan said
Now you can say
LeBron.
his plays are simplistic.
LeBron used to call out their plays.
But
He
Rondo
said
done that
he
multiple
said
times.
he told my dog that he was in the wrong spot on their play. He like, bro, you supposed to be over here.
Oh, yeah. Rondo's done that historically.
Yeah, it's true, but it's just.
I get what you're saying. Like, if you say his offense is so simplistic,
These motherfuckers smart as fuck, though, man. You got to be smart out there on that court.
Rondo's crazy.
Like, I don't know. It's not a. I mean, Rick Carlisle said it though. That would make it like I'm like, dog, like you change it. Like,
oh wait, hey, Sean. I think Sean said so, Sean, because I always wondered why. Because Mark Cuban is a great owner. Right. I wonder why nobody wants to go to. So is it really Rick Carlisle? The only reason why nobody's going to Dallas?
I think it's Rick Carlisle because think about it, right? Every guy that goes to Dallas.
2011.
Yeah, they haven't won a playoff series in 2011, right? And if you just look at Rick Carlisle, he's largely been known as kind of a rigid coach. He doesn't really adjust like that. He's kind of old school. And he doesn't, again, you don't hear players talk about, their affinity for, guys like Rick Carlisle. That's just not.
But he won a championship. They're not gonna get rid of him too quick. You know how them franchises.
Yeah, but that was. But I mean,
so they didn't win a playoff series in a decade, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's they haven't won a playoff series in a decade, and again, it's Sean back to that
look
point.
at Seattle and Pete Carroll.
You know,
I mean,
Luka might change a little bit, Sean. You think Luka might have an effect on him now?
That's actually a good example.
Yeah, I mean, I would use Seattle and Pete Carroll as the example I would use.
Another bad example.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Seattle and Pete Carroll. I would use the example of Mike Shanahan in Denver, right? That he was a guy, he was there for a long time. They finally won, and then they held on to him way too long.
Yep. These teams, a lot of these teams do that shit.
Yeah, and it's just.
Hey, so you don't think Luka might have an effect on him now? Because it seems like he's trusting Luka more to run out. Like,
but Chris
he's taking more hands off.
Bro, he be wanting the ball that Luka has too much, dog.
Yeah, I think.
Said though.
Yeah, I think the problem, Brother Omari, and when I watched them offensively, and why it was so easy for the Clippers to adjust, is because you pretty much know exactly where the ball is going to be. The only adjustment he made with Luka offensively a couple times was putting him on the left wing versus having him in the middle of the floor. But you generally know exactly where Luka's getting the ball and how that offense is going to work. Carlisle, I think his biggest problem is he hasn't figured out how to get Luka to be just as effective off the ball as he is on the ball.
Luka himself got to work on that too.
Right. Luka has to work on that too, but I would also say, I'm sorry, Sal, it's very similar to, and I hate to make the comparison, but it's very similar to Steph Curry under Mark Jackson. That the idea that offense was, Steph is a dynamic player, we get it, but this team's not going to get to the next level until we figure out how to unlock these other guys. And part of that is our best player learning how to be effective off ball as he is on ball.
I'm glad
kind of
you
disagree with you
can
though.
be able to put your feelings to the side and make that example.
Right. Who, me?
I kind of disagree because the biggest problem that the Mavericks had in this series, man, is the fact that Porzingis didn't do nothing, man. You got a 7'2", 7'3" big man that's only reduced to shooting 3-pointers, man.
But
you
that's what
had a dude 7'3" and 7'5". You can't get no post ups action. You can't even take advantage of that height.
But that's what I mean, Sal. That's the problem.
And another thing, hold on, let me say this. Another thing is when Luka's off the ball, they're a totally different team. That's why they can't get him off. They can barely rest him. I think Carlisle would like to get him off the ball, but they look like a totally different team. As soon as he sit down and get out of the game or get off the ball, they look like a totally different team.
Hey, one thing I want to say too,
that's how the offense. That's how the offense is, right?
Hey, one thing I say. One thing, I'm tired as hell putting this desk together. I'm tired of the motherfucker. I'm old. But now I appreciate the good conversation. This is what I like to hear, man. Real facts, real takes. We might disagree, but we bring an opinion. No emotions more than anything. This conversation I love. And I'm just saying I appreciate y'all. It's entertaining, like a motherfucker. I appreciate it though. But I'm just saying, appreciate the good talk.
Yeah.
This is what I love to hear.
We understand. We just turned 35. We understand, man.
Yeah. Let me respond to South real quick. So the Rick Carlisle even said that's what that Porzingis has asked them to do, what they want him to do, which is be a floor spacer and to shoot the three. They've not put him in position to do other things, which again, some of that might be on him, but I go back to that's on Rick Carlisle and that staff to figure out. We got this guy who's 7'3", who obviously is skilled. He may not. The problem is he doesn't stay healthy. But when you have him, you got to figure out how to use them, and they haven't figured out how to do that yet.
I'd be pissed at Porzingis, man.
Yeah,
get his ass some mismatches and get him in that post. Get him some easy buckets, man.
But Sean Pack, everybody's a mismatch for him. That's the thing. Everybody's a mismatch for him. At 7'3" with his skill set, who can guard him in the NBA?
Nobody.
Maybe in B.
Yeah, like even he should have. See, look, Rick Carlisle did adjust a little bit now when he put Boban in there, and you see how the Clippers really couldn't deal with Boban like that at times.
But they lose so much defensively though because they went to that zone, and once they move the ball, a backside or weak side, and it's a one-on-one, and Porzingis or one of those, or the big man got to get out there on the shooter, they're going right by him, layup line.
I'm telling you, like, they get all these switches for Luka. Like, you could do the same thing for Porzingis. Get him a switch and get him down there.
How many games did Porzingis get double digits in the series? He scored double digits.
Probably
how many games?
2 or 3.
I think 2 or 3 at the most.
Yeah, man.
If he averages 20, they get the Clippers up out of there.
Don't it, bro? Luka not passing him the ball enough though.
So I agree with that. I agree with you on that.
Enough to run plays and have him get open, and he do not do that as much as he even did last year.
Renegade. There was one play in Game 5 in particular where they ran a screen and roll for Luka and Porzingis, and the Clippers blitzed Luka on the pick and roll, and Porzingis swung. He's wide open for 3. His hands are up, and Luka splits the pick and roll and doesn't even see him.
Yep.
Is it that he didn't see, or that he wasn't, or that he wasn't looking at him? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it could be a combination of both.
Yeah, it could be a combination. I mean, yeah.
And this dude is a max player, bro.
No, and with me, I even watched the series and I said Porzingis leaving. I was like, he don't like playing with Luka. I can tell how he playing. If you watch the whole series, he don't look like he like playing with.
Yeah, that's the story coming out of Dallas. They don't like playing.
I knew it was coming out.
Yeah, it been coming out for a second.
Your brain.
I would have been trying to have Porzingis get Kawhi PG in foul trouble, man.
Yeah, something.
I don't see what the value in having a 7'3" dude that shoots threes and can't rim protect and can't play no defense. What is the point of having that on?
He kind of, I don't know.
Yes, he can. It just
you
can't even protect the rim.
I mean, but
gotta lead at
it. There's value there.
Yeah, he do play defense, but you know what he noticed?
The man's a max player for a reason now.
You know what I mean?
That dude won a skill challenge at 7'4".
Hold on, but you notice though, right? His motivation is like when a lot of players, when you don't get enough touches and you off rhythm, you're like the motivation on defense. I'm not making no excuse, but
no, that's how it goes.
In that case,
bro. I seen people laying the ball up on him, blowing by him.
Yeah, that's
He
lack
is
of
not
motivation.
stopping nothing.
They could have took one of them games and just forced it down Zingy throat. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Like, they ain't never,
Oh,
they never. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
Yeah.
never featured him like it was Luca. It was either Luca or nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Luca, you got the ball in your hands damn near the whole game, and you taking all of these shots. Like, you could,
But
like,
they wasn't
you know what I'm
effective when
saying?
Luka didn't have the ball though.
I agree with Ricky.
That's the thing. Their team didn't wasn't effective when Luka didn't have the ball.
But that's the thing. That's a coaching issue.
Yep, that's
right.
How's that a coaching issue if they're not effective?
No, listen.
Luka early in the series
if you watch
couldn't rest.
the series, bro, Luka will get the ball and try to score every time. And if he don't score,
Every
he'll pass
time.
out. He'll force a
Every
pass
time.
every
Right.
time.
Is literally watching Jordan with Doug Collins. You knew the ball was going to be in Jordan's hands. You knew he was going to try to score.
But
and remember,
I mean, who else they had that could create their own shot? Hardaway
not-
keep
Porzingis.
going here and there, but he
Got
can't
niggas.
really create a shot
Porzingis
consistently.
can
Well,
create
hold
his
With
own
Trey
shot.
Burke.
No, he
so
can't, man.
Wait, hold on.
Trey Burke was
Trey Burke,
They need to swing the ball more.
Trey Burke creates his own shot, right, off the dribble.
Right. Come
Brunson
on,
was
man.
doing
He
it
was doing
early
it
in the
all last year.
series. Brunson was doing it early in the series, but Brunson is a liability defensively, so they didn't keep him on the floor long. So the biggest issue is if you go out and you get another shot creator for Dallas, which again I don't know who that is based on where they are right now.
They can sign Preston.
That's what I'm saying.
Is Luka going to be good enough to play off the ball some?
Right.
So that way, come fourth quarter, teams can't gang up because they know exactly what they're running because they're running the same sets in the fourth quarter that they ran in the first three quarters.
But you got to remember, they did try to run Brunson and then Luka off the ball at the two some of the games. They done some of that.
Yeah, they did some of that. But again, the problem with Brunson was a liability defensively, so they couldn't keep him on the floor long.
Okay,
He's a
so that
liability
makes my
defensively.
point, man.
And the
When they
crazy
run-
thing about Dallas,
we're talking about the offense, though. The offense wise, like the offense is trash, man.
Yeah.
And you got Luka doing everything. I mean, like that's
He
hard.
the only one that
He
can
don't have to
consistently
do
create
everything.
offense.
No, he didn't necessarily have to do everything. Like, the first game, he was letting the ball go and letting niggas do their thing. The first couple games, he was letting the ball
But they
go,
were hitting
letting
shots
niggas
the
do
first
their
two
thing.
games. They wasn't hitting no shots. Like the,
I
But I'm
mean,
saying you
if
gotta
you only
be
gonna get it off a
consistent.
catch and shoot off a double team, you
Right,
ain't
yeah,
gonna
that's
do
what I'm
nothing.
saying. Some of it is a function of some of the sets they're running. The sets they run don't ask for a lot of secondary action. It's very much Luka, you got the ball. You know, if you attract somebody, we'll make the swing. You might make an extra swing pass
read and
here
react
and there.
off pick and roll.
Yeah, but it's not. There's no secondary actions off of those things, and that's a coaching problem in today's NBA. Your action, a lot of your plays, a lot of your sets have to have second and third actions. If they don't, they're not effective. Particularly once teams figure out exactly what you're doing, which is what the Clippers did.
I don't think it was the big thing of what the Clippers figured out, bro. It's just Porzingis didn't do shit. You got a
Dallas
7-footer that
always
can't
got
get
a
10
high
rebounds,
rated
he can't shoot.
offense too.
Yeah, watch.
You remember
watch
what they were saying about them last year? They had the highest rated offense in history.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did though.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna change. They're not gonna change what they do.
But hold on,
They're not gonna change
they did. They have changed some of what they did because again, their
They gave the
offensive
ball up
coordinator is
to-
gone. It was their offensive coordinator is the head coach in Houston
Yeah,
now.
Steven Silas.
So they
Okay,
did
okay.
change a lot of what they did, but also Steven Silas was also in Luka's ear a lot last year. They didn't have that this year. So I'm not gonna say they didn't value Steven Silas. Obviously, he wanted to be a head coach, but they might have been better to elevate him to head coach and move, Rick Carlisle on.
And then that's what I'm thinking. That's why he giving the ball to Lucas so much, because he trying to keep his job and not. It ain't really about the squad or whatever. Because he would have been, like Rick Carlisle, good enough to make adjustments. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he know that if he go against what Luka want, he gonna lose his job.
Their offense was terrible when Luka went to the bench.
Interviews too. He be saying it in his interviews too. Like Luka, he's gonna have the ball 90% of the time. Like,
Right.
come on now.
And then and he know that, and like Dirk is a better offensive player than Luka. He ain't never touched the ball as much as you know what I'm saying. What Luka got, he ain't as good of a playmaker as Luka and everything.
He's
You know
just a
what I'm
better
saying?
shooter
But
than
it's
Luka. I don't know about a better offensive player.
Dirk is not a better offensive player than him.
I know.
He a better
Listen,
shooter.
I get it. I'm saying.
Nah, I might take.
But
No,
they
I think
still.
Dirk might be though. Dirk might be. You could
He's only a
debate
better
that.
shooter. That's it.
But
Dirk
He's not.
used to
He
get
can't play make
assisted
enough.
a lot though.
But
He
I'm
used to
saying
catch and shoot. He used to get assisted a lot more than
like
Luka.
he's gonna Dirk get an open shot every time he touch the ball. Like if you want to play that game, you can always give Dirk the ball and have him shoot. But
That's my problem with Luka. I never see him get assisted.
Look. Listen. He knows the importance of getting niggas off the ball. You know what I'm saying? And he knows what the importance of having Luka getting spelled and having him not have the ball in his hands and him being the primary ball handler all the time. But he refuses to even,
Bro,
you know what I'm
they're not
saying,
the
have
same
that as
team when Luka's off the
have
ball.
that even
That's why it don't
acknowledged.
happen.
And that's big. That's for a reason.
They need to go
It's
get
for a reason
Lonzo.
because he always got the ball by design.
Watch Utah with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell had the ball in his hands a lot early in his career, and it was easy for teams to gang up on him in the fourth quarters.
But Utah had a better team than me than the Mavericks, to be honest with you.
And when they got Conley, their offense was better.
What I'm saying is watch them now. And again, particularly early in games, they're not just putting the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands and say, go make a play. Their function of their offense is they have
They
second
got
and
multiple
third.
players that can run point, though. They don't.
They
The
can-
Mavericks
they can-
don't have that for real.
They won games without
Shit,
Donovan
all they
Mitchell.
ass can pass, bro. Utah got like 5-6 people that they run pick and roll with, bro.
Right. They know how to use all of their
But what I'm
players.
saying, that's the difference. They figured out a system that unlocks all of those guys. It's
Right.
not just them asking Donovan Mitchell to create for all of those guys. The system they run unlocks those guys. And when games are late in the fourth quarter, then they say, okay, Donovan, through the system, it's your ball. Go do what you do.
Right. Because then they could
And
open
they
up the
ain't
playbook
always
because they
just pick and
playbook
roll up top
ain't
like
been
everybody
used the
else.
whole
No, it's
game
not.
and the
It's
whole
their offense
season,
is
and
very,
everybody
very-
know what they about to run.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that Utah have better personnel when it comes to that than the Mavs.
Yeah, they do.
You couldn't tell that based off the first two games, though.
Yes, you could.
I'm
Bro,
talking
when
about the
Luka
Mavs.
sat down, they was a
Luka-centric.
totally different team.
Oh, they were Luka centric the first two
Do
games.
Luka give somebody a chance though?
That's what I'm
I mean, when he
saying,
sit
man.
down, he's
Like,
not in the
Hold
game.
up.
if
When
they don't
we
hit their
see-
shots,
look, when
Luka
Luka
do
get
not
up that
trust
floor,
them.
that team is like LeBron's, like on his team. Like,
But
like, you
LeBron
seen what
trusts his
happened in the
teammates
third
regardless.
game? It was
Luka
they were
does
up 32
not. He
11.
will
What
take
happened?
What do
them
y'all
40
think
shots
about
a
this
game,
Clippers
man.
Utah? Matter
He
of
will
fact,
take
y'all
them
think
40 shots.
yeah.
And
Hold
Bron
up.
ain't gonna take no 40 shots.
Hold up,
Luka will take those 40
Yeah, he
shots,
will.
man.
But he had to, correct?
No, he did not.
Hold up,
Because they
hold up.
proved that that if he kept trusting his teammates, that they would have that
The
they
Clippers
had that
kept
they
giving them the
proved
looks.
No. He
Yeah,
still
why not?
passed the ball. They did just miss shots.
they did miss.
The problem was they wasn't secondary creators. Like once they start to close in on those shot makers, they couldn't pass the ball effectively around to get a better
Turn the
shot.
ball over.
Man,
He
Luka
went
took
cold
a
in a
lot
couple
of
of them second
dumbass
halves
shots.
too.
He took
Like
a lot
Luka
of shots
still
he
gave
did
them
not
the
have
same
to
type of
take,
shot,
man.
open
A
shots.
lot.
I watched one game that the Mavericks had won. Luka didn't hit the 2 clutch threes. It was because he made a pass to Tim Hardaway, which was the last
Exactly.
second half quarter. He made a pass to
Like
Porzingis.
he kept giving them the ball.
Not all the
was-
time. Not all the time.
No, hold up.
Yeah.
Look, again, it's easy to say that now after the fact, but Luka was still giving them the ball. The problem is the Clippers, to give them credit, they start to close out on those shooters. The problem is
They were
wasn't
closing
secondary
out good the
playmakers.
whole series, bro. The Mavs was just hot. They were
Not
hot.
the
I ain't
not
gonna
the
lie.
first
They
two
were
games
good,
because
bro.
I'm talking
they was
about
wide
Luka
open.
still
the first
gave them
two.
the opportunities.
Bro,
But they just
hand
didn't hit
right
the shot
there.
in
They
the-
done
Listen,
at
if
the
you
same
don't hit
time.
torching the
if you
Clippers.
don't start off hitting your shots with Luka, he will not continue to keep passing
They
you the
were
ball. He gonna
they
shoot
were shooting
himself. He will shoot
60%
that
from
ball,
three.
and he's
I
not
mean,
like that
I won't disagree with
as
that.
a
Then,
shooter.
We're gonna shoot that field.
Throughout the fourth quarter, throughout the whole series, Luka shot less than 30% from the field in the fourth quarter.
And they were shooting with longer range too. You know, when you pull up from long range like that, you catching people off guard. They ain't gonna really know to contest that like that.
Bro,
And then Luka not
on the
like
Dallas
that.
team?
He's not like that.
Who
You
on
know
the
what
They
I'm
Dallas
all
team
saying?
is
So
Hardaway
that's
was
all
shooting with
bad
range.
shots.
who on the
Porzingis was
Dallas team
shooting
are
with
shot
range,
creators?
and
Man?
Luka was shooting with range.
Let's be honest. Who on the Dallas team are shot creators? Like who can create
Tim
the team?
Hardaway Jr. is a shot creator somewhat.
Who?
Porzingis can create his own shot too.
Tim Hardaway can consistently create his own shot.
Yeah,
He's streaky where he
no.
can get hot, but you can't count on him to
Man,
ISO.
all them are
or to
scorers.
That's what
create
I'm
his own
talking
shot.
about. Can you
Okay,
do they have
that's
a
true.
Look at that
consistent
roster
person
again.
you can
Hold
get
on.
Trey
that ball
Burke
to
is
other
a
than
real
Luka?
shot creator,
That
but
can be
he
true,
barely
but at the end of
even
the
had
day,
the ball to do his
when
thing
you don't trust your
comparative to
teammates.
last season
At the
in
end
the
of the day, when you don't
playoffs
trust your teammates, that's what
against them.
happens. You lose.
And
I
again,
mean,
it
y'all
goes
keep
back.
saying not trusting, but the man come in with
You
13,
don't.
14 assists.
Listen,
Yeah,
when you have somebody
and
who's right,
You
But he
trust
always,
somebody.
way too high.
I'm
and it
not
goes
saying
back, and it goes
Because
back to right the point somebody made earlier. When the Clippers went small, the Mavericks had no sets that they ran for Porzingis to take advantage of the fact that he had
like
6'7",
Exactly.
6'8" Nichols
oh.
Batum
And
guarding.
Boban. You got
Yeah,
two people
So
over
it must
7
have been
foot, 3,
something that
7
they
foot.
seen that made them think that
they knew.
that was okay.
I'm telling you, Ringer, they knew that Dallas did not have sets for those guys.
Like
Look,
that's
how can you
crazy, bro. That don't make
Hey, Sean,
any sense.
to
That don't
Shaq,
make
Shaq
any
always
sense.
say this though, but if you the big guy, how about
Right.
you just oppose your will? Like I had to create a set for you to take
Because
for
he
you
don't
to
got the
notice you got
ball
the
in his
smaller
hands
guy
all
on
the
you.
time.
Right.
Like
So
Shaq always say, "Hey, give me the ball."
right, yeah. No, I
That's
mean
what I'm saying. Shaq be demanding the ball,
demanded it. Yeah,
and
Shaq
Shaq was
demanded
always
it.
the
Yeah.
best.
So,
Always
but we don't put no
right.
onus on Porzingis and say, "Hey, give me the ball."
Yeah.
Like
He
look at
not
the
like
behind me.
he
He's
not
6'5".
like
You the only
Shaq.
7 footer on the court standing
Yeah.
at the 3-point line, just standing there.
Like because if
Come
Shaq
on,
can
man.
get
He
moved
know
out
he
the
gotta have
system,
the lane
and
open
clearly
for
Porzingis can. So
Luka
Shaq
though.
had to make a point to say, "Give me the damn ball."
That's the sets they run. They make every set they run. Porzingis is in the corner.
Let me give you a
Again,
stat.
but if
Let me give
Shaq
you a
got to
stat.
demand the ball, what you think? Well, you don't think
He
Porzingis
not
got to demand
Shaq.
the ball? But that's my
Right, but here's
point.
the thing,
Listen,
If
Luka.
Shaq
if
has to,
it was
has to
Shaq's
demand it,
team, it was not just
Porzingis
Kobe's
demand
team.
it too.
It was obviously Shaq's
It
team.
was Shaq team at first.
Again, but you don't think Porzingis don't have enough clout to say, "Hey, give me the ball. I'm the
But
second
he
guy."
went to Luka's team. He went to Luka's
But
team.
again,
He know
but he's still a
he know
second
what
guy
the
on the
rank
totem
is.
pole there, though.
Look,
Like he has enough clout to say, "Hey, Luka,
Brother Amari.
allow
So you
somebody."
telling me?
He
Hold
does
on,
have
Let's
Y'all
take
telling
advantage
me?
of
Look,
this mismatch I got
look,
here.
this is what I'm saying. You don't think he was saying it before he
I don't
came out
know.
publicly?
So you
That's
telling me they can
Until
run?
he say,
they say
until
it
he say
they say it
otherwise, we got to
privately.
go what we know, though.
Brother Amari, look, this is how I know he didn't know he had clout like that. He said he didn't even say star. He said I felt more like an afterthought than a co-star. So he already saying I'm
Like a
back. He know it's not.
partnership,
He
right?
said
Man,
co-star. He know it's not
this
his
is the
team.
thing.
That don't mean he
Right.
Hold
said
on,
something about it, though.
hold on,
probably
right
did.
quick.
But I'm
They were
saying
running.
Again,
They
but
were running
we
pick and
assuming
roll and
now.
throwing it. Hold on. Luka and Barbon were running pick and roll, and he was throwing it in the Barbon. He can't do that with KP.
come on,
Yeah.
man. Come on,
He
bro.
wasn't giving
Come
it to
on.
him.
Come on.
Yes, he
But why?
was.
That's what I'm
In game
saying.
one, he
Why you
was.
not giving it to the boy? That's what I'm saying. Like
No, I'm saying
like
he
you
was
should
doing it
force
with the other
Porzingis shot
dude
more threes than
you
anything.
should
So
force
y'all
it.
say
because
he
he's standing
purposely
at the
just looked the
3-point
other way?
line.
Or y'all say he
I'm-
purposely looked the
But
other way?
that's his role. But that's his role, though. He actually
That
do
shit's
that. That's the
stupid,
problem.
man. You
If y'all
7'2",
say
man.
if
You
y'all saying
can't do
purposely
He's
he
not,
did it,
but
I'm
look,
not going to
you
refute that.
Zingy,
But I'm not
he
giving
not
that
But
schematic.
Zingy not durable like that. He's skinny. He not
Right, but here's the
somebody that's
problem.
gonna keep banging down low or
So how you
whatever.
give him
But
the ball then?
you
Right, but here's the problem.
you
Hold on.
force the ball
I
down his
never want
throat
a KP on my
and
team.
But you
send
just
them
said that
dump
he's
shots
not
and
like that.
pick
That's
and
not his
roll.
part of his mentality, though. So I got to give
But
you the
they
ball
did
on the
that
wing.
last year with them. If they had Zingy last season, they would have won the series. They kicked him out of the refs kicked him out of the game, one of them games. You
I
know what I'm
understand.
saying? Because of the way that they was playing them, and they did not do that. They didn't do it on the level that. And I know it's that we talking about hindsight and everything, but like if you know that Zingy got hurt last season, you know that if Zingy was in the game with y'all possibly could have won. You take one of these 7 games and just keep giving him the ball since they focusing down on Luka, forcing him to take 40 all damn near 40 shots. Like You keep forcing,
in your opinion,
that's
why you
not
think
what
they didn't
they
do it then? In your opinion,
because he's because Luka want either he from what I'm saying, he wants either all of the credit or all
Man,
of the
what?
blame. Like he either wants it all on his shoulders or nothing. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
listen,
Like,
bro. The dude usage is high because they can't even they're not the same team when he don't have the ball in his hands. That's why he couldn't even sit down and rest. You got to game 3 where they had a chance to go up 3-0 and they was up by 15 in the first quarter. As soon as he goes sit down, they lose the lead
They lose
and they
their
lost
lead.
all the momentum of the series after that.
30-11. They lost their lead as soon as he sat down.
Yeah,
And y'all keep talking about he need to get off the ball. The team is not good enough for him to even sit and
wait,
rest.
hold on, but Sal, you're talking about him being off the floor. I'm saying if he learns
They
to be
tried putting
as
him at the 2 and it still didn't work, bro.
no, what I'm saying is but again, that's a coaching issue.
No, it ain't, bro.
That's
They don't
yeah,
have
it is.
no.
Yes,
They
it is. No,
They don't have
sometimes
enough.
they
They
don't have
went to
enough
game
yes,
7
it
with the
is.
Clippers.
to
that's
play in
Kansas
their
not
didn't have
way.
based on
enough.
Yes,
what
it is.
happened the
Hold on,
first
the
Hold
couple
on,
Kings
hold
didn't
on,
have
hold
a
on, hold
the
on,
Kings didn't have
hold on,
enough when it could have beat the Clippers. That don't make any
hold on.
sense. 2 years
Notice
in a row they could have won.
right.
notice what Phoenix did to make adjustments after games 3 and 4 in
Man, the
that
Lakers
Lakers
was
Right.
series.
injured, bro. Don't even
No,
say
no,
this,
hold on,
man. The
hold
That's
on.
Lakers
not the
was
I'm not
same.
injured,
talking.
The
I'm
man.
not.
the Mavs
Hold on,
wasn't.
hold on. I'm not. You're missing my point. What did they start doing with Booker in Game 5 that they weren't doing in those games 3 and 4? Because the Lakers made great adjustments defensively against Booker. They
Moving
start
That's
moving him
not
around. They start getting him on more rubs to off the ball. So even when he wasn't catching, the Lakers defensively had to be
the biggest
focused on
thing
him.
that killed the biggest thing that killed the Lakers is AD went down, and that
That's not.
exposed the fact that they could nobody else
You're
guard the pick and roll. That
hold
ain't
on.
the Booker wasn't really.
That's
That's
not
not the point, Sal. That's not the point.
right.
My
Right.
point is that it comes back to making coaching adjustments.
Right.
When
But
the
but in
Clippers,
the
the, Cl-
bigger
the
picture thing, we talking about adjustments that made them win. The
no, we're
biggest,
talking.
it wasn't a big adjustment that the Phoenix made. It was the fact that AD
It
got
don't
hurt
put
and
that.
it
No,
changed
no,
the
hold on.
whole
It
prospect of
wasn't.
the
It
of the
wasn't
series.
all about. It wasn't all about
Right.
AD not being there. It was
Right.
about
Yes, it was,
Phoenix
bro.
started doing stuff that the Lakers had to readjust for.
Bro,
Right. So
you
again,
can't
when
run
they
pick.
start getting
They wouldn't have had the same success
Khalil,
pick and
stupid.
roll with AD in there.
yeah, it's again, you're not understanding what I'm saying, Sal.
Man, but they got blown out by
I'm not
30
saying you
the
might
last
not be
2
wrong
games. I don't see
from
what
in the
up.
micro level, but from the macro sense, the
Maybe
Phoenix
Phoenix
beat
was
them
just
because
better.
they was injured, bro.
That's not why.
And if you look at it, the Mavericks lost because Porzingis is
I mean,
garbage.
but hold on, we can say that
Man,
because
it
That's
ain't
wrong.
just Porzingis. They
hold on.
nigga,
He's
what
the
are you
biggest,
Not just
not
bro. He
getting?
Porzingis.
is
It's
garbage,
not
bro.
just
What does
Porzingis.
he do,
How
God
bro? He did
damn.
13 and
Porzingis?
5.
Hold on. How you so Porzingis garbage, but he hold up.
Bro, you
He
got
the
an
God
only one
offensive
that
damn,
think
player.
that
nigga.
They
defense.
Like,
just
you
got
You got a
one
point
seven
player
footer
finger.
issue.
Like,
he can't defend. He can't
the fuck?
protect the rim. All he
Khalil
can do is
playing a
try to
7-foot
shoot
garbage
threes.
can.
Now we go. Hold on. Let's put context in the situation. That man Luka is currently this season out of all the seasons in the NBA, he's 8th all
What
time
kind of Khalil?
The nigga took
in
40
usage
shots
rate.
a game. How is it
Hold on.
not his fault in any way? The nigga took
They don't
40
run plays for
Bro, they
him. Hold
wouldn't
on.
be
You
in the
can't say
series if it wasn't for Luca.
they
Damn.
don't run plays for they don't
It
run
ain't
plays
like
for
he hit
Porzingis.
20,
They
30
don't.
of
They
them
don't run
bitches.
plays for Porzingis at all.
Because he's
Yeah.
standing at the 3-point line.
Yeah, Luke
But
was
that's what they
Offense,
asked.
inefficient in
offensive
But
some
hold
of
rebound.
on.
them second
Exactly.
halves.
Is
That's
that
what
his
Rick
fault? Is that his
Carlisle
fault?
asked him to do. That's my point. It's
That's
like
stupid,
Right.
though.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
It's
he
If
his
had
team,
to.
though. That's what
the
Carlisle
coaching
wanted
staff
to
You
do.
can't
and
say you
says
can't
If
call
he
him
didn't
garbage.
ask him to do that, Luca would have a damn fit and get his ass
Okay, let's
fired.
do it like this. Yeah, let's do it like this. He averaged 20 and 9 in the playoffs. I mean, in the regular season, right? You got to the playoffs, you averaged 13 and 5. And you supposed to be the second best player. Who you gonna beat with your second best player averaging 13 and 5?
Okay, but
And
Really?
LeBron ain't look
You
like
typically
himself
don't
you're
either.
still not
score as
putting it in
many
LeBron ain't
context.
look
points
like himself
If I'm
either.
as
asked to do it,
in the playoffs as what you do in the regular
hold on, but
season.
you're not putting it in context. So if I'm on a team that the coach is not utilizing my talent to my full potential, how I'm supposed to be
Okay,
successful?
what was they doing with him for him to average 20 and 9 in the regular season?
What
What was
we
Bill
talking
so different?
about?
Them ain't even the numbers he's
That's
supposed
not
to
even his
have.
best numbers. That's not even his best numbers. So what are you
right.
saying?
Right. He
I ain't
missed.
saying that
I
was
He's
his
mean,
supposed
best
to be
numbers.
doing
I'm
what
just
he
putting
did
in
last
perspective
year.
this season.
He was
This
an all-star
season,
before. He
he
was an
averaged
all-star before
20
he went
and
to
9.
Dallas.
how did they play him last year versus this season then? You can talk about that,
Who's
right?
AD?
That's what we talking about, huh?
AD? That's what we
Right.
talking about?
And remember,
AD,
look at
what
it.
are you
The
talking
Lakers
about? We
didn't use
talking about
AD to his best.
KP.
Right, and remember, and look at
Oh, okay,
remember
cool.
Porzingis' stats in the
The
bubble.
same as last year.
Porzingis was
No, they did
averaging
not play
28.
him the same as last year.
All his did was spot up and shoot.
Right,
The
because
dude ain't
Luka
Yeah.
is
giving you
older.
nothing but spot up
Right,
jumpers, bro. He ain't
right,
defending
because
nothing.
Luka is more ball. Luka's been more ball dominant year after year after year.
Way
Too.
I
more
need
ball
KP
dominant
to
than
get
last year.
post touches.
He's hold on.
Because you got a
He's
big
hold on.
nigga that ain't
He's
doing shit.
hold on. This season, Luka had a 36% usage rate this season. That's eighth all time. That's eighth all time. By the way, it's eighth.
Man, Luka is James Harden in Houston, dog. I'm telling you, bro.
That's
But
not
work,
a good
but
thing.
he's not
That's
That's
not a
not a
good
good
as
thing.
good
It's
as
not a good
he
thing.
not at all as good as the Bearden was back then, man. Not at all.
I'm
He not like that.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out how do they even
He got the
stay in the
same play
series
style.
if he's not his use is not high, because when he lead a game, they are totally different team. They lose leads.
Because
I'm trying to figure out what other
Because
alternatives
of
they
All the
have
best
right now.
players go through that, bro.
why you think it's not because of his usage being so high that they can't
No, it's
play
not, bro.
without
They
him?
don't have no other alternative. How about it might be
So
that
why the
they don't have
Nuggets?
no other
That's not true.
alternative.
Hold on.
The
Let's keep it.
Nuggets
Let's
without
hold on. Let's keep
Jokic.
it. Hold on. This is what we're not going to do. We're not going to act like them people on the Mavericks are bums. This is what we're not going to do.
Yes,
Right.
we can.
Especially
They're
after the
not
first
bums.
couple games, man. Come on,
Porzingis
man.
is a bum.
Yeah. You got your
Why
second
do the
best player
Nuggets
averaging
offense
13
flow
and
better
5,
without
and you think your
Jokic
usage
than
don't need to go
Dallas
up?
without?
Hold on, but here's a
Why?
problem. If I'm like,
Look,
well, you talk, but
was he for?
South, you are ignoring the fact that if he's not getting utilized correctly.
And
That
he
just
Was
is
he
and
what
for?
it is.
Who ain't
Listen,
being
what?
at his
utilized
own
correctly?
Porzingis, he's
request.
not.
KP.
Y'all saying he want to stay out on the perimeter and shoot fucking threes at 7-2.
That's no.
I'm
At
saying,
his
why
request.
you ain't say that throughout the season?
That's what he asked to do.
Listen to Rick Carlisle. He said that's what they asked him to do.
They have to leave the lane open
And he
for
ain't good enough to be bucking the system.
Luka. Especially when you got
How
Boban in the
you got
game.
a seven?
Where do you want
Like
Zingy to
how
be
you have
at?
a seven? Yeah, how you have a 7'3"
Why he
dude in
can't
your
go to the
team?
5
You're not
and
like.
they play
He
like
can't
this dude
because he's
7-3?
so skinny and because he's
because
so injury prone.
Yeah, I think physically they're afraid to
I'm
put
saying
him at the
he ain't
5.
worth
Right.
shit, man. I wouldn't want him on my team.
Yeah,
I don't need no
you're
7
right.
foot
He
nigga.
ain't healthy enough to get in the
You can't
post.
defend no
Oh.
basket.
I guarantee you this. You say that now, but I guarantee if he gets another situation, he'll play way better.
No, you
I'd
wouldn't.
tell you that.
Do what? What is he
Especially
doing?
if he was
He
featured
need to
on the
go to the
offense.
Wizards.
Bro, he letting people lay the
Porzingis
ball up in his
in
face
the
and all
package
that.
for
Watch,
Boyd.
I'm like,
Like I
bro,
said, like I said before, if I'm not getting a fucking ball, what the fuck am I supposed to play defense?
because you
Right,
you
like they
spotted
know
up tallest
And
nigga on
he
the
a
court.
mediocre
niggas do
defender,
not
so he
play.
be looking
Listen,
stupid.
If I'm on a
it is what it is. They don't play defense if they're not touching the ball. Niggas want the ball.
I'm not like, come on, dog. If I'm getting paid all this money.
Yeah,
If I'm
that's
getting paid
right.
all this
They
money,
do
let's
lose
make it clear.
defensive
If I'm getting
effort.
paid, if I'm getting paid all this money, and I'm on this team, they boom boom. They probably promised some shit too. By the way, also they probably promised.
Right.
A few times I seen him catch the ball inside the paint, he shoot a little weak ass jumper. He ain't even.
Because
I'm
when
like,
you're not
man,
touching the
that's all
ball,
he
you
got.
be like, man, I
Yeah,
gotta
so
get
nobody
this
ever
shit
Dude is
up.
lost,
Weak
bro. He's
ass
garbage.
turnaround floater.
I've been telling my
Where's the-
partner, I'm from close to Dallas. I was like, when they got him, I was like, bro, y'all gonna regret this shit, man.
Yo, question for the
Garbage,
panel.
man. You ain't gonna
Yo,
win shit
we
with
all
no
gonna.
Porzingis, man. You're
You
not
ain't
gonna
gonna win
win
shit.
nothing.
You ain't gonna win shit with Lucas. You having
Nigga, y'all
36%.
talking about Giannis, nigga. You know how
Right,
many
like you
people
He ain't
around
can't
the
got no
win
league
with
want to
choice. You
somebody
get
got
shooting that
niggas.
many
better
times
in
a
their
game,
bag?
bro.
Yeah,
Unless
they
your
don't got
name KD
right,
shooting
but
that
they don't
many
got no
times.
choice.
There's
Hold on, they don't got
nobody
no
else
choice.
that's gonna.
So you basically saying that Luka went to 7 games by himself. That's what you're saying right now. They
Bro,
went to 7 games
they had
pretty
a
much by
bro.
himself.
He did average
They
40 in the wins, though.
Why? Look at how many shots he took.
He averaged 40 in that series, damn near. Every time I
bro,
looked up, his
the
average had
niggas
40.
every
I
time he
wasn't
sat
playing.
down that
How
they
many
started
niggas
losing the
can you
lead.
put
All
in that
right, what are y'all
position
watching?
shooting as many
They
times
was
as he
not
did
winning the game
to
if he ain't
average
had
Hold
40?
on.
40.
What
I'm
do you
telling
not
you, dog.
understand? What you understand that he's the end all be on that offense? It's not the players' fault. It's like that. It
It
ain't the
ain't his
players' fault.
fault.
It's
He
like
can't
that.
sit down and get a
Man,
Correct.
so hold on. So I
They
wouldn't
keep having to
like
put him in
playing.
the game.
Listen, I'm telling you this right now. If I'm a scorer, I would have a problem playing with Luka. You better give me the fucking ball if I'm open. That's all I
But
know.
why
That's
don't
what
you
it's like.
score
Yeah,
while he out
I
of the
might have to
game
holler
though?
at Luca,
You
But the
can't
man.
score
thing
He
while
is,
he
might
out
have
he
of
to
the
get
don't
some
do
game.
that all the
understanding.
time because of how
She said,
many
"Yeah,
dumb
holla at
shots
him,
he
bro."
take throughout the
Because
game.
hold on,
That
like I said
dude take
before,
like
the
seven,
offensive set,
eight
the offensive
stupid
sets,
ass shots throughout the game,
because
man.
hold on, the offensive sets is based off Luca. The playbook
If
literally
they got
say
all
Luca,
these
Luca
scores, they
playbook.
can't score nothing when he out of the game. This shit don't make sense. This nigga
Yeah,
had to
yeah, I
get
ain't gonna
up.
lie. That
He can't
might
even
be a
sit for 2 minutes.
concern. Is Luca gonna
And
be
It
and
one of
don't
them
make
players
and
that
again,
nobody want to play with?
and again, well, so Sean back, I'll answer that question in a second. The issue is, and again, I go back to what I keep saying. That's a function of coaching. Your offense should not completely drop off when one guy goes out the game,
unless you don't
which is
have an
why,
alternative.
yeah,
Facts.
it's not about it's it's not
That
just
could
about
be a
having
coaching problem or
alternatives.
that could be a personnel problem. If you
And again,
It could,
it could be a personnel problem, but we
Right.
won't know.
but it
We won't know until we figure out, are we doing enough as a coaching staff to unlock everybody's talents on this team? Like everybody wants to say, well,
and,
KP don't do
and
this
then you got
or
to ask
KP don't
yourself,
do
are the
that.
players willing
Tell
to do what needs
my
to be done? Like Porzingis, get your ass in the
but
post,
hold on.
7 3.
A great coach will say, "Tell me what Porzingis does well, and we're gonna find a way to utilize that consistently."
right.
That's what they
And they
don't
would have
have.
used one of them
Nothing but
games to
shoot.
do that, to have him as a number one option and see at least see what he got. They didn't even, you know what I'm saying, get him 20 attempts in the game. Like they didn't even do that. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right. And
Like it
remember
don't make no sense.
last year in the
I ain't
bubble
gonna lie.
against the
Hardaway
Clippers
was
before
hot
he got
at
hurt, he was
first.
playing well.
He was. But he's just a catch and shooter, you know what I'm saying, for the most part. Zingy can do his thing with the ball, and they did not utilize him, like take Luca off the ball, have him as a number 2, 3 option for at least one of them games just to see if Zingy can, you know what I'm saying, do what he's
Yeah.
there to do. Let him
Hey,
prove his
You
worth
ain't
or
got
not
time to
instead of
experiment
just
with
having him
Brandon.
fit in and shit.
Hey, yo,
He not
Brandon. Yeah,
KD.
get that boy KP, man. He ain't getting
Yeah.
used right. Get that boy
No,
KP,
it's me. Ask
man.
your question. Yo,
Hey,
who
go
you
ahead,
got?
man.
Jazz or Clippers? Second round.
Clippers.
And how many
You
games?
gotta chill out. You gotta chill out, man. You be front running, man.
Clippers are 6. I don't
You
trust.
gotta chill out.
I don't
You
trust the
hold
Jazz
on,
because they depend on the three too
you in
much.
this, you don't, yo, you guys y'all viewing this. I don't trust logic, yo. That shit getting annoying, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's gonna
The
that's
Jazz
gonna be
shoot
a
too
tougher
many
series to
threes.
predict.
Cause you was a Bulls fan in the '90s. You want to be a Bulls fan. You talking about I don't trust all that logic you using. I
Right,
don't
I was
right,
trust
born.
it.
I
right,
was
right,
born.
right, right.
I was
Yeah,
born to
I
be in
ain't
the
gonna
Bulls
lie. You
fan.
gotta put some respect on
But
I
I'm
Kawhi,
just
man.
saying though,
I
if you
was
was
born
if
to
you
be in the
if you
Bulls fan.
went
I didn't
back
have
in
no
time,
choice.
right? But you was back in time. You wouldn't be having to just you.
I mean,
You had to,
I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have, but I was born into it, so I can't control it.
Look at this nigga. Man,
No, I
listen.
got the
That
Jazz in
Jazz
I,
six.
is
I
gonna
mean,
be
nah,
tougher
I
than
mean,
what
What
go
do you
ahead.
trust, Trey?
like,
Do
hold
you
on, what
trust
like
Trey Yo right now?
explain me, like explain me
Nah, he
why you
still.
don't trust
I
Utah.
just think he ain't overrated. That's it.
Hold on. Like, what
Still
aspect you think
overrated.
the Clippers?
Is
What?
he more overrated than what you thought Zach LaVine was?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Ah, man, here you go.
Nah, cause hold on, you on
Zach
here
Yes,
saying
LaVine,
man, you
Zach
did say that
LaVine,
though.
yeah.
you said Zach LaVine was better than Jalen Brown and all that shit, man. We ain't forget, man.
I ain't say,
Yeah.
That
You
sounds
did
kind of
say that
personal.
shit.
That
You
sounds
did
kind of
say that
personal.
shit.
SB. I'm a little concerned. That sounds kind of personal.
I ain't got no personal
Jalen
beef with
Brown.
nobody, man. Trey Young, that's DJ. That's still souped up DJ. He went from
Man, go ahead. So
he went
BJ
from like
Hell
Augustine is
nah.
not
he went from like
doing
souped
no
up
Trey
DJ
DJZ.
solidified.
Augustine to like all star
Real
year
tough.
Jameer
Yo,
Nelson.
that's
He just like
Come
Trey,
on, man.
he's
Trey
still in
and
that
Devin
range,
Booker
That's
man.
just
crazy, bro.
solidified themselves.
Trey Yo, the best
Trey
nigga
Young
on
and
his
Devin
squad.
Booker.
Jameer
It's their
Nelson was what,
time.
number
yeah,
4, 5?
the light skin
Stop it,
motherfucker
man.
trying to
Yeah,
come back,
he
man.
This
just
nigga
in that.
said Jameer Nelson.
They
Boy, you
solidified
You
themselves.
disrespecting
got to yo, you
Trey.
disrespectful motherfucker for that.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Trey Young gonna have a career high against the Bulls next season.
Man, look, we bust their ass when we played them, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, go look.
I just feel
Play
like
him in the
it's no
playoffs.
guard,
Play
it's
him
no
in the
guard that
playoffs.
exposed them yet though. Because they not attacking them like how they supposed to be.
What you mean? He the smallest thing on the court.
They is trying to do that, but like
they ain't doing it.
Right.
The Hawks is a good team, man.
Even with Steph Curry,
they ain't doing it good enough.
They ain't doing it good enough. They was attacking Steph. Any pick and
roll.
They
don't even got number 9 though.
Dang, Philly. They was up by 25 on Philly, dog.
Yeah,
you
Philly,
think they can win that series?
That's why I told you Philly ain't real. I've been telling y'all Philly ain't
real. You think they can win that?
Ben don't look like he gonna make
it. On leg. Ben Simmons got to get the fuck out of here if they lose that series.
I ain't gonna hold it. I'm gonna say this though.
Wind up ruining his career over there. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna say this.
I'll send Ben Simmons ass to Minnesota.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying this should be the right decision, but Sean Peck may be right. I'm not saying they should do it, but they do lose.
Don't overreact.
If we lose this series, I'll send it down to Minnesota.
But I'm not talking about what I would do. I'm talking about what Philly would do. They get rid of his ass. That's his facts.
If they lose right here,
they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
Right. They better not. They better
not,
bro.
Already. They were told to get James Harden.
Yeah, no, because they're stupid. Because they're stupid.
That's what I'm saying, Sean. Sean, they stupid.
Yeah, they're
Harden and Embiid.
No, Harden and Embiid.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, there's people. Listen. I'm in Philly. I'm in Sixers country. Like I'm in Sixers country.
You said you're in Sixers.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of Sixers fans don't even want Ben Simmons on the team.
They want Simmons ass going.
Hold up, dog.
You better keep Simmons. You better keep
Simmons is
on
a defensive player of the year candidate and
They
Embiid,
want
bro.
Simmons head.
You got 2 DPOYs potentially on your squad.
Listen. I'm three technically. I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
I keep Simmons over Embiid. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, because he proved he getting hurt. I mean, damn, Embiid, he was having an MVP season going on.
Embiid only got like 3-4 years of his
prime. You're right, but I'm trying to tell you, they do lose.
I need to use it up.
But he didn't miss a game, though.
I need to use it up. I need to use all of it.
I ain't going
to miss a game last time.
I ain't trying to have him use it on me.
Yeah, that mean Matisse Thybulle, though.
You had to trust the process for 2 years.
Well, 2 things.
Unlike
Philly did not. And again, I'm putting this on Doc Rivers. Yesterday, why Ben Simmons isn't on Trae Young until late in the 4th quarter, I have no idea.
Thank you.
And then Danny Green offensively literally standing stationary with Trae Young guarding him. You have to make Trae Young work defensively. Move, run them off pin downs.
The Knicks didn't do that either.
They didn't do that. No team has done that. And I'm like, y'all didn't see the blueprint of what Cleveland did with Steph Curry in 2016.
Right.
They started moving him defensively. You got to hit him. You got to make him feel you. And they didn't do that not once yesterday.
Man, I wish Soldiers played against Atlanta, man. Wish we played against Atlanta in the playoffs. We'd never be dumb.
This dude, Julius Randle, boy.
Sold the bag.
That nigga really can't
go right. Don't bring that man up. Sold the bag.
No. We got to put things in context. They were playing a boxing one on Julius Randle. Let's just be real.
But he can't. But he still can't go right.
That's
he
true,
can only go left.
Yeah, but it's hard. But when you get a boxing one-on-one dude and you force to listen,
true.
That's even easier though.
He don't have a counter for his one weakness.
Okay, right. Listen. There's a lot. Listen, Clyde Drexler had one hand his whole career. That motherfucker was still.
No, Clyde also had counters to his one. He got counters.
Listen, I feel motherfucker had the deficiencies, right? Like LaMarcus Aldridge like that too. LaMarcus Aldridge only can go. Like there's a lot of great players that has like shit like that, right? But at the end of the day. When somebody doing a boxing one on you, zone boxing one on you, it's gonna be hard to do shit. Period, though. So
true, they ain't do that the whole series. They ain't do that the whole series.
But you think Tom Thibodeau would be able to counter that though?
They game playing with this. Listen, ain't somebody else besides Julius Randle gonna beat me. That was a game plan going in, and that's how they won.
No, most of it was on him.
If somebody boxing one of you, people gonna have to hit shots.
Yeah, true. I saw
Randle looked bad.
Randle in this last series that Randle had 90 points in 5 games. Trae Young had 93 points in all his games at Madison Square Garden. That tell you what the series was.
Like, bro, he didn't do his job.
I picked the Knicks at first, but I only had to see game 1. I had switched up on the Knicks so fast.
I didn't say you played great.
I'm like, nah, they ain't getting buckets with the Hawks, man. The Hawks can possibly outshoot Philly.
Yeah, and his
This
Knicks
not a
fans
guarantee for Philly, dog.
like they won the championship after winning one playoff game.
Yeah.
What y'all trying to say? Y'all trying to say the Hawks trading a baby Hawks?
No, they're not going farther than the conference finals, though.
They're not. Hold on. That shit. They're not no damn.
No way possible. No, they're not going to be Nets or Bucks.
I haven't been really watching them, but
they could beat Philly.
They're a good team.
That would be hilarious if they make it to the finals.
I still got Philly, though.
They can pull out a couple miracles because you know they niggas gonna sleep on them this season, but they only got this season, man.
Yeah, and be clear, they can beat both the Nets and the Bucks.
Right.
Whoa.
They can.
Oh, see, I don't see how. Unless Trae Young is getting to the line 16 to 20 times a game.
I don't agree on the Bucks.
Trae Young got to play like D-Wade in 06.
I don't agree on the Bucks and Nets because they're gonna force Trae Young to work.
Hell yeah.
Well,
He's not doing that.
Again, I'm saying that partly because I don't think Harden is going to be right, even if he comes back. That's why I think they can beat the Nets.
Right.
And with the Bucks, and obviously, again, the Bucks have a lot of size. The Bucks are going to have to play smaller to beat Atlanta. They'll have to play Giannis at the
Giannis
five.
At the 5.
And I don't know if they'll do that consistently in the series.
Giannis ain't a bitch like AD. He don't mind playing the 5.
The Bucks gonna beat the Nets.
That's why I like him.
I don't know, man, but I think Philly gonna still win this series, though.
Yeah,
I still got Philly. Unless Atlanta win game
out
2.
there playing on the, you know what I'm saying, on the torn ligament in his knee because them stupid ass doctors.
If Atlanta win game 2, I've got Atlanta there.
He look like he was hurt last.
It's just a meniscus, and it's really just about pain management and keeping the swelling down. If they can do that, he'll be fine.
Oh, so it ain't like.
No, it's not like an ACL or MCL or anything like that. It's just literally basically the cartilage on the outside of your knee has a padding in between it. It's the padding that's partially torn in between the cartilage on the outside of the knee. That's all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Bucks gotta get the job done tonight, though.
Right.
Well, they losing.
Yeah, I don't know if the Bucks gonna be able to come back from 2-0. But maybe you can't count them out, dog.
They could.
Can't count them out because they can get 2 at home.
But it could. I can say that it could, but it ain't the ideal situation.
No, it's not. But that being said, the Bucks need to win tonight, and Chris Middleton needs to show up.
They got hit their shots, man. They lost because they
Drew too. I ain't never seen Drew play like that. That nigga.
If the Bucks play a clean game, they can beat them.
Bro,
right.
They got to play clean.
Holiday and Rose had a bad game, and they shot less than 30% from the 3. That would never happen.
They shot 20% from 3.
Right, that's the thing. Like, you can't listen. You can't score against Brooklyn. You're going to lose. This is really just that simple. It ain't about necessarily outscoring them per se, but you just can't score.
How many games Blake Griffin gonna have the type of game he had?
Yeah, 18 or 14 too. Like, that ain't gonna happen again, man. I give him this. I'm gonna say
he made 5 threes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this though about Blake Griffin though. He played. He would dive on the ball and all that shit, man. I ain't gonna hold it. I was surprised by that shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, no.
See that motherfucker. That shit whole career.
And the other thing too, if I'm Milwaukee's assistant coaches, I'm in the ears of the referees because I know Brooklyn is going to play Kevin Durant at the 5 and have him try to guard Brook Lopez. You can't treat Kevin Durant like a wing when he's guarding Brook Lopez. If that's what the matchup they're going to go to, you have to treat him like he's a big man. If that's what they're going to do. Get him out of there.
So
they don't focus on punishing people teams for playing small, man. They act like they just it's crazy, man. I was talking about even when Golden State were making their run and OKC had Ibaka, and they done the worst thing by developing him into a shooter, man. They should have worked on his post skills. He was already a skilled player that was athletic and could shoot. Make him work in the paint, get people in foul trouble. Because when you pull your bigs out, that take away from rebounding. And offensive rebound is one of the main ways you get players in foul trouble. When you got a player that can rebound on the offensive board, it gets other teams bigs in foul trouble.
Brook Lopez was never like a great rebounder though.
Right, yeah.
I was just thinking in general.
Yeah,
Because
even
the
without
whole
that
prospect
though,
of this run playing small.
Yeah, but
Milwaukee.
also
Hakeem
but at
got
the same
talent
time,
enough big
but
to
here's the
take
thing,
advantage of it.
that's true, but at the same time, when you got somebody like Giannis, is one of the best rebounders in the league. I mean, that we also forget that too about Giannis. Like this thing, like we like to talk about Giannis when it comes to his scoring aspect, but like he does things on the court affect the game.
He had a great game one.
Yeah, but also I tell you this true, and this is the other thing they got to stop doing. Milwaukee has to stop doing. They have to stop putting Giannis in the high screen and roll where he's the ball handler. Everybody
Exactly.
figured it
Put him
out.
in the
Right.
They
post.
see it,
Yeah, put him
and
in
it
the
no longer
post,
it does
man.
not work.
Oh, they just gonna go
Right. He not a
underneath.
Put him
playoff
in the post. I don't know
playmaker
what
like
Mike
talking
Ball is
about.
doing. Dog, listen, do the same thing you were doing against Miami.
Yeah,
Do the same exact shit.
yeah,
Like that's all you had to do.
yeah. It doesn't work. It's not working. The league has figured it out. Stop doing it.
You did it. You did what you had to do in Miami. You went to complete opposite. Do the same exact shit. Well, we don't know what Mike Budenholzer is doing.
Is D'Antoni a better coach than Budenholzer?
That's a good ass question.
I
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna
say
hold.
bad. I wouldn't say better, but Budenholzer is not a great coach.
That's a good ass question though,
That might be
man.
the
He
difference in
better
the
Y'all
series.
right.
defensively,
That's
I guess.
the battle of the C
Well, not a
pluses,
guess.
man. The
That's not a
battle of the
guess.
C plus coaches, man.
That
Why
might be
y'all
the
say
difference in the
D'Antoni
series.
when it's
They
C
battle
minus
with the
coach?
C plus coaches. You funny.
That's that.
Yo,
I
Buddy's
ain't gonna
got a
hold
C
you.
plus
They
though.
I
one
think
of the
man
most
don't.
great
I
coaches of
think
all time.
D'Antoni's better than we give him a little bit more credit
That
for.
Yeah,
man
yeah,
trash.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
we
He
not. I
is.
don't even put
Nah.
this on him,
No,
No,
man.
he's
he
not
ain't
that good.
trash,
He's
No,
not
man.
that
Come
good.
on,
He's not
man.
say
that
that
good.
Houston bias.
I
That
look.
Houston bias.
I'm just
That
saying.
Houston bias. I called it
It's
again.
not.
I called it again.
Maybe, but what I'm
Right.
saying. Listen to me though, true. Like we all understand this is result oriented business, so that changed the narrative on you. But
Right.
if we go back to D'Antoni Phoenix years, we're talking about really a bad officiating with taking out their players for Game 7. They were the better team in that
Man,
series.
that was great. That was a great call,
No,
man. I don't want you talking about.
D'Antoni
Watch
style makes
it. Like,
players' numbers go
Like,
up,
come
but
on,
over
you
the
would have
whole scheme of
suspended
things, they
God.
you
not
would have suspended
championship type of style
Amari
of play.
I agree.
Stoudemire and them for that.
Listen. I agree with that. But listen, man, Doug. Everybody, some people thought Doug Collins was a great coach at one point in time.
So I'm just saying that sometimes the results kind of like it kind of just
I think.
it changed the narrative
Cloud
on
your
you.
judgment.
You
I
cloud
I'm
think.
your
I
not.
think.
judgment.
Hold on. Is he a terrible? Or is he a garbage ass coach? No, I ain't gonna say he's a garbage ass coach, but he's a C plus. Well, he a B
But
minus B
if he
plus.
would have got that
He a C.
championship, we wouldn't be saying that right now. We'd be saying he's
Man,
an
No, he doesn't.
offensive.
listen.
He
Right.
Listen,
doesn't
all
for a
I'm
reason.
saying, listen. All I know is this: that man Mike
I
D'Antoni don't
mean,
do it no justice, man.
I'm just saying, but without that suspending Stoudemire for that Game 7 and all that, we might be talking about him different.
Hold
I
on,
said
hold
he
on.
Yeah,
ain't
He
but
could have
horrible.
won a
What
I
about
said he
championship
might be.
in
what
the
I
issue
said he
is,
2017.
might.
about
but
2018?
Omar, the issue is he's been in Denver as a head coach. He's been in LA as a head coach. He's been with the Knicks as a head coach. He's been in Houston as a head coach, and it's
I'm with you.
never worked.
You right. I'm just saying, but it only takes one time to win that championship, and we
It's,
see what it did for Steve Kerr and certain other
Doc
coaches.
Steve Kerr
Rivers.
won right
Doc
away. That's
Rivers.
horrible.
people still
That's
kind of
horrible.
question Steve Kerr though, man.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
but we don't
Yeah,
question
he's
him to the
and
yeah.
Doc
point
Rivers
we
doesn't
question.
get a pass either. I mean,
But he don't get a pass.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
don't get. You're
He
right,
get
right.
he's
he
Steve
get
Kerr,
respect though.
yeah, he
right.
get
Steve
I
respect,
think
but he get
Kerr,
way more respect than
right.
I would say
D'Antoni.
this. The only coach in the NBA who gets a pass is Popovich. Everybody else is
Right.
subject to major criticism.
Okay.
We
Because
ain't
they
gonna do
only
Phil like
won
that.
one.
And
We
Fuck.
ain't gonna do Phil like that, man. We ain't doing Phil like that, man.
and
No, I'm saying
D'Antoni's
like
style is
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying
talking about the
currently
still be
coaching.
coaching.
good for
I'm saying
players.
currently coaching. I'm saying
Oh,
currently
okay.
coaching.
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Curry
But
did win a
like I
couple.
said,
Yeah,
Dog is not
1-5.
at that
But you
top
stop saying
level.
it's Houston bias. He didn't win nothing. He didn't win nothing for us either. So I ain't got no bias towards
But here's the
D'Antoni.
thing, though, right? But here's the thing, though, right? Like Doc Rivers, he's not on the pop level, but he's way better than Mike D'Antoni. Shoot, I take
Oh
Rick
no, man,
D'Antoni.
no, sir. I
Hold up,
don't.
hold up,
No,
hold up, hold up.
no, I can't say
I'm not
that.
gonna
I'm
disagree
gonna
with
say
you,
way
but I'm
better.
gonna say this: without that
Right.
championship, would you say that with these 2-3-1
He's still
leads?
better. He's still better than Mike D'Antoni. I think Doc
I'm
Rivers takes
just
some
you're only
cheese.
saying that because he got that championship.
But no, because
No,
If he get that
honestly, he's a
championship,
better coach. No,
I would
I
and
say
I
honestly,
know
he's a
we,
better coach.
I know
I would
we
say this
can't take
too.
it away.
I,
I know we
Hold
can't
on.
take it away.
He's
But
still a better coach, though.
I would
I
say this.
still.
I would say this
No.
too about Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers has
like it.
had two teams that weren't expected to do anything, overachieve, and get in the playoffs. I've
Mm-hmm.
never said that about a Mike D'Antoni team
He
ever.
don't go to no under like under
Okay.
he he
What
get
was
get
that Phoenix team
better
before he got it?
opportunities than Doc Rivers.
That Phoenix team wasn't great
What's
before
up
he
this
got it.
year?
Well, it was.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
he got a better
it was
opportunity than
D'Antoni,
Doc
but it
this
was
year.
also Steve Nash.
I mean, you can look at the
He
job.
had ass back-to-back
The
MVP.
job Doc Rivers done
But
with
you didn't see
with the
that
Clippers.
team when Steve Nash got it to be with that
He
team
got
was.
him to be the MVP.
Yeah,
That system.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Man, that system
I mean, I'm
trash,
not
man.
disagreeing
That
with
system
y'all.
You
I'm not
trash,
mean
gonna
man.
disagree with y'all because
every
ultimately
point guard
he
that touched
didn't win it. But
D'Antoni turned to gold, man.
Man, that
Man,
system is
all he
trash,
do,
man.
his
I'm
system
not
only
talking
help
about
players'
the
numbers, but
individual.
it don't help win no
I'm
chips.
not talking about the individual. No, I'm talking about when the result of winning. That system is trash, man. That
Yeah,
shit ain't
they
not
get
effective.
players get their numbers in that system,
Trash.
but they don't win nothing.
That shit trash, man. I wish man. You
They
got
only
Steve
lose
Nash out
against the
here.
championship squad, man.
Well, he was on the
You got
Knicks.
Doc Rivers
He
getting
was on
smacked
hold on. He was on we're
by
not gonna act like
non-champion
why every
teams.
time hold on, but why every time we talk about Mike D'Antoni, we act like he only coached 2 teams, dog. Yeah,
Right, like
Houston
he coached a
Rockets
bunch of
and
places. That's
some.
what I'm saying.
He made a goat out of Lynn Sanity too.
but Carmelo
Don't
didn't
do
buy
that.
into his system either,
That's
though.
nasty. That's nasty, yo. That little
Like,
sandy
Okay,
did
shit.
but
Carmelo
he
buy
did
into
it
his
though.
system though
That
too?
ain't my fault. I'm not
Man,
saying
that was
you feel me.
that wasn't
But
Steve. That wasn't Mike
his style
D'Antoni. That was
always
almost
benefit
that was hard
guards, but
dedication. That was hard dedication.
That was his that was his
No, it was
system.
not. That was listen. You know, it's one of them things that listen, man. I may not be in the league after this shit. I got capitalized on this opportunity.
He
That's how I
barely in
look
the
at it.
he barely in the league. Is he in the league? I don't think he not in
Nah,
the league
he
right
not
now,
in
huh?
the league. He not.
Come
He
on,
not in the
man.
league.
No,
He played
no,
for
he's not in the
I,
league.
He
I don't
probably
know. He
would have
may
been out the league. That Lynn Sanity, them 2 weeks gave him an extra 3 or 4 years,
man.
man.
That's kept Mike D'Antoni job for a couple hours, man. Couple hours. That shit couple job for a couple hours, man. Let's keep it real. That motherfucker he probably got fired. I ain't gonna hold. He probably got fired. If that didn't happen, he would bing before I got fired. Let's keep it a being though. Before
And
that
them boys
insanity
was
shit.
up 3-2 on the Cupcake Warriors.
I mean, listen. I'm not saying he's a garbage ass coach, but when it comes to like, if he
You
okay,
said
if
he
he
was trash.
man, listen, come on, listen, man, you know my verbiage,
you know
man.
I be capping, Renegade. You know I
No,
be
hold on,
capping.
no, you know my verbiage, because I'm not taking that back. But I'm
No,
gonna
you
not
you
being
know I be
subjective,
capping.
not being but being
Nah, I get
subjective
what
though.
he's
Like,
saying. I get what he's
is he
saying.
a Hall of Fame coach? No, he's not.
What do
I
you what?
mean, hold on. He might be
He
Wait,
come
Hall of
come
on,
Fame.
on,
hold on. He
man.
might be only Hall of
Come
Fame.
on.
Okay,
Doc Rivers
let me
is
ask
a
you this.
Hall of Fame.
Hold on. You can't
Man,
say
Is
that.
Doc
He
Rivers a
he
Hall
might
a
of
be
Fame
Hall of
Hall of
coach?
Fame
Fame
coach,
now.
man. Come on, man. Come on.
Mike D'Antoni
He
not
a
no
Hall
Hall
of
of
Fame
Fame
coach.
coach. You got to chill out. Come
Yeah, he a
on,
Hall of
dog.
Fame coach, man.
No, he
I'm
not,
not
man.
saying
Come
he
on,
is, but
dog.
I think he might
Hold
make
on,
it, though.
hold on. Let me ask this question. Renegade, would you a Pelicans fan? Would you be comfortable having Mike D'Antoni as your head coach to win a championship?
Over
No, I
Van
don't care about
Gundy?
no. I
Over
don't give a
Van
fuck who
Gundy,
there.
you
I don't
goddamn
give
right.
no. I don't give a fuck who. I mean, that's easy. But I'm saying, would you be complacent with that, like the win championship for your team? Mike D'Antoni rival.
Listen, hold up. It depend on like Dan Tony said, if he got some defensive minded players, he gonna have a defense. And when
But
he
why he
did, he
can't?
had a
But
defense
right, but
and they
here's a
was up 3-2
right,
on
but
the
here's a problem.
Cupcake Warriors.
Right, but here's the problem. That's bad coaching. Why are you relying on players to lead
Because
to
that's all you
initiate
got
defense?
is your players, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Tom Thibodeau got Julius Randle out here playing defense. Come on,
Listen,
man. He got
not in the
Houston, we had a
playoffs.
defensive coordinator here in Houston.
come
So you
on,
can get
man.
somebody to run that side of the ball for you.
Listen, they philosophy, but look, let's be real though. Like, if it wasn't just like they philosophy is trash. Mike D'Antoni philosophy is trash, yo. His philosophy of the game of basketball is horrible. Yeah, he knows. Does he knows
Nah,
the
it's
X's
just
and
good for
O's?
players. It ain't
Can
good
he
for
run?
a winning chip.
Like he got 2 dudes that's over 30 years old playing in 7 seconds or less offense, man. Come on, dog. Like, we're not doing that, man.
So far, it's working. So.
I mean, that shit. I couldn't tell. The last time I checked, Kyrie had unlimited sick days. James Harden fucked his hamstring up. KD only played like 35
He
games
said
this
he ain't
season.
have no coach. Shit.
Jeff Green. Look at Jeff Green. Ain't no coincidence, right? He fucked up. DeAndre Jordan unplayable. He's tired as shit. Probably. He's like, shit. I can't. I can't hold up.
But
He
Blake
had
Griffin
one foot
thriving
out the
though.
league
Blake Griffin
last
thriving.
year.
That nigga down. See, hold on, we gotta talk about that. So you trying to tell me they traded Jared Allen to not play DeAndre Jordan?
They sure wasn't going. Ain't nobody's gonna take DeAndre.
No, it's not even
Well,
about
they
that.
didn't trade. They weren't gonna trade DeAndre Jordan because of his
No, it's not
relationship
even about
with
that.
Kyrie
Right? Yeah,
and
he
Kevin
cooled
Durant.
all of them
thing was
niggas.
Blake Griffin just
Renegade,
played a little bit better than they
Renegade.
thought
It's
he
not even
did.
about that. But it's not even about that. But you're not even playing him.
He
He's
too
not even
slow.
playable.
He's slower than Gasol with less defense than
That's
Gasol,
crazy.
and he
I think
can't
he can
shoot.
get
And
on the
he's
court.
slower
I
than
don't see why he
I
Gasol.
don't
not.
even know that's
Damn.
true. But
I think you can find 10
that's
minutes for
crazy
that man
though.
on the
I ain't
court.
gonna
I
argue.
don't see why he not playing, but
He a liability. That's why.
I
Yeah,
mean he a
Big
liability, but
liability,
you can
what
man.
they
I
find
ain't
want
10
to
gonna
do,
hold
minutes
you.
he's
for
a
him.
Listen.
liability.
He's
Listen.
slower
Hey,
than
listen.
Gasol.
I'm
But you
saying
can
this.
find 10 minutes for him on the
I was
court.
listen.
He's
Hey, brother
productive
Mo,
enough for that.
listen, brother Mo. I was hoping he'd played on that Celtics series. So I was hoping. I was like, listen, he could be on this. He be on this floor. We got a chance. So I was hoping, man. But it was. Hey, they were smart. They were smart. So,
I mean, from what I seen
I,
from him, is he the same? No, but I think he can still give you 10 to 12
but here's the
minutes.
brother Mario. But listen. Okay. But all that being said,
10
if that was the
maybe,
case, you'd be playing.
not 20.
Yeah, you make a good point
That
there.
is,
I
all
just
that
think
is,
Blake
you
Griffin
got
played
Blake
better
Griffin. You
than we
got
thought
Blake
he
Griffin
did.
getting 14 rebounds in the playoffs. That shit's crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? That's when you know you're gonna lose a game. I ain't gonna hold you though. That's when you know you're gonna lose a game. When that man had 14 rebounds in the playoff, like that's crazy.
Nah, man,
That's
fuck
what.
Blake Griffin for
Did Milwaukee
dogging
look like
it
they
for
played with
2 years,
urgency
man.
yesterday?
That boy
Or the
ain't
day
have
before
a
yesterday?
dunk in 2 years, and now you coming out like this, nigga. You got me fucked
I
up,
mean, hold
son.
on. We had to know that was cap, man. Like this man 6'9" and dunked in 2 years. Like we had to know that had to
Hey
be
Damn.
yo,
more about
that man
his
had like
effort.
five. That man had like
That
6
had to.
dunks on the Celtics though. I was hot. I was pissed the fuck
Like
off though. Nigga had and one
I'm
dunk and
sorry.
shit.
I don't agree
I'm
with
like, what the
everything
fuck is
Stephen A.
like?
Smith say, but he was right. Like that's more about effort. That had nothing to do with his ability. He just didn't want to be Detroit no more.
Yeah,
That
he.
man
Yeah,
died.
well,
I ain't gonna.
yeah.
I didn't listen. I give him his props though, man. He did die for that loose ball though last game. I gotta give him his props. I didn't think he really like that,
What
man.
else could he
I ain't,
do? He
now I'm
got to
just
be the
saying though,
tough
man.
guy for the
But we
series,
but we
and
but,
he
but
not
we
gonna. All right.
I don't know, but if
but we
Blake
were talking
Griffin
about that.
is 65 or 75% of that All-Star Blake Griffin, that's dangerous for this team because we forget how good Blake Griffin was. Now, I mean,
But he a lot, but like I said though, I mean every squirrel can have a
Hey,
nut,
Griffin
man.
was
You know
nice, yeah.
every squirrel can have a nut, man. Like he had a
yeah,
solid game, man.
it might be lightning in the pan. We don't
He
know,
won
but
his probably
the,
best
the,
game he played in the playoffs. But I
the
mean, here's
series
what
will
it
tell
is, man.
itself out sooner or later. I know Milwaukee cannot shoot 20% from the three
Man,
again,
they got it.
and
I ain't
they
gonna. They
can't
got
come
to
out
attack
so
Blake Griffin.
lethargic.
Listen, they got to attack. They got to attack Blake Griffin too. They got to attack that motherfucker every
Hey,
fucking time.
Sean, you going live today, right?
Right.
Yeah, we go live at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta make a run now, y'all. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
Eastern Standard. Yeah.
to check out it before I check up out here. Though I wanted to ask y'all about the Julio getting traded to the Titans. Do y'all think it's gonna make a difference before
No,
we get out of here?
I mean, yeah.
no.
Did he
I mean,
go
what
to
you
the
mean
best
by winning
situation for
wise?
him though?
Winning
Right. What you
wise,
mean?
like not really. Winning wise, no,
Right. It
not
make a
really. But
difference to the
it's a
Tennessee fan.
start. But it's a start.
Facts, facts, Renegade.
I mean, they lost a lot of shit from last year. So I mean, it's not a bad move at all, though. It's not a bad
No,
move.
Right.
Nah, it don't
Not a
hurt.
bad
It
move.
Anybody will
only
take
help.
Julio. Fuck.
on me. I was
But
hoping the Chargers got
the
him.
question is, can
This
it?
man said
It's
Nets
not
will
a
win about
move.
15.
It's not a move. It's not a move that's going to automatically win a division. That's going to be the problem.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Because now, I mean,
I mean,
you got AJ Brown and Julio Jones though.
So what are they
Ryan
missing on this
Tannehill going
team?
to snap this year. I ain't gonna hold you.
A
I mean,
defense.
oh well, yeah, there you
Yeah, their
go.
Yeah, they
defense is
lost
trash.
some pieces on defense. Yeah.
Well, they don't help then. I'm sorry. Like that defense.
right.
I mean, the offense. No, well, they better hope that offense is high powered. I mean, I guess I don't know. They
I
better
mean,
hope.
with Derrick
Okay.
Henry
It
there, I
ain't.
mean, it's a possibility. We'll
Nine
see.
Yeah, I
Here,
think
games.
that
here, here,
nine
yeah,
game may not be enough.
here's the thing, True, and we will talk about this on you through tonight.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill is a game manager. Everybody knows it. So by
Facts.
getting Julio and with AJ Brown and obviously Derrick Henry and no defense, you're going to ask Ryan Tannehill to go from being a game manager to basically being a guy who's got to put up
Josh
28
Allen.
to 31 points
Now, hold
every
up, but
game.
here's the thing though. He get like I understand that.
Can I make a trade for Deshaun Watson over there or something?
Hold up, Ryan. Hold
No,
up,
they
Ryan
do that.
Tannehill.
It's over. It's
Hold
over.
up,
They
but
do
to
that.
be
It's
fair, but
over.
Ryan Tannehill ain't no regular game manager though. He can't throw he don't make
It's levels
mistakes.
of game management now.
It kind of is though.
No. I promise you. I promise you. If Ryan Tannehill has more attempts than Derrick Henry has rushes, it's a problem.
That's one thing. But here's the thing: I don't think that's going to be the case because I think Julio knows his state of where he is in his career now. He's not
He
going to
don't
be a
demand
guy
the ball like
you
talking about.
He's gonna. He knows his age. He's gonna be knowing his role. He's gonna make big plays.
Yeah, man. Ryan, what's his name? Matt Ryan.
And Ryan Tannehill can definitely do that. I mean, at times, a couple of throws you need. Hey,
Julio Jones didn't demand the ball from Matt Ryan in like a couple, like enough for like 2 years to pass, where he only gave him a couple touchdowns.
I think the Patriots should have. I mean, hey, man.
I thought the Chargers. If you had to give us a second round pick and what a fourth round pick,
you had no chance to get no damn Julio Jones.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Man, I mean,
y'all be hating on the Chargers, bro.
I guess. And what is you a Chargers fan for? Ain't they way the fuck over there somewhere?
LT,
man. Los Angeles Lightning lose don't count.
All right, man. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna show you that I'm getting up out of here too. I gotta go make a run, man. Put my sister in too.
Nigga's a Chargers fan. Nigga. Only thing about Chicago and Chargers is that CH.
You thought they CH. Hold on, wait. Let me show you why I'm a Chargers fan. Then I'm gonna shut it down real quick.
Man, this man talking about Justin Herbert.
The go to running backs, man. LT.
Yeah, all right, I'll catch y'all later, man.
LT. All right, though, man.
Y'all ain't got no running backs like LT. True. Fuck out of here.
And guess what though?
No matter.
Working, I don't take the day off. I know my hard work gon' pay off. Please do not act like you know me when you see me in the playoffs. I try to be cordial with everybody. I don't make problems with nobody. I was trying to mind my business, but they made me hit the kill switch. Binocular flow, you can see it close. I turn in a scar if you need a rope. A nigga Mufasa, I symbolize. Hakuna Matata, I almost died. Play your position and stay alive. I made it far, but I'll never change. I clean my image and got a name, but I kept ties with the other side. We do not seek if you run and hide. We just gon' wait till you come outside. Fuck around, probably just run inside. You better pray we don't come inside with no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. Woo! This is my initiation. Yeah, no invitation. Kill you with no hesitation. Yeah. This is my initiation. Leave you in cold blood. Now you could really be froze up. I don't spend my money on lesser things. I can't afford a wedding ring. Don't play with my life, it mean everything. I made it through strife, I was second string. Now I be coaching the whole team, and I got a really big ring. I got a question. Which way you ladies gon' keep it thorough? Come to my crib with the least apparel. Show up naked, but you leash your nail. Just keep it real. You know a nigga impatient. I'ma take you down, no debating. Just let me come to your crib with no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. It's my initiation. Woo, no invitation. Yeah, kill you with no hesitation. Whoa. Kill you with no hesitation. Whoa. This is my initiation.